Welcome to the VCT EMEA Kickoff Grand Final!
Yeah.
And with both teams already qualified, today they will fight for their first tournament win and 3 championship points.
The newcomers already climbed into the international stage, and now it's time to remember all of them. But as we already won the first match, should I go first?
Oh, but don't live in the past. We already beaten every other Spanish team, and now it's time to get the third. We are the Spanish Nightmare.
You're so funny. Actually, I'm gonna teach you how we do it in Spain. Do not worry, but I think it's gonna be much better if we're using So, nadie daba un duro por ellos. Eran los últimos en las predicciones. Y ahora han callado la boca de todo el mundo. Invictos en EMEA, no hay nadie que los pueda parar. Dadle la bienvenida a Team ARGB.
Hi guys and welcome to another live stream. Team Matrexx. भाई जो भी है समझ तो नहीं आ रहा है. हिंदी बोलिंग अच्छा रहेगा. Zotac. Do we have someone on Discord? Fnatic went home plus this. क्या हाल है? Valorant watch party.
माइक बंद है तुम्हारा.
Valorant watch party. आ रही है आवाज?
हाँ आ रही है.
Nice.
आज किसका मैच है?
फाइनल्स है आज. किक ऑफ फाइनल.
किसके?
टीम मैट्रिक्स और केसी की फुल फॉर्म मेरे को नहीं पता.
वहाँ पे लिखी थी.
कोई गाल नहीं, तू देख ले. ये क्या गुस्सा है भाई?
मैं नहीं खेल रहा. नहीं मैं नहीं खेल रहा.
ओह
बॉट्स को कौन देखेगा?
सारे अच्छा है तो वही है ना जिसने उसको हराया था कल, फिनाटिक को. ओ भाई सैड भाई. ये बंदा कल रोया था भाई, इसके आंखों में आंसू आए थे. रजत भाई क्या हाल है? रजत भाई वेलकम वेलकम.
फाइनल पहुंच गए.
पेंशन कहाँ से मिल गई वॉच पार्टी की? मुझे भी दिलवाओ. कोर्ट्स के बाद क्या मांग लूंगा मैं भी परमिशन. भाई देखो आ जाए तो आ जाए भाई, अब क्या कर सकते हैं. देखना
कौन ही करेगा ये? इनको कौन ही देगा?
वही तो.
इतना भी ग्रो नहीं हुआ है भाई चैनल जो इतने से YouTube को कंसर्न होंगे इतने से.
अब तो सलमान खान को YouTube पे गाली दे रहा है. वो थोड़ी देर कुछ करेगा.
Amigos de ayer,
Me arrivò aujourd'hui,
Carmine is ready.
and so are the heretics.
Let the battle begin!
अच्छा आवाज यहाँ से कम हो रखी है. मिल जाती है. वॉच पार्टी के लिए परमिशन चाहिए यार. मेरे दोस्त को मिल गई थी 1K पे. कोई बात नहीं कोई बात नहीं.
अच्छी बात है भाई, मिल गई तो।
लेनी किससे परमिशन, मेरे को ये भी नहीं पता।
और नहीं तो अपने को चाहिए कि नहीं, अपने को चाहिए ही नहीं। मांगी जाए। क्या है द क्लेम डाल देंगे, डालने तो क्या
डालने दो, वैसे कौन सा मेरे चैनल पे कुछ वो है?
हाँ, कौन से ऐसे लाख 2 लाख रुपए कट
और
जाएंगे।
क्या।
maps which neither of these rosters have ever done before.
Yeah, exactly. We talk about the youngsters. The
Like करो,
fresh blood,
stream like
how
करो।
unexpected it is that they're even here
हाँ,
today. But
तुम्हारे लिए इतना
I don't
sacrifice
think
हो रहा
that
है इधर।
neither of them is going
Sacrifice।
down without a fight.
हाँ,
Experience
तुम लोग
is
कंटेंट
key.
दिखाने के लिए यहाँ पे हम तुम्हें जान
नहीं, मैंने कहा यार चलो देख लेते, कल रात को भी काफी लेट तक देख रहा था। स्ट्राइक आता है वॉच पार्टी यूज करने के, चलो
नहीं आता भाई, इतने से भी स्ट्राइक नहीं देंगे वो
वही,
लोग। छोटे चैनल को स्ट्राइक नहीं देंगे, वो ज्यादा ज्यादा क्लेम ले लेंगे बस।
हाँ वो क्लेम मेरे साथ भी, अरे इतने सारे वीडियोस में कहीं पीछे गाने चल जाते हैं, कुछ हो जाता है तो क्लेम आ जाता है बस।
कौन नहीं तो क्या, मैं देख लो ना जो मोन्टाज है उसके अंदर क्लेम आ रखा है बस।
भाई क्या लगता है किंग भाई कौन जीतेगा?
इस पे मुझे पता नहीं है दोनों टीम कौन सी है।
केसी सिलेक्ट मैप, द पिक डिफेंस, दे पिक डिफेंस, सीएच पिक डिफेंस।
हाँ मैप बताओ ना।
सबसे पहला कौन सा था, मैं भूल गया, देखने भूल गया मैं। वाओ,
ये वॉच पार्टी करेंगे।
अरे नीचे मैंने वो नाम पढ़ रहा था ना मैं। कल साइंस बोर्ड है, हेल्प हेल्प क्या करूं मैं तेरी यहाँ पे, तेरे को मैं वो समझाऊं, माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया इज द पावर हाउस ऑफ द सेल। साढ़े पढ़ाई कर जाके इधर काम कर।
पहले वो छठी क्लास में पढ़ाया था वो बोर्ड के एग्जाम में।
मेरे को तो वही याद है भाई, मेरे को वही याद है।
10वीं के हैं,
10th माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया इज द पावर हाउस ऑफ द सेल।
10th में टेंशन ले रहा है
भाई देख, 10th में ना आपको नॉलेज बहुत ज्यादा होती है, कॉन्फिडेंस एकदम लंड होता है, ठीक है भाई। 12th में आपकी नॉलेज लंड होती है, कॉन्फिडेंस आसमान छू रहा होता है भाई, आपका देख लो।
10th का पेपर भाई मजाक नहीं कर रहा, तू कितना ही पढ़ ले भाई, तू तेरे को एंड में तेरे को ये लगेगा कि साला भैंस की क्यों ही पढ़ा इतना।
और क्या, पेपर लीक करा दो, सही बात है, पेपर लीक करा दो। पेपर में अगर लीक करा का होता तो मैं अपना नहीं करा लेता, पैड के वे।
10वीं का पेपर लीजिए भाई को। भाई मैं कह रहा हूँ चिल मार भाई, बहुत इजी होता है 10वीं का पेपर।
अरे और क्या,
बहुत इजी, लेजिट। मैं ये ऐसे हवा में भी नहीं कह रहा कि मेरा इजी निकल गया था इसलिए कह रहा हूँ, लेजिट इजी होता है।
नहीं मेरा हवा में नहीं निकला था,
मेरा तो हवा में निकला था भाई एकदम। लाइक ऑब्वियसली जिसके लिए नहीं पढ़ा था वो तो कचरा गए, लेकिन भाई जिनके लिए पढ़ा था इतना इजी। लाइक नहीं, जिन लोग के लिए मैंने इतना सा पढ़ा था कि मैं फेल ही हो जाऊं उसमें मेरे आगे ठीक ठाक नंबर।
कोई बात नहीं, मेरा भाई मैथ्स हमेशा से बकवास रहा है।
नहीं मेरा मैथ्स
टीम हेरिट्रिक्स और कार्बाइन कोर। लेट्स सी, रेड बुल गिव्स यू विंग्स। गाइस जितने भी लोग स्ट्रीम देख रहे हैं लाइक करो। Yeah. भाई पहला मैप है सनसेट।
हाय भैया
भाई लिटरली पहला मैप सनसेट।
अरे यार क्या टीम मिली है यार,
क्या हो गया?
अरे डेस्टिनी में टीम भाई कचरा भाई, लेजिट
हेरिटिक्स
कचरा।
Down
bad trash.
Run ads. We here Fnatic। भाई Fnatic का कल बहुत बुरा हुआ भाई। भाई लोग एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे थे कि Fnatic यार आगे आए बट हो नहीं पाया वो।
मैं तो एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा था Fnatic डिस्ट्रॉय कर देगी इन लोगों को।
भाई Fnatic यार Fnatic
कर देना चाहिए था उनको एक्चुअली, लेकिन Fnatic को पहले जैसे नहीं खेलती। वो उनका प्राइम लेवल आ भी गया और हम अभी तक आसपास भी नहीं है उसके। तो चांस ही नहीं है विक्ट्री का। अरे अब क्या है, तो मेरे मोड से गिर गए सारे। हो गया भाई जीजी यार।
बस सर
देखो भाई
यहाँ तो ड्रॉप फ्रेम 0 दिखा रहा है, एकदम बढ़िया चल रहा है विक्ट्री। चलो जी, टीम हेरिट्रिक्स इज ऑन डिफेंडिंग साइड विद KO एंड मिड पे आया इनका स्मोक और स्मोक फ्लाइंग किक का। अब ठीक है, तगड़ा लो रखा है तगड़ा भाई। शॉक डार्ट से पेल दिया भाई, शॉक डार्ट से पेल दिया। हैकिंग भाई
क्या
शॉक डार्ट से पेल दिया भाई सोवा ने।
VCT
3v4
and his teammates making some noise potentially around middle to distract, but they've not. They've gone back to main. They've crept into site, looking just to take advantage of the space.
B पे प्लांट होने वाला है.
And disadvantage is still
Okay, यहाँ देखा.
Look for a second, like Magnum might be given a little bit of an opportunity, but isn't going to be able to find those shots. Spike will be planted. A couple of players rotating in as well.
Rotate
I'm
करके
more
आ रहे हैं
looking
वापस.
at Miniboo. He's always the one to take the space for the team. A little bit of support. They also have a fragment to try and clear this close angle up, but they've got to be careful of the trip, but they're not.
Even blinded, he's made it work. Nice stuff for
Le
Patatech.
bhai.
They've still got a little bit more work to do because Magnum is putting up a fight on backside, down to 21.
Damn.
To eliminate him with Tamazi taking the brunt of the damage. That's a defuse for Team Heretics, a first round in the bag.
Yeah, and a big round, another one coming out of Patatech. I sort of was bringing this conversation up earlier, but where does he rank for you in terms of the standings that we've seen? Because we've had a lot of insane standings throughout the entire VCT.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I mean, could talk about CGRS. I feel like that's a big boy. You got Cider.
Cider is obviously going to be a highlight for me. The man came into an international event, delivered on a level we couldn't imagine, but for Team Heretics,
Heretics.
Is looking as if they don't have a standing. They're playing so well, and I think it speaks to the system that they've built as a roster. I don't know. Like, Patatech in my mind wouldn't come in and deliver a top level.
Second round में आ गई Vandal.
Good, but he's been great in this roster.
I think also he'd be good individually.
नहीं, एक के पास सिर्फ Ghost भी है.
Yes.
A huge piece of the puzzle in terms of setting up and
भाई classic भी है भाई.
between the team. I've been really impressed with him.
गेको का blind B पर और ये भी.
Aggressive move from Marquine.
भाई रेस कितनी हरामी प्लेयर है भाई, कितनी हरामी प्लेयर है रेस. हैं सैचल करके आए अंदर. शॉर्टी से निकाल दिए. एक बंदा शॉर्टी से, एक स्पेक्टर से. लो रखी है काफी. एक और ब्लाइंड. भाई एक तो ये गेको का ब्लाइंड भी काफी अच्छा रहता है. ये इसका ये क्या रहता है, इसका नाम क्या रहता है?
गेको फ्लैश तो मेनली वो हो जाता है ना, क्या ना इस लेवल पे नॉर्मल फ्लैशेस लोग डॉज कर लेता है आराम से.
ये इसमें पता चल जाता है, लोकेशन पता चल जाती है इसके.
लोकेशन मिल जाती है और दूसरा गेको का फ्लैश डॉज नहीं कर सकता.
उल्टा भी देख लो तो फिर तुम्हारे लगने
पड़ेगा.
सामने आके मुंह पे चाटा मार के जाएगा भाई गेको का फ्लैश.
वही जैसे
उसका तो बफ भी किया था ना, पहले 1 सेकंड का टाइम रहता था, अब 0.5 कर दिया शायद से ना. वो पहले 1 सेकंड 0.75 कुछ था कि उस तक वो ऊपर रहेगा, फिर उसके बाद आ जाता था. अब 0.5
ऐसा नहीं है, उसको तोड़. ऐसी बात नहीं कि ब्लाइंड होना जरूरी है, तोड़ सकते हो उसका.
बिल्कुल तो
मुश्किल भी नहीं है.
अच्छा कर दिया है.
सच बोलो तो मुश्किल भी नहीं है तोड़ना उसको, लेकिन अगर ऑफ गार्ड पकड़ा तो फिर बात है.
तो भाई अब तुम उल्टा खड़े हो, वो मिड से आके पेल गया, तब तो तुम्हारे लग गए.
तो फिर उल्टा देखो, पीछे देखो, कहीं भी देखो.
RGX Spectre, oh sorry, Guardian.
And there's some players to fall back on there. It's been really impressive seeing the depth that KC can bring to the table. For Team Heretics as well, though, it's that combination. Your Miniboo absolutely popping off. Benji is an insane, as you said, both his lurking and his just solo side holds were nuts on this map in particular.
ये उधर हो भाई, बहुत बढ़िया सीन चल रहा है. ए पर डिफेंडिंग चली गई है पूरी. बी पर सिर्फ एक ओमन है. बी पर
definitely going to be a threat for this squad as time ticks on.
ओमन भी चला गया.
अच्छा
टीपी लेके वापस आया ए पर.
And that's when you group up. They decided to group up on B, put the numbers there, but the push hasn't come through, and their rotate is a little late. They might be stuck looking for a retake on the A side here. There's not very many favorable fights they can take.
Yeah, a lot of teams in this sort of position might even opt to just try and play some exits, do some. Doesn't seem like that's the case.
TV1 का सामना कर रहा था, पिल गया बेचारा. कैमरा तोड़ दिया. ब्लाइंड.
Blinded basically the entirety of the team, and they just swing out together, but it's mostly going the way of Carmine Corp. Benji finding the rifle.
माइनर बहुत सड़ी के. हम लोग माइनर भाई आप डिस्कॉर्ड नहीं आ रहे.
2-1.
काहे? मैं भी नहीं खेल रहा, आज ही देख रहा हूँ. खेल तो सकता हूँ लेकिन मूड नहीं है मेरा. मत खेल. कौन कह रहा था वो खेलने के लिए? नहीं तो और कुछ करना है. भाई मैं किंग भाई के डिस्कॉर्ड में बैठा हुआ.
I think all in all they can be pretty happy, especially with the dueling power we've seen on the other side.
अरे ये माइनर बैठे हैं. माइनर बहुत ठीक है.
अरे बोर्ड देंगे जल्दी
बोर्ड कह के जल्दी आ. आ गया बोर्ड. ओ ये
credits on the
हेलो
line across the board.
भाइयों,
You don't expect
राम
this
राम भाई।
kind of it's kind of
गांजा
aggression out of many players.
ये वालेकुम अस्सलाम।
Mistakes
के
were
ना
so
का भाई
high for
के
Heretics
यार,
here.
कौन सा गांजा फूक कर रहा है
Risky,
मैंने भाई?
flying out of their
भाई
control,
मतलब
and their solution
भाई मुंह में लेके
कैसे
आए
आवाज
ये।
हो गई?
Mini Boo
अच्छा
on a
मोबाइल
suicide
से,
mission.
ओके।
We saw him do this
तो
last
क्या हो
time they
गया?
played the map.
मुंह
आवाज
में
भी
लेके
क्या
आए
है?
मुंह में।
Disaster. Not so
अरे ये
much this
फोन
time.
किस उससे हो ना,
very hit and miss. Either he did that or he died
अजीब सी
immediately.
क्या होती है मियां
At the
फोन
moment,
से।
all he's doing is taking over the round. Again, worth noting, a fantastic
जोटास
support
एंड
by
है, इतना टाइम है क्या
Japan
मेरे पास
again.
अभी?
These are
ना
the players that
यार,
I'm
कम से
talking
कम
about.
4
Putting
घंटे
that
नहीं 5
mentality
घंटे
in
लग जाएंगे।
place.
किस चीज के 4 घंटे लग रहे हैं भाई? हेलो
Because he's throwing a KO knife.
रेड।
Because
भाई थोड़ा सा
flies
गोली
is
वोली
on the
खाओ।
board. Now for the
नहीं,
remaining players
गोली नहीं,
facing,
दिखाओ हकीम को भाई तुम्हें कमजोरी है।
4 घंटे लग रहे हैं भाई, कमजोरी कैसे भाई? माइनर
तुम भी स्टेमिना भी कम, मतलब स्टेमिना ज्यादा भी नहीं बोलते इसे।
क्या क्या बोलते हैं इसको?
इसे इसे कम ही बोलते हैं।
कम तो भाई उसको बोलते हैं ना जो स्टेमिना के बाद
नहीं निकला ही तो नहीं है।
No, no, no. This is
किंग भाई रगड़ जाएगा।
save. Devastating.
Sad
होता
भाई।
नहीं है हाथ में ऐसे मैल वैल होता है, रगड़ते काला काला सा मैल निकलता है,
हाँ, हाँ, हाँ।
वही हो जाएगा। बट वो घिसता चला जाएगा। वो
क्या
ठेले वाले से चाउमीन खाइए कभी?
हम्म।
तो वो देखा वो चाउमीन के
बाद
साथ
में
वो
खुरचता
एक
रहता है।
चम्मच यूज करता है, एक डंडा यूज करता है हिला
हाँ,
चाउमीन को
हाँ,
वो करने के लिए।
हाँ।
तो वो डंडा अगर डेली खाओ ना तो देखना वो डंडा ना धीरे धीरे पतला होते जाता है।
पता है, पता है।
तो किंग भाई
अच्छा अच्छा, तो पतला होता है माइनर, तू ले लेता है फिर वो डंडा? तेरे को मोटी,
किंग भाई
तेरे को मोटी की आदत है।
अरे पुराइल भाई बात तो सुनो, आज बताए तुम्हें क्या हुआ। हमसे पहले एक कॉम्पी, हमारी कॉम्पी से पहले एक कॉम्पी हुआ।
हाँ।
उन कॉम्पी में एक वो था, एक टीम थी और दूसरी टीम थी। दूसरी टीम थी जिसमें वो तुम्हें बताया नहीं थे आए थे, और उनके 3 दोस्त आए थे बाहर से।
हाँ, हाँ, हाँ।
उन्हों की रैंक हमें पता नहीं, और जिनके साथ हुआ था वो लोगों की। अब हमारे कॉलेज का वाईफाई 100 Mbps चल रहा बस, और कम से कम 8 टीम, 8 5 40 पीसी कनेक्टेड।
40 पीसी? अरे भाई साहब, मर गई गांड, मर गई वाईफाई की।
लगा कैसे चल रहा होगा नेट।
हाय हाय।
ठीक है, और पैकेट लॉस भी आ रहा है बीच बीच में।
सभी का आ रहा होगा फिर तो वो।
मेन मैच हो रहे तब हमने अपना पीसी ऑफ कर लिया था।
अच्छा।
फिर स्टिल 10 पीसी कनेक्टेड, 11 एक स्पेक्टेटर का।
भाई फिर भी बहुत होता है भाई वो।
हाँ 11 पीसी कनेक्टेड। ठीक है, अब हुआ क्या, उनका मैच हुआ भाई, उनका पहले गया 0-12।
ओए 0-12?
आउटसाइडर वालों का 12, हमारे कॉलेज वाले से जो फर्स्ट ईयर वाले थे उनका 0।
ओए हाय।
उसमें डायमंड 2 था, 0 वालों में एक ही था डायमंड 2, बाकी सारे ब्रॉन्ज।
मतलब तुम्हारे कॉलेज वाले हारे?
नहीं वो कॉलेज का ही था, मतलब कॉलेज का ही है, कॉलेज का ही लगा लो वो की। मतलब टीम जो थी ए मान लो ए टीम अच्छा खेली थी, बी टीम के 0 स्कोर। तो हुआ क्या, बी टीम वाले ने पैकेट लॉस बहुत हुआ है।
हाँ।
ठीक है, उन्होंने कहा कि जब 7 के बाद हमारा पैकेट लॉस बहुत हुआ, उस चक्कर में उनको राउंड मिले। तो करा गया, उन्होंने बोला ठीक है रीस्टार्ट मारते, तो 0-7 तक वापस से करा।
हाँ।
फिर 0-7 के बाद वापस स्टार्ट हुआ।
हाँ।
0-7 के बाद वापस स्टार्ट हुआ। उन लोगों ने 2 राउंड निकाले, उसके बाद फिर 2-13 से हार गए।
हाय हाय। भाई फिर पैकेट लॉस नहीं बोले?
तो मतलब इतना हो गए, नाइफ हो गए वो लोग।
हाय हाय।
ठीक है, अब ये हुआ, अब आई अगला ही हमारा। अब उनके साथ नहीं, हमारे साथ किसी और टीम के साथ था। ठीक है,
तुम एक भी नहीं जीते क्या?
अरे बात तो सुनो, अरे हम क्वालिफाइंग राउंड खेल रहे थे।
अच्छा।
अब हुआ क्या हमारे साथ, सुनो तो हुआ क्या। अब हम लोग खेले लस्सी, मैं बना वो ओमेन, एसेंट मैप चुना हमने। ठीक है, और टॉस हुआ था अटैकिंग और डिफेंसिंग के लिए। लस्सी मेरा प्लान था अटैकिंग करेंगे पहले में ही, उनको घुस घुस के मारने का।
ओके।
तो जैसे ही वो कभी होता नहीं, सिक्का टेल पे रखा हो तो उछालो तो टेल ही आता है।
हाँ।
तो टेल पे था, उसने जैसे चला मैंने टेल चिल्ला दिया, मैं टेल। हम जीत गए, हम टॉस ही जीत गए।
फिर अटैकिंग साइड ली।
मैं कहा भाई टेल दिख गया था वो आते हुए। हमने कहा अटैकिंग मैप का, मैं इसे हमें ऑप्शन मिले थे एसेंट, बाइंड और हेवन।
ओके।
हमने कहा एसेंट ऑफ कोर्स।
बाइंड और हेवन तो भाई लग जाते हैं।
ओ भाई नहीं,
तेरी
हेवन अच्छा रहता।
तेरी टीम में कौन कौन है?
क्योंकि प्रैक्टिस नहीं होती।
तेरी टीम में कौन कौन था?
लस्सी, मैं, यागा, टिगेरो, राहुल।
हाँ दैया।
हाँ, अरे दैया, अरे सुनो तो किंग भाई, अब सामने वाली टीम का सीन सुनो। सामने वाली टीम की केजे डायमंड 2,
मेरा भी
बाकी
हुआ।
सब गोल्ड 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 गोल्ड,
हाय दैया, बच गया तुम तो।
गोल्ड 3 गोल्ड 2 गोल्ड 1, ठीक है।
सही है तुम्हारा तो।
अब सुनो, अब हम लोग गए लस्सी अकेला प्लेट 2, बाकी हम सब गोल्ड गोल्ड गोल्ड,
हाँ।
ठीक है। अब हम गए, हमने अटैकिंग दी, लस्सी बना जेट, मैं बना ओमेन, यागा बना गैको, साइफर बना ये
राहुल
और
सेज।
टिगेरो बना अपना
सेज।
ये क्या,
सेज।
सेज,
हाँ
ठीक है। हाँ सेज। अब पिराल भाई, घर से हम खेलते हैं ना, हम लोग फ्री माइंडली खेलते हैं।
हाँ
साला वहाँ लोग बैठ के देख रहे थे, ठीक है।
हाँ
अब लोग बैठ, अब पहला राउंड हुआ, लस्सी मैंने कहा, हमने प्लान बनाया था ना एंट्री का कल,
हाँ हाँ हाँ।
हमने जाके फेल दिया।
अच्छा।
हमने उन पे निकाले थे, हमने वो करे थे, 6-0 कर दिया उनका।
और हाँ हाँ तुम बताया था।
हमने बुली करा, ठीक है, हमने बुली करा, हम फिर 7 पे पहुंचे, उनका 7-2 हो गया,
अच्छा।
फिर 7 से हमारा 9 हो गया, ठीक है। उसके बाद हो गया 9-3।
हाय हाय।
और अब हुआ क्या, अब हम थर्ड ईयर के थे, वो सारे फर्स्ट ईयर के।
हाँ।
अब ऑफ कोर्स ही बात है, फर्स्ट ईयर सारे दोस्त थे आपस में, इधर उधर भी वो सारे। अब उनकी क्या हुआ, अब वो दूसरी टीम में भी उनके दोस्त थे,
हाँ।
है ना। अब उधर स्पेक्टेटर वाली स्क्रीन में सब देख रहे थे, जो लोग टीम के जो लोग खेल नहीं रहे थे वो स्पेक्टेटर स्क्रीन देख रहे थे,
हाँ हाँ हाँ।
ठीक है।
भीड़ भाड़ स्पेक्टेटर की स्क्रीन देख रही थी।
हाँ। तो अब हुआ क्या, हम लोगों ने जब राउंड निकाले तब एकदम शांत शांत हो रहे थे, उन लोगों की मुन फट रही है, वो एंट्री नहीं दे रहे,
ओके।
ना वो डिफेंस सही से कर रहे, केजे को पेल रहे घुस घुस के। तुम्हारे भाई का स्क्वाड किल हो गया,
ओके।
ठीक है। हम लोग एकदम वो हुआ, अब हुआ क्या, उनका एक राउंड निकल गया,
हाँ।
भाई इधर पूरी हूटिंग चल गई।
भाई देख, पता है
6-0 में से उनका एक राउंड निकल गया, इधर हूटिंग
भाई ये सब सिंपैथी का खेल है, सब सिंपैथी है बस भाई, और कुछ नहीं है।
अब हुआ क्या ना, पता है अब ये हूटिंग से दिक्कत क्या हुई।
अरे एक ही बंदा, एक मेरे को समझ नहीं आ रही, एक बंदे की यहाँ फोटो की लगा रखी है, वो कुछ दिक्कत हो गई क्या?
कहाँ पे?
एक चेयर लगा रखी है एक्स्ट्रा, और चेयर पे एक बंदे की। हाँ
हाँ, तो हुआ क्या, अब हुआ क्या, हूटिंग से दिक्कत क्या हुई, हूटिंग से हुआ क्या, हमारे कमल भाई सहम गए।
हाँ दिमाग खराब हो जाता है भाई, कॉन्फिडेंस
सहम गए, मतलब उसको ना वो ये हो गया, इतने सारे लोग देख रहे हैं, अब
कॉन्फिडेंस की माचू जाती है।
अब मैंने हेडफोन लगा के, मैंने ईयरपीस निकाले नहीं, मैं कहा बाहर का ज्यादा नॉइज आए ना, है ना। अब पता पंती क्या हुई, अब जो इधर स्पेक्टेट कर रहे थे वो उन्हों की टीम को, हम लोग जैसे राहुल साइफर था, साइफर अकेले, वो लोग स्प्लिट खेल रहे थे। साला 2-3 राउंड ना मुझे समझ में नहीं आया, जब साइड पे कोई अकेला रहता तभी एंट्री दे देते वो लोग।
अच्छा।
इतना एक्यूरेट तो नहीं हो सकते।
अच्छा।
मिड नहीं आ रहे, सीधा साइड पे रश दे रहे। बाद में पता लगा, मैंने ईयरपीस एक साइड का निकाला तो पता लगा इधर वाले कह रहे कि भाई साइफर बी पे अकेले, बी पे जाओ, सारे बी पे जाओ।
हाय हाय,
पूरी कॉल दे दी बहन चोद हमारी।
सी भाई सी भाई, तुमने बोला नहीं ऐसे, तुमने बोला नहीं ऐसे फात में,
हाँ
तुमने बोला नहीं ये चीज।
अरे हम राहुल ट्रैश टॉक पे आ गया, राहुल कह रहा क्यों वैसे नहीं हो रहा क्या तुम लोगों से, उन लोगों ने ओडिन निकाल ली।
अरे भाई देख, लोकल लेवल पे यही तो दिक्कत होती है, कुछ मैनेजमेंट नहीं रहता।
अब उन्होंने ना ओडिन, हमारे टाइम में ओडिन से तो पिट गए थे वो लोग, ठीक है। अब क्या, वो लस्सी मेरा प्लान, अब हमारे आ रहे 90 FPS बस, मर मरा के 90 FPS 60 हर्ट्ज की स्क्रीन। और लस्सी मेरे को डाउट था कि साला हमने ऑप या स्नाइपर ली, ये ना हो कि बेंचेस हम टिक करते जाए वो स्प्रे में निकाल जाए हमें,
ऑब्वियस सी बात है।
ऑप स्नाइपर ली। अब हुआ क्या, 9 से 9-10 हो गया स्कोर, 9-3 से, ठीक है। अब लगातार 9, फिर 10-11 हुआ। लस्सी, हमने सामने वालों की ऑफ गिरा दी, लस्सी मैंने ऑफ उठाई, ठीक है। हमने 9-11 के बाद हमने 10-11 कर दिया था ऑफ से। अब लस्सी मेरे को बेंच पहली ऑफ उठा लेते। हमने ऑफ इस चक्कर में नहीं, हमें डाउट था पैकेट लॉस ना, क्योंकि पैकेट लॉस पता है क्या हुआ,
दिक्कत देता है भाई।
मैं ऑफ चला रहा, हम जो हारे एक 9-12 जो हुआ, 10-12 हुआ जो, मैंने ऑफ चलाई, वो सोवा सामने खड़ा है, ऑफ क्लिक करी, सोवा एकदम मतलब तुम लगा लो मेरे क्लोज रेंज में, ये भी नहीं मूवमेंट दे रहा है, गोली आर पार चली गई।
अबे वो सब छोड़ भाई, लेकिन जो तूने सीन बताया, ये तुमने बताया नहीं उनको, स्पेक्टेटर जो कर रहे थे साले ऑर्गेनाइजर जो
नहीं कर सकते वो लोग क्या करेंगे,
फेयर गेम प्ले चल रहा था।
नहीं
हैं?
पैकेट लॉस नहीं, उसकी बात कर
नहीं
रहे
नहीं
हो,
नहीं
जो
उसकी
calls
उस
दे रहे थे।
जो वो कॉल्स की बात है।
हाँ कुछ नहीं
कॉल्स
करते,
वाला
वो लोग
भाई,
क्या
कॉल्स
करेंगे।
वाला भाई हम बोला अब वो भाई वो पूरा मिली भगत चल रही थी ना उधर सब, जो
हाय।
कोऑर्डिनेटर था वही कॉल दे रहा था दल्ला।
भाई ये कैसा चुतिया आप है भाई?
वही अबे वो सारे वो हो गए बेंचो एक साथ, हम लोगों की सारी लोकेशन रिवील हो रही थी और मैं वही कह रहा, मैं कहा बेंचो बड़ा गलत तरीके से साइट में घुस रही है।
चीज
मतलब तुम लगा लो जब उनको कॉल नहीं मिली थी स्टिंगर से निकाला था उन्हें,
हाय हाय।
विदाउट शील्ड था।
तो ये तेरे को पता कब चला था ये बात?
ये पता तब लगा था जब वो साइफर वाली बात बताई।
तुम पोस्ट प्लांट खेलने का नहीं सोचा फिर तुमने कि हटाओ साला
पोस्ट प्लांट की बात ही नहीं थी, उन्हें पता था ना हम कहाँ पे हैं। हम स्प्लिट भी कितना स्प्लिट, वो स्प्लिट हो गए पूरा, इधर हो रहा है कभी उधर हो रहा।
चुतिया भाई, भाई लोकल लेवल पे यही दिक्कत होती है, कुछ मैनेजमेंट नहीं होता, आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते।
गगन भाई पर गगन भाई ने गैको आज खेला अच्छा, टाइम पे प्लांट दिया भाई ने। और भाई राहुल भाई के ट्रिप्स आज ना बड़े सेक्सी चले साले।
वो तो भाई कल देख लिया था मैंने,
ऐसा हुआ नहीं साइड में बंदा घुसने दिया, वो बस कॉल नहीं देते ना दल्ले लोग,
गांड फाड़ देते।
दल्ले माइनर
क्या गे
भाई यार भाई गगन मैं इसको वो बता रहा हूँ जो वो लोग कॉल दे रहे थे सामने वाली टीम को।
ओ भाई बहुत गलत।
गाली दे, यागा गाली दे।
नहीं यार मैं मूड में नहीं हूँ।
दुख हो रहा होगा ना भाई,
मूड खराब कर दिया उन लोगों ने कॉल देके, हम बुली कर रहे थे उन लोगों को।
डिसअपॉइंटमेंट भाई, डिसअपॉइंटमेंट।
मतलब पुराइल भाई तू समझ रहे हो, बुली हम लोग, मतलब एक होता है कि हम हंस रहे हैं, हम स्माइल दे रहे थे उन्हें राउंड जीतने के बाद।
फिर वो हमें स्माइल दे रहे, कल वो उनकी
भाई वो तो भाई उनका भाई वो साथ दे गए सब लोग साला।
ओ
गलत
भाई
बात है।
मेरे को सोच, मैंने हेडफोन लगाए हुए ठीक है, मेरे को फिर भी आवाज आ रही भाई साइफर बी पे खेला है। मैं टीम पे कह रहा हूँ भाई बीजो बेंजो ने कॉल मिल रही है, पर अब उससे पहले ही खत्म हो गया, सब लोकेशन मिल रही है भाई, उनको भी
बात तो सही है,
होगा यार
ऑब्वियसली।
और
उन्होंने
एक तो क्या सेटिंग थी, हमारी 5 ट्रैक्स, हमारी 5 पीसी अपने साथ ही 5, मेरे को पीसी घुमा के खेलना पड़ रहा, वो भी घुमा के खेल रहे, फिर भी देखे जाता है कल क्या
यार पता है दिक्कत कहाँ पे हुई, दिक्कत वहाँ पे हुई जहाँ लस्सी भी सहम गया था साला। लस्सी ना हूटिंग के बाद ना हल्का वो हो गया, उस चक्कर में ना वो एम उसका बिगड़ गया पूरा।
हो जाता है भाई यही
99% क्राउन जैसे
भाई पूरा ट्राई हार्ड दिया साला, एमवीपी बन के निकला हूँ मैं।
जैसी वो राउंड जीत रहे भाई, सब पूरा क्राउड 99% सारा क्राउड भाई।
कितने लोग देख रहे थे?
अबे 20-25 से ज्यादा भाई,
ये तो तुम्हारा छिछोरे वाला सीन कर दिया, छिछोरे वाला सीन कर दिया।
अरे भाई फिर
हाँ वही
भाई सोचो 6-0 में से तुम एक राउंड जीते और हूटिंग हो जाए पूरी।
कह रहा हूँ भाई 20-0 भाई, हमारा मैच हमारा वाला मैच सबने देखा भाई, क्योंकि टेंस था, उन्होंने कमबैक करा भाई पूरा।
9-3 वाली चीज हो गई थी, 9-3 जब हुआ था ना सालों, उन सब में ना वो हो गया था कि ये जीतने चाहिए अब।
9-3 का
लस्सी अगर सहमता नहीं ना हम निकाल देते, लस्सी भाई भी हमारे थोड़े सहम गए।
कोई बात नहीं भाई,
राहुल तो ट्रैश टॉक पे आ गया था सीधा सीधा कहता तुमसे वैसे नहीं हो रहा क्या?
वो लगा पोड़ा पट्टी।
ओ भाई और राहुल एकदम से उठा, क्यों वैसे नहीं हो रहा क्या तुमसे बिना कॉल के?
मुझसे चुप करा राहुल को, राहुल भाई हम तो खुद स्टार्टिंग क्या बात हुई थी, मुझे भी खेलने आया, तुम सीरियस हो रहे हो।
बट राहुल के ट्रिप तगड़े चले थे भाई। और भाई टिगेरो भाई का सोचो, टिगेरो भाई का वहां पे भी पैकेट लॉस तो छोड़ो, वैनगार्ड बंद हो गया।
वैनगार्ड
अरे बंद, राइट क्लाइंट बंद समझो।
तो यहाँ पे
चल देते 3000 पैकेट लॉस।
तो यहाँ पे तो होते रहते हैं भाई टिगरों के साथ, मैंने ये नोटिस करा है।
नहीं अरे हाँ, अरे हम सबका सेम नेट है साला। मैंने मोबाइल डाटा ऑन करा, मोबाइल पे 500 एमबीपीएस आ रहा था।
तेरे फोटोज देखी? फोटोज देखी?
हाँ मैंने देखी, जीता कोई और ही था।
सेकंड आए हैं
वो लोग रनर अप रहे ना, वो दूसरे वाले। उनके साथ होता है यार, मजा आता है उनके साथ खेलने का मन था यार कसम से। यार सही में भाई हमारा भी ना आमने सामने वाला सीन होना चाहिए था,
मजा तभी आता है।
वो गलत हो गया साला बगल बगल वाला।
वो भाई साहब वो बोल रहे हैं कॉल सारी सुनाई दे रही थी कल, सारी नहीं थोड़ी थोड़ी।
बट फिर भी
भाई समझो उन मेरे साथ पता है क्या हुआ था, मैं बोट हाउस में था,
हाँ
उनका सेज मार रहा, उनका रेना मार रहा, उनका ओमेन ठीक था, स्मोक दे रहा था बस,
हाँ
ठीक है। अब हुआ क्या, अब मैं बोट हाउस में अकेला, ये सारे मर गए। बोट हाउस में सेज ने वॉल कर दी एक साइड से ताकि मैं निकल ना पाऊं,
हाँ हाँ
और वॉल पे चढ़ गई, इधर से रेना रश, और ओमेन जो था लेफ्ट साइड डब्बे के ऊपर।
हाँ।
तुम्हारे भाई को पता नहीं कौन सा गॉड जागा, पैरानोया दिया, सेज को मारा, रेना निकाली, ओमेन निकाली,
अरे
टक
वेट
टक टक मार चुके हो भाई। क्लच स्टार्टिंग में इतना बुली करा था उन्हें, बट भाई
भाई
सही में यार।
मैंने देखा भाई जो हमने राउंड जीते हैं ना अटैकिंग में, अरे भाई ने जिताया,
कौन
मैंने जिताया
कौन
भाई होवे
देख ले देख ले
फिर
देख ले।
क्या हुआ है, फर्स्ट सोवा है उनका, सेकंड मैं हूँ, फिर 2 के बाद फिर साइफर आया है अपना। नहीं भाई का मैं बोलूंगा, भाई ने प्लांट और अल्ट सेक्सी करा आज भाई, बट ए साइड पे होपलेस हो गए, ये डाउट पे चला गया साला, इधर डिफेंड कर, गेट बंद कर गया हूँ।
मैं था कि मैं डब्बे छुपू, मैं कब सामने
यार
से आ
उन
जाते,
लोगों
गेट
ने
बंद कर देंगे, उन्होंने
पता
जबेंटी
है
मार दी।
किंग भाई, पता है लिटरली क्या कॉल दी थी किंग भाई?
हाँ
किंग भाई इनको कॉल दी थी, ए से एंट्री मत देना, वन वे स्मोक है, ट्री से चले जाओ, खाली पड़ा है,
हाँ
सारे ट्री से रश मार गए,
सारे के सारे।
मिल रही है उन्हें। हाँ जी।
सारे भाई ब्लाइंड लौड़ा लहसुन सब डाल दिया।
और भाई पता है वो बढ़िया खेल रहे थे, वो स्प्लिट खेल रहे थे, वो बी पे पिक लेके हम जैसे भी सारे
अबे
बी
वो
भागते
घंटा
वो
स्प्लिट
एक प्लान
खेलते थे
कर
भाई, वो उनका इंटेंशनल था ही नहीं।
कर लो तो
बकचोदी कर रहे थे वो बस।
हमने भी
तो
अटैकिंग
पता
में
लगता है
प्रैक्टिस की, हमने कहा डिफेंडिंग में संभाल लेंगे, डिफेंडिंग ट्रिप ट्रुप से, पर इतना हुआ नहीं।
अटैकिंग तो बोली नहीं, डिफेंडिंग हम संभाल लेते, वो बस वहां चल गई ना, उन लोगों का दल्लापंती कर दिया यार।
अब जो हमारे पहला मैच था ना, वो तो बड़ा बुरा
हाँ
हारे,
चल
उनकी तो तारीफ ही नहीं हुई जो हारे।
कोई तो
अब
आने
आज
रहा, क्या करेगा
थोड़ा
जाके।
बहुत तो बोला ही भाई, तारीफ तो हुई
पहले
भाई।
खेला तो तगड़ा था भाई,
ये तो इधर पड़ा हुआ है, शाश्वत मना कर दे, बोला कल आएंगे।
मैंने भाई कल कब जाना है?
बी साइड पे
भाई पहले उठूं तो अब तो माँ की चूत, मेरे पैर दर्द कर रहे हैं।
आता है शुभम के साथ आता है,
ओ भाई तो लेट ना कर दियो भाई।
बात कर रहा है
यार
फोन पे।
मैं निकलूंगा, मैं मेरे यहाँ से खाली रास्ता है साले।
दादे को उठा दो सुबह,
हाँ?
तू ये बोल कितने बैठा हो सुबह, तू बता 4 बजे
क्या कर रहा है शुभम?
ओए,
4 बजे
बहुत ठीक है
साले।
अब तो शाश्वत को लेकर आना,
मैंने गुरुद्वारा जाना है सुबह सुबह।
चले जा।
तुम लेने जा रहे हो? अच्छा जा।
मुझे उठाइयो ना तू आराम से 10 बजे।
ओ लन्ना
हाँ जी बोलो चेंज।
भाई
अरे गुत्ता को तो फोन कर।
कितने बजे रिपोर्टिंग टाइम?
अबे भाई
यार अभी तो फुटबॉल खेलने गया था,
एंट्री की शायद टाइम,
गुत्ता
सॉरी
को फोन करा।
यार मैं ओ यार पार्किंग कहाँ करेंगे ओए वहाँ पे? हाँ
अंडर
और किसी के साथ बैडमिंटन भाग गया।
है ना, तो जल्दी चलेंगे, जल्दी कर देंगे ना पार्क। इस साले फर्स्ट ईयर वाले भी बड़े वो हो रहे, सारी गाड़ी ले आते हैं।
वही तो कह रहा हूँ यार।
आ जाऊंगा मैं 9:30 तक पहुंच जाऊंगा बेबी, मेरे घर से ज्यादा दूर नहीं है, मेरे को पूरा खाली रास्ता है मेरे यहाँ।
मैं तो कमल के साथ आ रहा हूँ ना।
बस चल रही है।
हाँ
तुम्हारे कॉन्सर्ट कितने बजे शुरू है?
तो कमल को जल्दी उठाना है, तू तो वह जम्बड़ी की उठ में रहती, कमल को फोन करना पड़ेगा।
मेरे को तो ये दल्ला राहुल उठा देगा।
यार उठाई दो
भाई बोल दे, ये आखिरी था।
ओ भाई मैं तो खुद सोने वाला।
भाई 9-3 लग गया था, इधर भी 9-3 लग गया भाई।
कल जनेब
भाई इधर भी 9-3 लग गया।
मैंने भी शॉपिंग कर ली, मेरी भी शर्ट और पैंट मिली।
नाइस वन भाई।
कम ऑन, बॉस था वो, बॉस था वो, खत्म कर।
कोई मिल गया।
गगन भाई थक गए भाई, कांड मर गई यार।
भाई
तो
पैसे मिले नहीं मिले? पैसे मिले नहीं मिले?
नहीं आया, पैसे भी नहीं मिले, मजा भी नहीं आया।
हारने के पैसे क्यों मिलेंगे भाई?
नहीं गार्ड मराने के।
नहीं फिर तो मेरे को तो बहुत मिलना चाहिए जिसमें मैं गया था भाई। टिंटिन की कोई, अरे टिंटिन के कोई दोस्त लोग होंगे, उनके साथ गया मैं। टिंटिन जाने तक तो दोस्त ने मेरे को भेज दिया भाई, लेजिट भाई सामने भाई 3 इमॉर्टल के 2 डायमंड के, और मेरी टीम में 2 जने।
नहीं किंग भाई, आपने ना सुना नहीं हमने क्या कॉन्वर्सेशन करी।
नहीं वो मैंने नहीं सुना।
पुराइल भाई आपने स्ट्रीम पे तो आया है नहीं? पुराइल भाई
हाँ तो उसके बाद का भी आया जिसके अंदर मैंने बोला कि नहीं सुना मैंने।
ईशान
बताओ कि 10th फाइनल में पहुंच गया।
नहीं सेंट्रल से अच्छी टीम नहीं है।
क्या?
सेंट्रल फालतू टीम है।
क्या हेलो
ओ
क्या
भाई
हाँ सेंट्रल फालतू टीम है।
किंग भाई थोड़ा वो
लेजिट फॉर
थोड़ा
रियल।
ना वो जमीन पे रखा करो।
ना लेजिट फॉर रियल बहुत बेकार टीम है सेंट्रल।
नहीं किंग भाई फॉर रियल।
मैं 10th भाई मैं
हाँ तो 10 अच्छा प्लेयर होता है। 10 के अच्छा होने से क्या होता है?
तो भाई वो
टीम की तो टीम
भाई विराट अच्छा प्लेयर है तो विराट सीवी में ना सपोर्ट तो करते हैं।
हाँ नहीं सपोर्ट तो करता हूँ सपोर्ट तो हर बार करता हूँ।
भाई दिल जीतते हैं भाई, दिल जीतते हैं बस दिल।
चलो भाई तुम लोग खेलो मैं चलता हूँ।
ओके भाई बाय।
नहीं खेल तो हम भी नहीं रहे वैसे।
मैं तो सोने को और बस 5 मिनट में।
क्या बोल गया ये हार्दिक ओए? भाई एक मिनट मैं प्रोसेस अब भी नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ। कुछ भी पक गया ये तो।
सोच भाई मैं 8 बजे सोने वाला था 8:30 सोने
ये वो
वाला
नहीं होता वो जो क्रिकेट मैच चलता है तो भाई ये नहीं थोड़ा सा फील्डर को इधर रहना चाहिए था।
आहो गलत बात है किंग भाई।
उल्लू भाई वॉच पार्टी कर रहे हैं।
हाँ जी पाजी
पर देख कौन कर रहा है?
कोई नहीं अभी तो शुरू में आए थे मैं ही देख रहा
कौन
हूँ।
आया?
रजत आया था 3-4 लौंडे और आए थे मतलब देखने चैट किसी
पूरा मैच देखोगे क्या?
हाँ वीकेंड है कल।
अच्छा सैटरडे है ना। आई ओ मैं तो अभी भाई कीबोर्ड माउस लगाया भी नहीं पीसी में वापस हिम्मत नहीं हो रही।
मेरे को भी नींद आ रही है वैसे तो।
नहीं भाई मैं अभी मेरी मौत होगी।
सुबह
होगा पुनर्जन्म।
12 बजे सो रहे हो कोई फायदा नहीं होने का उसका।
ओह
भाई
भाई स्पाइक कहाँ पर है? अरे फिर भी क्या ही
चलो
है।
ओके पुराइल भाई यार चलते हैं यार।
ओके
हालत
भाई
नहीं आज। ओके बाय शब्बा खैर।
सुबह कर रहे
डिस्कनेक्ट हुआ मैं। हाँ।
ये बंदा खेल कहाँ से रहा है साला?
things get a little bit more interesting. I will say for the Heretics side, I'm always happy to see teams putting a little bit more stock in buying a piece of utility rather than just buying an extra ghost or something like that. Because that was the plan there, to try and use a couple of extra flashes on Padatech and use Paranoia for the same. There was a world where they catch a couple of players there. They even get them with the Paranoia, they're just unable to actually convert. But ultimately, KC Weather, the Storm, managed to win those fights. But now is where things get interesting. Now, bear in mind, their weaponry is a bit weaker, so they're going to try and go aggressive. The flash is good, but it does seem like Shimmer's a little bit ahead of it.
I think it's an awkward enough angle as well when you're trying to quickly pace your way through. The Gecko flash moves quite slow. I think mainly focused on mid there as well. You know, for KC, disadvantage, it's still workable. But the weaponry weaknesses, 3 Bulldogs alongside a Stinger, they need to keep numbers in favor of fighting, and close range makes it even better. A little ambitious from Miniboo. Perhaps the idea being he's got the information to play off of now.
Oh.
A little bit awkward.
कैमरा अंदर लगा रखा वो।
Free kill.
Oh,
अबे
Brian's stuck in a corner. Turning in this back into a 3v3. They've only just managed to find Magnum's cam as well, so he's revealed another. I think it's though Benji and Boo.
2v1
still standing. Martin is going to try and get this one.
Nice.
Benji there on the peak. It will be the round taken for Heretics, but a costly one. A decent amount of damage done with what was Bulldogs and a few SMGs.
True. It could definitely open the door to cause problems further down the line for the Heretics squad.
Martin Magnum Tosishin.
Needs to be a flawless couple of rounds. Yeah, like you see that player fighting inside, right? The flash catches him. If he's a step forward, it doesn't. It's unlucky, really. Just a chin.
Fresh display में खेलते हैं सारे.
So far, but Heretics, as you said, they had a slightly shorter route, but without dropping a map, they've made it here. And by the looks of it, they want to continue that trend. This is KC's map pick. They're on double the rounds. KC are putting all their credits into this one. Sure, there was damage.
Mid से थोड़ा चलते हुए 3 बंदे mid में entry. Oh बेटे. Damn.
Just a little bit of spam. And Thomas, he's already gone. The main defense on the site. A couple of teammates jumping to the aid of Miniboo. sure he doesn't get caught out by spams, but the rest of the players are all sectioned out from the site, just trying to reclaim some control into market, clearing into mid, but Magnum's gone down as well. Again, these spam shots just seem to be doing so much damage. Finally, Narrate is able to find one back, make things look at least a little bit more competitive, and Miniboo with an uncharacteristic whiff is going to give this back to a possible round for KC.
Wow. Wow.
Is good though. That's Martine down. Who's going to defuse? Well, there's still a little guy to work with, but they're looking to scrap instead. Narrate finding one, then sending the man out to defuse. He's going to hold it close inside the smoke. He's got the first. That's a third kill in the round and a chance to take it all the way.
Nice.
Tech interrupts him at the worst possible moment. 11-5. It comes close, but again, we tip the balance in favor of Heretics. 2 more rounds to close this out.
Randomly pick गई बेचारी.
1-0 on their opponent's map pick.
Yeah, I think that comes down to just the last bullet. A little bit unlucky. I also think Boo maybe got baited a little bit by the just forgetting that he has a wingman. Because he goes running through like, he's defusing. When he's still holding on to it. 11-5 though. Heretics firmly in the lead. Sending Miniboo out as a one-man tank. Leading that charge. Now the fact is, although the weapons are weak, the read from KC is spot on. 4 players on this side of the map. They're hearing the drone, they're hearing the noise.
खत्म हो चुका है.
They're going to know that they've got this one right.
Everybody's waiting. No one wants to make that first move for KC. They've got the numbers here, right? You just hope that Heretics burst through. They control across the map and a cam as well to spot market. There's no need to over-rotate. They'll put most of their eggs in one basket.
Revealing area.
Now it's time. The utility's coming. They know they've made the right gamble. They still need to see the reward for it. Martine, the first to find a kill and clean.
Finger पे निकाल गए.
Damage done onto Boo. The kill only 1 before the trade comes through. This is looking nasty. Boo even contemplating bailing out of here with the ultimate, and indeed he will. Sending it to their spawn. They've heard him. They're close enough. Shin has that information to play with. The players also moving into spawn. The cross here dangerous. It's being watched by so many of KC's players. You still have Martine and Magnum holding strong and keeping Patatek back. And the crossover for Boo, he might think he's got the sight, but actually there's someone here waiting for him. The rotate's already come in from Shin. The angle's a little off. Couple seconds left, and he's gone. Surely now he can just defuse it. So far away, Patatek doesn't stand a chance. Knife out. He's running, but he'll never get there in time. And the nade, well, it comes in after the round is already over. A disaster. Team Heretics. It's KC back on the board.
Yeah, fantastic read coming out from them to have that initial stack up, and it just becomes a little bit panicky. I don't mind the initial TP spot. I was thinking that'll be a position where they could sort of pincer the players if they try and rotate. Yeah. The only problem is the time. Like eventually it got to a point where Boo had to try and move, and Shin was just waiting for a player to go for the plant. Heretics, even though it's only the first buying round that we've actually seen go in their opponent's favor. They're going to take an early pause. Finance is definitely a little bit on the brink for them, and if they're going to try and risk it and do some damage here, they're going to want to have a talk with the coach.
Well, the smile's no longer on the faces of the Heretics coaching staff, but they don't need to feel too tense just yet. A 5-round lead that can quickly slip away from you in a game like Valorant. A couple mistakes, and KC are right back on you. But for Heretics on this attack side, you have to think that round is coming. Miniboo's been a little bit quiet. They've shut him down a couple of times in the last few rounds. And eventually, he will find his mark. He'll show up. I have to say Rian's as well. I feel like when he's put back against the wall into a corner, he's able to punch out and at least take 2 down with him a lot of the time. He's been having some really good rounds, I think, especially with Benji on B on the defensive side. It's been very impressive to watch. So much more needed from this squad. A couple seconds left before we get into the thick of it.
11-6 वैसे चल रहा है अभी.
Is online. Some sort of a safety net to fall back on.
एक और shock dart.
As said, a lot of their strengths on the defensive side did come down to their retakes.
ये कहाँ जा रहा है shock dart भाई? Hello?
If this lands outside the map, I'm gonna laugh so hard. We just follow it the whole way.
Good. It's good.
हैं?
Great.
डबल बाउंस पे कराया.
I'll tell you that.
ओह कैमरा.
That would have looked really cool. Unfortunately, it's not.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
I don't mind.
Magnum just
दिमाग
watched
तो
that
है
land. Look, nice try. Nice
Obviously VCT है.
How'd you
But
know? I saw it.
camera was not there.
Stuns
Okay.
on the back of sight, but Shin again, he's gonna have his head screwed on properly.
Oh,
and
the
able to-
timing!
No one's watching. That's such a big gap.
भाई अगर पहले ये मर जाता हो
Open
मन,
for KC, and
वो तो भाई कोई दिक्कत ही नहीं थी.
spraying through smoke, Rians is down. And this Heretics hold. Plant in that same position, spam through the smoke.
चलो
Swan
जी.
needs to be damn
Ooh,
good
ooh.
to get out of this one.
Nice.
Minibu hits a few shots, but not enough. 11-7, the gap down to 4.
7-11, 11-7.
Again, weaponry weak, but that was still a scenario where you felt like there was an opportunity once they got into the post plant, until a second later Shin peeks into the entire team facing the wrong way. So maybe a few slip-ups here and there. But ultimately, everybody
पहले
wanted
ओमन
to try
को
and
हाँ
retreat.
बात
It's
तो वो ये
unfortunate as
डिफ्यूज
well
हो गया.
because coming into the round, Patatek was the one with the rifle. So although it drops into somebody else's hands, if he's facing the right way, they actually could have taken that one. Starting to believe 4 rounds the difference, and well, a streak of 4 rounds for KC on their defense in series versus other team has been.
4 इधर है, 1 उधर है. वहाँ पे बस उनका साइफर है.
For now, though, I am looking at the ults that are available. Overdrive for mini boot.
अच्छा यहाँ से भी कुछ हो जा रहा है क्या इनका? हाँ हो.
Having no command now online with that orb taken and the Hunter's Fury. That's where you can easily see a little bit of ult spam taking over the round. It looks like that they might be opting to try and challenge into middle. That's where the majority are going at the moment.
Yeah, slow bleed into this control. We saw the smoke put up top mid,
यहाँ पर है.
blocking them off, but KC have got some wide coverage with their traps on this round. Understandable considering the stack, and I mean it's rare to see so many players on that A side off of next to nothing. I mean,
ऊपर से कैमरा भी चेक कर रहा है.
they must have their ideas on the back of it, and I think some element of it is
45 seconds.
he can break down their utility, blitz in, and he better do a damn good job, or someone on Heretics better, because they are shifting to the wrong side of the map, straight into A. Ult pop. Now this is on C. He's running it through the cam as a
ये तो B पर प्लांट कर रहा है.
not being blocked out, and it's actually seen him. Okay, it's destroyed, but only one player there. No more noise heard. They're sticking on A. They haven't fallen for it at all. In fact, they're primed and ready to duel. Heretics are the ones caught off guard, you would think.
Oh भाई.
Down in the open, 2 players protecting, 10 seconds to get that spike planted. They need to go for it now with a cross from Shin. He's down. Only a couple seconds to plant. The coverage needs to be there, and it's not. The pistol. The time already gone.
Damn.
KC not down and out of it yet. The gap
ये
is now
एक मिनट, ये बंदा कौन था? हाथ में कलावा बांध रखा है भाई बंदे ने.
Because in most cases you are going to have your Cypher in that position, unable to check that cam, but it's the round where KC just put all their eggs in one basket, look to play the retake, and because of that, they have everybody sat there waiting. And obviously Patatek's just a little bit too far behind to really have much impact in the round. The concept good, but unfortunately for Heretics, it looks like a blunder from afar. Well, that streak of rounds really starting to build up for KC. Financially a good spot, ultimate points in a great spot. One off of Viper's Pit, Showstopper, Thrash online already. And unfortunately for Heretics, they're back down to the pistols.
a lot of weaknesses in this round. Really nice to see KC playing the big brain version of Valorant. Cypher other side, bait out that ultimate from Patatek. Round falls to pieces. Now that's a good adaptation, a good read. But there's plenty more to be seen. Again, that shock dart thrown through, and again, the camera stays alive. Repositioned a couple times, directly above the door. I think we've seen it here before for sure. Maybe a little bit left in the last round, but for Heretics, it means that while they think they're robbing KC of information, they're absolutely not. KC are a step ahead. They know what control they've given up. And now they know this player's in market. Now the alarm bells start to ring. It's pretty clearly a B hit, but trading out the numbers.
4v3.
Magnum on 5 HP definitely does get worried. We just saw Thrash pulled into the arm of Narrate. He's going to use this to clear out market completely. Going to the side, in fact, fully committing. They need to be quick if they want to capitalize on that space. And the problem is, if they're quick, they might just run into Miniboo. Plan still not found. A couple of seconds left to get this done. Mosh pit burned down, but good kill for Miniboo. He doesn't know there's a player up top, and that is awkward. But it gets there in the end. Showstopper for the spike. The ground secured now. The question, how much damage can Benji Fishy get away with? And it's almost all of them. The time is the only thing that saves KC from a possible blunder of a round. In the end, they'll even get Benji.
Damn.
That's all right for his finances. Probably the better thing in the end, but a nice amount of damage. It's one of those things where I'm looking at this round, and all in all, it isn't bad for Heretics. Like, they go in with pistols and one rifle. One player survives on the other side, and they burned up 2 pretty high-impact ults. So,
Omen nikala.
KC may be feeling the pressure a little bit on that one, but even still, they keep the 4-round streak going. Both teams now having both of their pauses used to the attacker side. It's clear where they feel the confidence. As it's looking like we could be seeing back-to-back dominant
एक बंदा गायब है.
defensive halves. That said though, that Hunter's Fury has been online for a while. I'm still yet to see that true mini-boo round. It's coming eventually. I don't know when.
एक बंदा गायब है. मतलब रिमोटली खेल रहा होगा, कुछ इशू होगा, बट एक बंदा गायब है. उसका वेबकैम भी नहीं दिखा रखे, इसलिए डेस्क पे उसकी सिर्फ फोटो रखी हुई है. हाँ, डिस्कशन चल रहा है. डिस्कशन देख कैसे खुश हो रही है. केसी भी अच्छा खेल रही है भाई. कारमाइन कॉर्प भाई, कारमाइन कॉर्प 11-9 शेन टीम हेड ग्रीन. हाँ, ये RIENS, ये जो भी बंदा ये गायब है. देखो ये गायब है. ये फोटो लगा रखी है. ये देखो. और क्या
reliably like some of the other ones in play for KC.
केसरिया तेरा कैमरा है क्या ऊपर वो रेड
they've got in their belt. Hasn't been landing as much as we'd like to see.
Don't get in my way. चलो एंट्री एकदम बंद कर दी है.
Big headache for the attacking side. The control taken. I mean, even look at the fallback for this squad now. If they want to leave elbow straight through
Right
a
check
pit,
करेगा अभी.
and that is a dangerous thing to do, especially with Magnum lurking.
I like where they've placed the trip though, because it at least allows them a chance to go back. Because they'll know if somebody's pushed that far forward.
एक साइड पे अल्ट है, एक साइड पे.
Utility that's in play, and now they are in that.
एक साइड पे अल्ट है, एक साइड पे ये.
They either have to go forward or they have to go back past players. Magnum may be aware of the potential of them being in this position, but they haven't made a whole lot of noise. And almost just pausing here might actually start to put a few doubts in the minds of their opponent.
केसरिया तेरा.
Yeah, you see the rotation no longer got Magnum in the pit covering the back. Instead he's falling back, checking his cam, seeing there's no one on B.
अच्छा ये अभी KO अटैकिंग KO ने यूज करा है. नाइस.
The post plant will be played for the retake attempt.
लगी तो होगी. All bank के through.
It hasn't gone according to plan to start with, but they're not going to throw themselves at this and let it slip away. Hunter's Fury used massive damage. He can
गया. दो बंदे गए.
KC didn't need this now. Has to step it up, and it's Magnum or Shin.
3v4 भाई. Literally भाई 2v4.
Have their back against the wall. Great flash. That might have brought them back in. The ult used. The hat off the head to reveal these players.
2v2. Cypher versus Omen. Cypher versus Cypher and Omen और अपना एक सोवा. बट लेकिन डिफ्यूज नहीं मार रहा था वो. ले. चलो. It was nice, but okay. 12-9 हो गया है.
From stealing a map that at halftime looked like it was in the bag, it almost jumped back out.
New Rian's picture coming up. A little bit less. I feel like he was better dressed yesterday, I'll be honest.
You think so?
Yeah.
Didn't put a suit on for the finals?
No. Look, this was an unbelievable ult, though. The amount of
दो
damage
बंदे
on the
थे
initial
साहब.
hit, like, there's no assists there. That's all Rian's doing the
और इस ब्लाइंड में ओमन दो निकाल गया था.
Solid paranoia through from Shin. It isn't quite going to be enough for them to take this round back. OT guaranteed.
इसमें निकाल देंगे लग रहा है. TH जीत जाएगा.
A break from the scoreboard for Heretics. And even now,
Find दिया बी पर
you
कोई
look at
नहीं
the
है.
finances,
ए पर
Blues have to go down to a Guardian, reserve
Defending
cash
side
only
में.
on Mini-Boo. Looking like they might pick up the pace here, Mitch, as they've headed right into the
Paranoid है के थ्रू. मिड का डोर बंद.
Has been picked all the way up, and the idea here that
Cypher
the
के through.
lurking support player can hopefully pick up a couple.
Okay,
He might
KO
just
मिड
get
पर
some
है.
value for money, because remember, Heretics have been so good
ऊपर
at
चढ़ी
running
हुई
the
रेस
clock
और
down.
यहाँ पे
Mini-Boo's
रेस
gonna try to
जाएगी.
take that opening
रेस
duel,
जाएगी.
slide back. I don't even know how Benji's picked that one up. He's caught Magnum through a cage, and a big problem now because they're going to be so focused on pushing forward, on dealing with these players, on recovering that rifle from Miniboo, and putting pressure onto the spike because time is low. All the while, this slow rotation comes through from Patatech. It could have massive impact if they can just run
हो
it
गया
down. It's already halfway.
हो गया डिफ्यूज हो गया
Half the sprays need to land, and okay, the player's being pulled off it now. The flank from Patatech should secure the round. Rian's with another, a 2 versus 2, but time is of the essence for this squad, and they're down to the 1v1. Rian's with the reveal. He doesn't get the peek, he goes out. The time is low, but it's halved already, but
जीत गए भाई तगड़ा तगड़ा भाई
not
तगड़ा
enough on the clock to get it done. Team Heretics 13-9. They haven't lost a map
तगड़ा
yet,
था
and they won't here. 2 more to close out the grand final.
गेको का वो बढ़िया था बट काम नहीं कर पाया किसी कारण की वजह से बट इट वाज नाइस आफ्टर द ब्रेक गाइस आफ्टर द ब्रेक
I know a place that will break you into 1,000 pieces. Stay away from them. Stay away from Lorca, Paco, and Picasso. Don't ask about Lola. Ay, Caballo Grande. Ay, Dolor de Nieve. But in spite of everything, it occurs to you to visit Andalusia. Don't say I didn't warn you. Be careful of the Andalusian crush.
Hey guys, it's Jimmy Lin. In this series, I'm going to walk you through attack on Pearl. Watch out for the stairs, clear this angle. You're going to be able to fight this.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Team Heretics, they continue their winning ways by taking the first map in this grand final best of 5. I'm your host Yingsu. I'm joined by Kakuka and Lothar, and also Mini Boo's warm-up routine as well. And my God, Kakuka, you can tell that he was really warmed up for that map.
Yeah, exactly. I think that also the rest of Heretics were playing very, very well with him, and it's probably one of the reasons why it came as such a surprise for K-Corp on the other side. It ended up being pretty close, especially for the result that we have seen in the past from Team Heretics against K-Corp, but it's definitely a good prediction for the rest of the day.
You know, it's funny because Team Heretics were playing in a way that you expect them to play because of the composition, setting up the neon and so on, but they literally, when they played against Navi, they had to like cut it down a little bit because they weren't required to do that. Here, when they play against KC, you see the proactiveness, you see how they essentially suffocate the opposition in a way that just makes them play in a very small portion of the map, and that was very indicative in this entire match.
Yeah, and also, I mean, we set it up, right? This is the final boss fight, Mini Boo versus Martine, who's going to come out on top. Last time, it was Mini Boo when they played against each other, and today it feels like it is still Mini Boo.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that Lothar brings up a very important point. The way that the team is setting them up, how they're being proactive, even from the defense. If you're going up against this team and you do what they were doing in the defense in so many rounds, to just push them and take a man down, many of those times Martin is going to be that man down because he's going to be spearheading the attack. So having that man down, I think that it gave them a lot of leverage. Also on the other side, a Benji Fisher that was way more active in the way that he was moving very good.
Yeah, I want to go back actually to Martin and how is he being isolated by the Team Heretics. Like every time they were doing an execute, Martin was not being traded. Something that I was praising yesterday before. Every time they were double peeking, trading the players, but not being able to do it on this map was really a big problem from KC. And very effective Team Heretics on the opening gambles. We have seen Mini Boo being set up by the KO flashes and by the one-way smokes from Omen. All of the support to make Mini Boo succeed were being set up for him. Very important also.
Valorant Kickoff final.
Crucial on the daggers and on the ultimates to cut down Martin's like ultimate.
EMEA उधर Indonesia.
Ultimate was also being affected by that when he couldn't like do it again because of the KO.
नहीं starting round में थे finals है ना final में दो teams हैं अभी एक कहाँ गई मैं लोग देखता हूँ.
But the thing is, Martin was also killing Mini Boo in incredibly crucial moments and keeping his team within reach of potentially taking this map.
We're highlighting that he actually
China नहीं है.
Movement with race.
Spanish, Spain.
To anybody, but maybe it came up a little bit too late, just because of the
दूसरी है.
Heretics had starting off from the defense and actually coming into today, knowing that Sunset was
occasionally
French. Not only cases pick, but a map that
Oh no! Banana debuff!
Oh no!
I mean, I told them about this too yesterday, and they don't really
France
care.
by France.
They remind the
क्या
audience.
बात
But
है.
they don't think there's a curse. So every team we've shown that's eaten a banana behind the stage has lost. So
100% the curse.
So we'll see what happens next. Because we are going to talk about Lotus. Oh my God, they took down Fnatic on Lotus. So surely a banana is not going to be able to stop them, Lothar.
19 साल के 20 साल के players.
Hydrogen bomb and then coughing situation you hear. But let's just hope that Karma and Hope actually learned from how Team Heretics play this map, because Team Heretics are a very specific setup. They typically play a 2-0-2 setup and one flex player going between A and B on defense, and very important that the B is a weak point for Team Heretics, something that
दूसरा मैप आएगा Lotus.
something that you can actually go in the first tempo in a
Heretics defending में है इस बार. Oh.
Yeah, it's reversed.
Right. No, I was thinking like, is Carmen Core going to start on the attack?
Last में भी starting में Heretics उसमें थी defending में. last में जीती है ना ये. Attacking side में थी.
And feel under constant pressure. I think that it was beautiful, and they would play it with a lot of balls, so they need to do it now.
Well, let's put the
वैसे इसमें
banana to the test and see
ये सारी sound रुकती है.
can indeed overcome another huge opponent.
Well, a big task for them here. Already one map down.
There's
Moving
a
on
banana
Heretics.
curse. I've just eaten a banana.
Oh, Tom, you've not done this to us. I think it might be more to do with player performance, Tom, than your.
Oh, I was always rubbish, so that's not going to affect anything.
Might make you better. Well, boosted protein. Well, look.
Can't make me worse.
Well,
भाई
first map of Sunset, an improvement for Team
ओ
Heretics.
अटैकिंग के सी की साइड जा रहे हैं भाई
Against Navi, they made it look
3 बंदे हैं सी की साइड में अटैक
although there were
डिफेंडिंग में
struggles towards the end, the signs of life did start to come into effect for KC. We'll see if the attack side is bearing any better fruit for them here on Lotus. Remember, Heretics chose this map. That means Carmine Corp wanted to start on the attack side. Some hope as we see them mount a slower approach to the attack.
Okay, so they are in the defending side, right? Carmine Corp.
When they play versus Fnatic, Tomasi was the man to watch. He's definitely
No.
my highlight here.
Carmine Corp is in the
26
attacking
13
side, right?
Against a team that many coming into this tournament were considering the best team in the world. If he can have that same sort of performance again, maybe they can come back versus the team that 13-4 them on this
बहुत
map.
लो है एक तो हद से ज़्यादा हट चुकी है सिर्फ 10 HP
A lot to write home about for this Heretic squad. Same for KC.
25 बाकी सारे बढ़िया बढ़िया
40
हैं
seconds on the clock. Time to get moving and look at the angle for Riaz.
Oh!
Beautiful stuff as Narrate falls. KC.
बेचारी
A lot of health on
पेड़
space taking on Martin. He's closing the distance and starting to push towards their spawn. That is a gap right now. There's not players there. But there is a rotate on its way from Miniboo. He's going to have 3 opponents around this corner. A tough battle.
वहाँ से आया
Support as
पड़ा
well.
ओह
There's the
नहीं
swing.
पड़ा
It's actually gone KC's way. They've tripled down on the kills. Miniboo falling alongside his
4v2
teammates. Well, this has made it very difficult indeed. Boo
Okay.
is miles away, and he's the last one standing with 10 health.
Yeah, a good start, a good resurgence.
इसको starting में लगी थी
Great pistol round coming out of KC. Just being able to reaggress, that's the main thing. I always like it when, especially if you have a man down, the teams look like they have a plan to actually bring something into the next round. Oh, wow. A lot of this came off the back of Martin. Maybe some expectations starting to build on the shoulders of some of these youngsters. Martin definitely is one of the names we have to talk about. He's up there with the best of them. Again, in the majority of the statistics, especially the ones that matter. Well, if he wasn't already one of your favorite players, Mitch, he's got an outlaw.
He has.
And on a Viper as well.
With the wall. I love it. I need it. I want more of it. Benji fishing.
right
He's being caught out. And with very weak weapons in play and no shields, you know, Tomasi has got an operator essentially up against any of these players. It's one shot to the body. And they need a couple shots to fire back in return before any damage is done. I mean, Patatek's been hit by 6 pieces of damage dealing Yuto. Just leave him alone. He was 10 HP before he saw anyone, and 0 when he finally did. 2 to 0 for KC. And a good start for this squad, Tom. I'm happy to see it. Magnum already doing a lot better than last time he faced Heretics here. He's got a kill.
That is just rude. You could have been nice and been, oh, look, they got an Andaluthia flawless. You could have gone with the positive.
I could have. I didn't.
And
Well, it is a positive. It is a positive.
Well,
He's not got 0 kills.
It's not positive bringing up the last game.
I'll say, because of the fact that he played against Heretics, got 0 kills in this map, bombed out, and everybody was starting to play the violin.
एक ही साइड अटैकिंग में
And then they
मजा
found
आएगा
themselves here. He had the resurgence. He was top fragging on a lot of maps with this roster. You know, I'm happy to bring up his lows because he's had good highs too. Oh, no,
Oh.
Martin. He had a real chance, but it's been torn away. Good damage in return, though. Weaker weapons, some at least for KC.
2v2
They're not making it look like it with even one-to-one trades, giving them access to the A site.
This is the thing, the 3-man aggression, especially with KC pushing all in that direction, it gave them a 5v3 advantage, one of the best scenarios they could have kind of hoped for. And now they've managed to retrieve guns. This has gone from what was looking like a bonus round with an attempt to do damage to an opportunity to actually steal things away.
एक को बाहर जाना चाहिए घूम के आना चाहिए भाई
Anyone with any real utility.
काफी सही रहेगा
Interesting haunt.
Oh.
They're clearing their own positions that we've
Oh.
seen until catch out though. The haunt maybe was just bait.
नाइस 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 भाई तीसरा राउंड जीत गए भाई इशिका हेलो इशिका एंड वेलकम टू अनदर लाइव स्ट्रीम क्या हाल है भाई ये लड़की कितनी क्यूट थी जो पीछे खड़ी थी यार शीश भाई शीश
Visible confusion where he looks at that haunt and goes,
I'm not playing Valorant today because I was tired so I thought okay I'll just stream the VCT cause कल रात को मैं देख रहा था, मैंने कहा यार चलो वीकेंड है, so I'll just do something like a watch party, but watch party में there are some other viewers as well, so I'm just, it's not a watch party, it's stupidity.
Yeah, and 0-3-0-3-3 on assists.
Wow. I'm really glad you pointed that one out. Well, for the side of Heretics, an attempted big aggression around
ले भाई गया हूँ मन तेरा
No, it hasn't gone according to
हार
plan
के
to start. They've got weaker weapons to try and
हार
recover
के
with, and
सॉरी
the players aren't rotated in either. Mini Boo's pretty much alone.
हार के की होंदा
Fans will be
हिंदी में बात करो भाई, हिंदी में, हिंदी या इंग्लिश या पंजाबी,
relying on the Sheriff and the Spectre doing a
और
lot of
कोई
damage.
गल नहीं पाई।
Yeah, they need to find quite a bit more before they throw out the thrash.
आँखों को तेरी वो दो बंदे ओ ओ हो भाई बढ़िया है, वो था इसके पास मौका। आया 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 मॉशपिट 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 बेंच गया 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 गुड नाइट है ना, स्लीप सो सून 10:40 भाई, सही बात है, टाइम तो हो रहा है, बट आई जस्ट गिव इट अ फ्यू मोर आवर्स, I'll just watch the entire game, I guess. Looks like that to me. इंडिया में इस मोमेंट पर नाइफ होता है। पहला राउंड जीते। It's 1-3. Team Heretics got 1. Yeah, I want to sleep. Good night. Good night. Good night, Jika. Thank you so much for joining. Bye bye. बेचारा ओमन भाई टीपी लिया मुंह पे सबके सामने, ये इसके साथ भी बुरा ही हुआ था, मॉशपिट फेंक दिया था, बट जब वो पीछे घूम गए थे ना तब इसने बस पीक दिया था। अगर एकदम बढ़िया करके नियॉन एटलीस्ट पहले गेको था तो गेको तो निकल सकता था। आयुष भाई हेलो, आयुष भाई क्या हाल है आपके? सब अच्छा चल रही है तैयारी एकदम फर्स्ट क्लास, मजेदार, मजे आ रहे नहीं आ रहे? ये बताओ पहले तो। मॉशपिट पहला मैच जीता है टीम हेरिटिक्स ने एंड द मैप वाज सनसेट, ठीक है, बट in this team heretics choose the map, they choose to defend, choose to map। हाँ बस बिजी हूँ ज़्यादा। आप क्यों बिजी हो मेरे को ये बताओ? आपके भाई बहन मम्मी पापा बिजी होंगे ना, आपने क्या करना है? आपने तो बस शेरवानी सिलवानी है। हैं? मेरे कजन की वेडिंग थी, वो वेला था, वो बस फोन पे बात करता रहता था, हम सारे काम करते थे घर में, लाइटें लगाएंगे, ये लेके आओ वो लेके face your fear भाई, face your fear, boobies are my fear, I can't face them। यार अच्छा खेल रही है भाई केसी, इसमें वाले अच्छा खेल रही है वैसे, उसमें सनसेट में काफी, सनसेट में भी काफी कंपटीशन दिया था, it was 9-12 right, 9-13। Let's go Carmine। कल से हाउस अरेस्ट, ओहो सैड बाहर नहीं जाना क्या? ऐसा 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 क्या मतलब, क्या ये समझा नहीं मैं, क्यों ऐसा, क्यों नहीं जाना बाहर कल से? कोई दूसरी लड़की पसंद आ जाएगी, ये इस चीज से डर रहे घर वाले। सॉरी सॉरी ओ भाई कितना चूतिया हूँ मैं। ओ भाई उर्दू है साढ़े मोला तेरी मादल। हाउस अरेस्ट क्यों है बस ये बताओ मेरे को आप।
Who have gone to tier 2, are they going to still be at the same level that you need them to be? And for both these teams, that has paid off in dividends. It's been the static non-changers, the non-risk takers that have fallen flat in this kickoff event. Now maybe that's a blip, maybe they'll come back stronger, maybe teams will make changes.
Yeah,
who
maybe
knows?
teams are starting to look at that tier 2 scene right now and thinking, who else can we bring
the Twitter leakers are already like rubbing their hands
केसरिया तेरा इश्क है पिया जब ले जाऊं तो मैं हाथ लगाऊं दिन बीते सारा। ओके 2-1 एंड हियर वी गो। यहाँ पे आ गई है इनके पास एकदम सेक्सी वाली ओडिन। होता है घर से बाहर नहीं जा सकते। माइट बी पॉसिबल, मेरे को पता नहीं, मेरी शादी नहीं हुई ना आज तक, हल्दी ये है, तो मेरे को पता नहीं है आफ्टर हल्दी अच्छा होता होगा कुछ माइट भी पॉसिबल। चलो बधाइयाँ जी बधाइयाँ, आपकी हल्दी हो गई। क्या बात है, शुद्ध हो जाओ बिल्कुल।
Able to isolate the angle, but the trades come back thick and fast, leaving again. Just 2 remaining. Nice work from Riens, but there shouldn't be too much more. Padatech, though, has brought this back into a winnable position. Try and make his way down. That will have been hard, and they're going to peek him together. KC, they walk into the Lion's Den, and they come out victorious.
Very well handled. With so many players there, I wasn't too confident. And well, I'll tell you who was, Magnum, because he came swinging around here with the Odin and then went up the rope to take another fight. I mean, it's rare that you see a player steam up the rope with an Odin in hand and take a CQB fight, but...
Has we been watching your matchmaking games?
Problem is, you know, in my matchmaking games, I don't have Mini Boo, all these guys on the other side.
I feel like the drum was signed by so many different bits. That's awesome.
That's really cool.
I'm going to start bringing a drum everywhere.
This could get a little dangerous. Mini Boo's already tagged up a little bit. And on the fallback, he's jumped over the bullets. So mostly the decay that's taken his health away. That'll heal back up. Pistols, for the most part. Riens has pulled out a Marshall. Again, it's going to be very difficult to get the value out of this because Viper's
ओके भाई काफी अच्छा खेल रही है भाई एकदम से। बट यार 9-3 हो गया था, वहाँ पे भी दिक्कत साली हो जाती है, कुछ पता नहीं है। लास्ट में उनको 9-3 हुआ था ना स्टार्टिंग में। नहीं स्टार्टिंग से ही हेरिट्रिक्स आ गए थे उस टाइम तो।
Fantastic read on the game. Benji spotted a man up close. He's done a lot of damage. Actually wallbangs Martin. And a reswing from Shin. That's risky. Wanted to try and even things up. He's actually cost them. Giving that lockdown over to Benji is going to force the players out almost completely. And look where it's forcing them to. There are a couple of players waiting on the other side. The poison orb will help them, but the stun leaves them completely in the dark. Somehow, though, it's actually going to be Miniboo to go down first. Leaving this back into a 2v4. Narrate does well. And he's actually got so much information. He's halved them in terms of the HP, but so is the spike. Both now. Lord, through the smoke he goes. Magnum to save the day with the Odin. 6-1 now in the lead for KC.
Oh, well, without the Odin, there's no telling if that would have went Magnum's way. So, entirely down to the hardware brought to bear. Really nice stuff, and I think Benji Fishy grabbing that kill. I can't even fault the player on the other side. He just wall bangs you with a Guardian. That one, though, again, I feel like Magnum is playing the Odin in such an unhinged way. He's going to go right through a Viper's wall to take fights, up ropes to take CQB battles. I just love watching this guy play. He's entertaining, to say the least. The damage as well to start this one off. Martin, he's got a player below, not for long. Shin's quick to deal with Mini Boo, and that's opening duels completely denied by Carmine Corp.
This fight has not been going well for Heretics. They keep trying it again and again because they don't want to allow
Just a
that control.
second.
But we haven't really seen that same pressure going on the other side of the map. Like, they've mostly just been going aggressive into A, and there is 5 players waiting for them pretty much every single time. Boo needed a miracle. The double peak plus the TP, the chance of him connecting those shots were slim to none. And what?
This guy's insane! You know what I mean?
Why?
It's been unhinged so far, but the jump peek into crouch spray? He's doing this for me, isn't he? This is all about me. I love it. I'm going to give Magnum the biggest hug after this game, regardless of how it goes. So far, it doesn't look like it's going to be for commiserations. 7-1 in the lead. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous.
Oh, give me the loss.
Oh, yes!
I will say the paranoia timing was perfect. So the other player was blind, but I don't think it mattered. I don't think you'd be able to react.
You don't think he'd predict that movement?
I think you just look at it. It would probably want to be one of those shock moments where you just look at it and do it like, what?
What the hell is this guy on? Well, sur Puerile, as they would say in French. And they completely in there. For KC, they've got something to work with. Lockdown and Viper's Pit on the attacking side, but they've got to get into position to use it. Padatech trying to interrupt that. He's won the fight. How did Tamazi win that fight? I don't know. We can study it.
Stinger. Otherwise, it's just Magnum in every position. Miniboo trying to go through. And well, it's finally been taken out. It took a Rien's headshot, but at this stage, round looking over. an Odin to be picked up. Maybe they can try and go jump peeking into some angles, but I don't know how much they can truly hope to find. May even want to just keep it, genuinely. Just bring it into the next round and try some counter spams of your own, because right now, any sort of aggression that they've had has been a failure. They're going to try this retake anyway.
Yeah, they really are committing. It's not looking too good. It's not looking probable, and it's now getting to the possible point. Oh no! The raid almost had him. If he was tagged, it would have been something.
By 8-1, by 8-1.
And of course, in the end, you might not have seen it, but that Odin did get saved over. It's going to be in the next round. Attack side Odin 8-1 for KC, and Magnum. He's just looking stellar. Now, I know Lothar is going to have a bit of a panic attack about the next fight Magnum took because he's crouching against the Sheriff, but I'll give him a bit of a break because he did have the Odin.
Yeah, it's heavy. You got to sit down.
Absolutely. You got to brace yourself. And as you can see, ult economy, it's in a pretty decent spot. Both teams have got their upsides to it, but for Team Heretics, the downside is they ain't been winning rounds for quite a while. They're gonna have to pull something out of the bag or the barrel.
Okay. यहाँ पे oh अच्छा वो मर गई.
Once again, just through, probably aiming at Panatek and find Benji instead.
Plant. Oh अच्छा यहाँ पे वो मार सकता है, मार दिया. Damn bro.
Maybe expecting the cover to be there from his teammates, just gets caught out. Everything we saw in the last map seems to have just disappeared. Heretics really struggle.
Oh yeah.
He can turn things, as you said.
2v3. Attacker skill जो है.
Lockdown and pit to recover. The flank though might be something. That smoke has blocked off the alarm bot. Creeping by here, a nice play by Boo. The timing is going to be
केसरिया तेरा इश्क है पिया रंग जान जो मैं.
This angle that goes towards the steps because players could come from anywhere around here. So the surprise element taken out of it. It was a nice attempt by Boo, but not one that will find value now that he's known. They look for Mini Boo and get him. One kill on the Magnum, the jumping Odin not working this time. They have a lot to fall back on and taking out the brother Boo. The showstopper, the first thing fired. Well, it looks like Boo's going to avoid that successfully. Again, though, this is more so being used for KC to control the site, to see where this player can be pretty much for free, because if they see him, just fire the rocket rounds done anyways. And now they've got a good after plant to sit in, to run this clock down, and make it next to impossible for Boo. He has
तो बढ़िया देखो, चल तो अभी सही रहा है.
Kill both players, or just defuse. The nade will force him off to start, but now not a bad idea. Going for the
nice
fight,
one.
But it doesn't go his way. KC play that one pretty perfectly in the 2vx, and we go 9-1. This is disgusting. That's absolutely filthy. Your Sentinel goes down because of a spam, and Shin grabs the second kill by just TPing into sight. That's a disaster.
Nice one.
Another Heretics pause, but at this point, it's so far gone in this first half. You're just hoping that you can potentially turn things around. Bear in mind, last time they played, it was a 4-1 for the side of KC. They lost 13-4. So it was 12 rounds in a row. we know that it can be done. And it was a very clean attack from Heretics, but we didn't see much of it because of how clean that first half was. So looking like a completely different ball game, looking like the changes that have been made by KC, and that's the thing. I feel like Heretics have looked good this entire tournament. KC have been growing all the way through, getting better and better.
केसरिया तेरा इश्क है पिया
kind of getting battered for the majority
रंग
of it.
जान जो मैं
Now in map 2, they look like a
हाथ
different beast. A
लगा.
map that they really struggled on before, a map that their opponents felt comfortable to choose against them, even though they played it once already. And right now, we're looking to see if Heretics, Neil Zenio, Weber, they can pull something out of the bag to at least give them a fighting chance in that second half.
Well, if not, we'll just be resetting this into the BO3 that it could be, that it was once long ago. For KC on the attack, no signs of slowing, but ults on the other side.
9-1.
Viper's Pit to work with, an immediate aggression. They're running it down, and Mini Boo has surprised Shin, to say the least. Good stun, good spam, and another for Rienz. An absolute showstopper of a round from this man, as it's now 3v2. Heretics have the advantage, but Minibu's trapped. He's alone. He's isolated. Snakebite on his feet. No way out. We're back to neck and neck, Tom. A Viper's pit on each side. In fact, the same agents in play on both sides. A mirror matchup for our 2v2.
Yeah, the problem is, where does a defensive side Viper's pit come into play here? You'd almost just expect the attackers to avoid it.
भाई यहाँ 9-3 ना हो भाई 2v2 है तो दिक्कत है
Maybe in a retake if it's in the right place.
बट ये रोटेट तो कर सकते हैं ना
Both players heading in the right direction now. I feel like for obvious reasons, KC have had so much success on A. They're continuing.
ये सेम लाइन में पिटेंगे मेरे को हो गए 10-1 भाई तगड़ा चल रहा है भाई दोनों का 1-1 स्कोर हो जाएगा
Doesn't matter though. No, it's snatched from their hands again. They had to command that early aggression by Minibu. This from Rian's.
तगड़ा
Good spam, a good follow up onto a player. Blast packing. But again, you just don't see that escapability. You're on the defensive side. They had their whole squad there. You didn't, right? If you did, you're throwing. It's a big map. You got to have coverage.
अच्छा
10-1. With
अल्लाह
one left to compete for in the half. Heretics, as we said, have been.
यहाँ आया था कोई यार कहीं ओ इनका ये लो ये भी आ गया और पकड़ा गया बट ओके
Now they've got Rian's trapped behind the wall. But they're not even quick to go for it. This is not a team that's in a
यहाँ से
hurry.
फुट गई भाई ओके she can save would be a better idea ओए I'm the hunter
Perfect stuff from KC, and the fact is, I love the way that their players react when I think somebody at least got caught by the thrash. Their response: 2 players swing immediately. Make sure
हिम्मत तो है भाई
easy fight for the side of Heretics. Benji now, it's been a different look for him. A quieter game, a 1v4 possible. It seems it, and he's not even going to make it past
nice one.
It's going to be 11-1. One of the most dominant halves we've seen, and it's in our grand final.
It was nice.
Heretics are going to have one hell of an attack.
दिल नाल जुड़ गया दिल दा तार नी
On the first map, Heretics have slowed down to a point that, well, they haven't even gotten started here. A quick shutdown from KC in half one. A single round acquired by Team Heretics. And now the chance to close this out and swiftly move on to Icebox. KC's next map up, their pick. Going in there with a lot of confidence. If Heretics can't at least start that comeback.
इसके पास होगा.
It's scary for either side though, because that map in particular, you're going in blind. Neither of them have played it yet this tournament, which again, considering how many matches KC have played, that's actually quite impressive. But as you mentioned, they're the ones bringing it to the table. Now the first half was pretty much not all A. I think we had at least 1, maybe 2 plants on C and B, but it was mostly A. And we're not too surprised that after an initial fight towards the C site, Heretics going back to A.
KC, we're certainly
He's
ready.
hit Minibu.
Oh, 34.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Straight through. You know, for Heretics, the read is
it was
back,
not.
at least in the early round. KC
Oh,
had
yeah.
some aggression up on C main.
Look at where the flash is. It's right stuck in the corner of the map.
Suboptimal. I think KC have done a great job with the early stack on C with the rotate after. Good information. They're primed for a retake on A. I don't think they can get there on time to stop this. Certainly doesn't look like it. Wingman just being used to clear out the angles. The nade, it's going to be late, but the C's... Oh, it's not a C's. In fact, it's just a haunt. The reveal thrown through. Doesn't get them anything. Martin goes down for his trouble, and Heretics might have a way in.
This is one of the better looking rounds, but Narrate just so quick to it. Already removing Minibu. Shin has found another, but
अरे भाई.
a flurry of frags come through on the other side, leaving just Shin remaining. He'd have to pull off a miracle, and they already have an orb on it. For him to even try and survive this would be difficult. He's hoping that maybe someone gets overzealous, makes a mistake, but
नजर आया.
you can see how patient it is, and Benji's even going to land the shot. A round finally onto the board for Heretics, but
अटैकिंग में भी अब ये भी अब आगे बढ़ जाएंगे. दिक्कत तो वही होती है ना.
No, I think that's understandable, Tom. It's been a while.
Can't hear Uli anymore.
Oh, he's gone quiet again, has he?
सेम दिक्कत होगी अब इनको.
Let's see if he can pull out some of his French to close this one, because he might need it. It's only 2 rounds left for KC to put it across the line, and Eco here, and I expect them to play
सामने अब
weak Eco. Get this round over with and then
क्या हो गया यहाँ पे? क्या है भाई?
But when I look at the map, very spread out, some utility in play, early presence on A, util there, and rotations. This seems like they want to bait Heretics into a play, because they're going to stack up one side of the map and hope their early presence is enough to deter any sort of aggression from that attacking side. It might be right, it might not. Right now, Heretics are just sat there, boots in the mud, waiting for a push, waiting for a sign. That sign won't come through by the looks of it, so they're going to have to make their own destiny. Where's that going to be?
Oh, you can clear the back site quite easily.
यहीं पर है.
Dizzy gets them a little bit of information, but not too much.
Oh.
Just goes walking out. It's gone wandering. Benji will take that all day long. And this actually leaves them with a lot more doubt of where this push might actually be coming from. Again, it's a double back on towards that A site hold.
बहुत टाइम लेता है साला दरवाजा, बहुत टाइम लेता है, हद से ज़्यादा.
You can see 2 players still haven't moved from the C site. I think that 1 kill has just delayed this rotation by so much. And when you have such limited weapons, all you can really hope for is a stack.
I like their Viper wall this round just to keep those battles a little bit more close quarters. Hello, hello! Barry's just ran around. Almost
मुंह पे मार दिया.
Fighting state could be very scary. In the end, it looks like impact will be negligible. Just a couple players left. Weaker weapons in hand and no potential.
Nice one.
To cause that damage. Heretics in a pretty comfortable position all in all in this round. In this half, but not in the game. 11-3, a long road to recovery.
Yeah, we're going to need a board.
वैसे हाँ काफी ज़्यादा है. देखो भाई. Comeback भी तो होना चाहे तो हो सकता है. सच बड़ी बात नहीं है.
Have to assume that some of the players on the other side would have to go missing. Now there are rifles for the majority of Heretics, so it's not like this is too bad a bonus. So you can't really afford to just keep SMGs and other stuff in play. It's not going to work out for you here. So they are going to go heavy and buy up some of those extra weapons. Shin again trying to get a little bit cheeky around this C site, but I'm liking the utility that's being thrown out early. Just force him back off that angle. In the meantime though, bit of a push up.
They're gonna walk right into him. Even check this corner. By the looks of it, they were hoping to. It's cost them a lot. Magnum down. And the rotates from Team Heretics. It seemed like there was a quick movement from Miniboo, but the call was a little delayed. Eventually, they decide, it's the right
दोनों का down है.
It's the part of the map where that battle occurred.
यहाँ पे आए चलो. Oh, नजर आए.
Tamazi falling back. Good information. Wall up to wall up from that defensive side, indeed causing problems. It's a little deeper than before, but this is a more normal position for B walkout and to slow them down on the A approach.
Information बढ़िया निकाली थी भाई साहब जंप करके एकदम तगड़ी वाली.
There's a lot of presence still around B. It looks like KC were expecting them to double back through the door, having seen all this utility, but the stopping power isn't enough. They're already through. The stun, not good, because Tamazi steps through it, but Miniboo's waiting on the other side. 4 versus 3, and plan secured.
And in the last match, they were able to really rely on the...
ये सारे यहीं पर है भाई.
But this time he's isolated. This time he's taken out, and all 4 players back towards tree, needing a bit of a reposition, wary that there could still be players coming in from behind. Boo is actually going to be trapped out here, and because
nice 3v3. Okay. पकड़ लिया. Oh, हट गई.
That rotation is still coming in though from behind. It's left all onto Miniboo. A chance still to save them. He might be able to kill him before he defuses. Not expected to be there so fast. And now Martin is trying exactly the same. Still hasn't managed to get it far enough. He's going to swing out all the way, knowing that there's not enough time left on the clock. It will be
time नहीं था ऐसा ना.
But the round.
नहीं था. क्या हल्ला मचा रखा है.
I just hear Uli screaming, Quattro, Quattro. They got 4 rounds. I'll tell you, the Spanish fans are excited to hear that as well. But, yeah, quite a road back I think I'm leaning more towards the French side on this one.
हाफ अगर हो जाता ना उससे
Did well. He danced around and handled that
तो बढ़िया रहता.
situation well. And in this kind of series, it isn't even about this map. The more rounds Heretics can put up, the more they can feel like they just weren't activated in the first half, but that this series is still theirs. And going back into a reset, 1-1 scoreline, 3 maps to play for, could be worth its weight in gold. Get warmed up here.
It's looking a bit more pacey. They only just scraped through with a Red Bull clutch in the last round, but now we're looking at them really looking to steamroll their way into the side. And he has been caught by the vulnerability. It doesn't seem to matter for Miniboo. Just running forward, and that might be the doom of them. The death of them even, as now Narrate has managed to find a couple. He's still there with the Nightfall. He's going to make things a little bit more awkward. Finds a third kill in the round and leaves it on to Benji. He has an idea of where both players are, but left blind by the paranoia. Falling back to the site. Now, he still has a lot of time to play with. He doesn't actually need to commit in this direction.
1v2 है, अभी पे जा सकता है वैसे देखा जाए तो.
He's realized it. Now, the problem here is although he'll get himself an afterplant, Mitch, he is going to get Shin a gun.
But hold on. He's not looking for the afterplan. He faked the door open. They think he's on B, but then he swings through. 7 HP. Shin's got the rifle now, though. 1 bullet, 1 spray, and it will land.
30 seconds left.
But he can't get out. He can't cross the B. That angle's being held by Shin. And Benji Fishy. Red Bull clutch. Heretics aren't down and out yet.
I can't believe he's managed to pull that
तगड़ा
out.
खेला.
He's a genius.
The breaking of the door, I thought it was screwed. And the thing is, to sprint into a site up against a team with weak weapons and through a snake bite, it was really risky for the side of Heretics.
भाई
The heroes
तगड़ा जाने वाला है.
rising to the occasion with 4 rounds in a row. They've definitely been up there when it comes to the clutches. 3 players within the top 8 in terms of clutches. Miniboo, Benji, and Paddy are the ones that we're talking about. But that was truly absurd.
Absolutely. Down to 7 health as well. That recovered rifle on Shin did not matter. And I love how he mechanically chops that up as well. Realizing, okay, let him make a move. He doesn't. So Benji realizes, I'll take it 1 pixel at a time.
How's he ever going to come over from that other game? I just don't think he's going to be able to do it, you know?
Yeah, no, can't quite match the level. And that's something that, honestly, I love Benji Fishy from the second I met this guy and asked him, when are you coming? When are you coming to tier 1? And he told us, I'm not interested in jumping straight in and using my socials or anything like that. I want to play tier 2. I want to get good at the game, and I'll play VCT when I'm ready. Well,
he's 19 now, by the way.
He's pretty ready.
So
now.
19 years
and
old
also,
now.
Also, very worth saying, that was coming from, what was he, 18? Maybe still 17 at the time?
Maybe, yeah.
And had come off the back of a huge career in Fortnite. Like, for that guy to have that kind of mentality alone, that's a winner's mentality. And he's got the wins now to back it up. Already locked into an international event. Big clutch in the previous round. But as we said, so much more to be done. Still a 6-round gap in KC. They only need 1 round to go their way, and they're guaranteed at least the OT.
That's the thing. This is a huge confidence booster. It's definitely something that has shaken KC. You see the pause called by Eng just to maybe try and settle things a little bit, because they could have closed this game by now. We've had a couple of clutches that have gone the way of Heretics over the last couple of rounds. And the fact is, the more that they start to build into this game, the scarier they are. I will say for Heretics, though, if they are going to bring this back, they need some cleaner rounds. Like,
5-11, 5-11, 5-11.
7 HP clutches?
Yeah, it can only go so far.
Do that 6 times in a row, no worries.
They still wouldn't have won.
6 more times in a row.
5v5 ही है अभी.
Well,
But ज़्यादा time बाकी नहीं है.
Side, you can take a look at the ultis available, and well, I don't know about Boo, but Mini Boo is damn dangerous when he pops his.
Dangerous when he doesn't.
He's just dangerous.
B पे भी देख रहे हैं, C पर भी वापस घूम रहे हैं, rotate कर रहे हैं.
I think they're aware of the turret covering the B cross out, but their eyes are
ये क्या भाई?
Heretics want to take control. Utility to clear the first corner, Mini Boo to clear the second. He's gone deep to take these fights. The smokes blocking them off for now, but the plan secured. He doesn't need to stay aggressive.
I'm surprised nothing has gone into this corner. One of the spots you almost always clear. Narrate has started things off well. The double peek, Sublime, and finally a snake bite goes into the corner of Tomazi, but it seems like the damage has already been done. needing to try and find something in this post plant. Paditech is low on HP. The Paranoid is good, but he manages to get one. And Boo's found another. The spam across isn't quite connecting. Even still, the Tamazi now peeked in onto him. Boo looking for the battle, trying to find something back into this one, trying to buy a little bit of extra time for Benji, and this time, I don't think it's going to be enough. Time ticking away. I don't know if they're actually going to have this. It's going to be desperately close. Looking like just about half a second is all that's in it for KC. And well, the one time the clutch doesn't go Heretics' way, and they're on the back foot.
That's what we said, though, right? KC just needed the one round, and now with that secured, 7 chances to close out this map to put us 1-1 to ruin anyone's 3-0 predictions.
क्या अच्छा था blind में.
And I think with how things have gone, it seems almost impossible that they don't find that. Narrate is playing a fade. He has 10 assists.
Yeah, he's insane.
He has 10 deaths, and he has 25 kills. That is an outrageously good performance, and we complimented him last map, but this is just next level. Martine, the first to open, and the smoker, the controller on the side of Heretics is down. Paditech's wall now the only thing they've really got. An orb as well, I suppose, but we'll see how much they can cover off with that.
यहाँ पे भी था मतलब. डायरेक्ट है उधर. इसका स्टन बहुत गंदा होता है साला. Gigabyte plant.
Either way, with the man advantage, still some weaker weapons for either side. Showstopper is going to go in.
Good night.
Oh yeah. Just 1 second. फिर plant नहीं होता भाई. Attacker skill joy.
KC have been solid in these retake scenarios, and that's what they're going to build up for.
I'm going to need a KC jersey if they keep using the Odin like this. Great spams by Tamazi have done so much damage. We know Magnum's capable with it, but he's got the stinger in this round. Well goes Martine for his first. Magnum on the stinger. In comes the snake bites, but it might be too little too late. A whole squad to take down, and they're coming. Losing every fight. HP he's only got 1 health. The snake bite was on the site. It's only Benji.
अब plant कहाँ ही diffuse होगा अब तो.
The time getting the rest. KC will not close it out here despite a scrappy
6-12. By the way,
6 more chances after that.
काफी time लग सकता है.
It's the second time the spike has Red Bull clutch for the team. it is getting, as I said, the last round was down to 0.5. They could have had another one if they just burnt a little bit extra off the clock. The problem is, the Heretics are winning all of these rounds with 0, 1, and maybe maximum of 2 players surviving in all of them. It means that they never really have any finances to play with. Luckily, neither do their opponents. After a one and done, all of the ults really are stacked up for the side of Heretics to play with. Miniboo, he's not going to have a rifle, but he is going to have the overdrive. Or lightning fingers, as many of you may know it.
Finger guns.
Finger guns.
That's the one. A laser.
A few other names that I'm not going to say.
Nope. No, we'll keep it at that. Magnum, well done.
That's the only rifle they have.
Paditech's own wall as well that he had to cross through. Clearly didn't expect them to be that aggressive. As the 1 rifle turns to 2, Narrate's picked 1 up, and KC are ready for the retake. Avoiding Thrash, but only for now.
Luckily, they've got their 5th man to plant the spike. It's not Paditech. Already lockdown is actually going to be used to try and clear them out of mound. The goal is not to try and get them anywhere near.
हो जाएगा क्या लगता है? Defender killjoy है.
Miniboo's just spammed. Almost gets caught out by the it doesn't matter though, his brother's there to defend him. Thrash being utilized for the 2nd time, Narrate is stuck in the mud, instantly dead, and Shin, well,
दिक्कत है.
they invested quite a bit into this round, they managed to get themselves a kill, use a lockdown even. All he's hoping for is to maybe put a 2nd body on the pile.
एकदम H2 है ये. Oh!
He's done that at least. The first is found.
Could just take the gun.
Take the gun and run. That's the play. He's out.
Protocol.
I have to say, very good read from Team Heretics on this round. I feel like they perfectly read how that was going to be played. You're avoiding a lot of the utility, not just the lockdown, but also the nightmare that was thrown towards them to try to take
साले spray में निकाल जा रहे हैं भाई.
them up close, but the main idea was the sight squeeze that they were pushing on, and well, Team Heretics were way ahead of it, able to fight into the spawn, able to cause a lot of headaches for the
5 more to go.
defender side. And they didn't burn up all their ultimates either. Still a Viper's Pit to work with, and Miniboo's got those finger guns. So all in all, Not a terrible round. 5 in a row needed. Look, it's getting to the point now where it is possible.
नहीं आपा फिर मिलांगे कदे ना कदे फिर मिलांगे
Instant Viper's Pit. Just going to be locking down that CC.
चलो एक साइड पे अल्ट हो चुका है
Aggression as well from
बट
Shin to
है सारे इसी साइड
control over
आने की
A.
तरफ
Maybe hoping to funnel them back. No, they're actually trying to go through this.
Oh!
He's already got rid of
हो गया
two.
नीचे
Shouldn't have been so easy. Magnum waiting, needs more than one, and he isn't
3v4
This round is not going the way it was supposed to with the Viper's Pit, but the trades come back thick and fast.
Oh.
Leaving Martin still to do damage. The nade onto the side
2v2
to make things awkward as well. The plant still not coming through. Not even a minute gone on the clock just yet. Shin's actually wary that they're going to try and push and reposition and plant somewhere else instead.
ओ घूम भी रहे हैं वो
Looking to fight back towards the mound.
It's the right call with the player that was there not long ago. But I love the idea for Martin to go back to Shin, group up, and approach this round in a 2v2 no matter where they go. Maybe they can even catch someone from Heretics off guard. Or just in a 1v2.
ये वापस ही चले जाएंगे साले
Quick rotations.
ये वापस ही चले जाएंगे भाई डिफेंडर वाले
Finger guns in play. And it doesn't look like they'll have any impact.
दिक्कत हो गई आए आए भाग के आए पार्टी तो अल्ट है ना इसका दिक्कत ये है
KC at least know where it's going down, but taking this fight will be
डिफेंडर में ओमन का ये अल्ट है उसमें क्या ही हो जाएगा
With a little bit of low HP, I think he'll want the instant headshot anyway.
इस सेम लाइन में ना मर जाए
Separately, it means Rian's needs an instant kill and he's not going to get
ओके
it.
वो अल्ट पर है अपने
Now a chance. Another clutch needed. Mini boost position might not be expected. Smoke going down, but the drop will be heard. They're already onto the defuse, sticking it pretty much all of the way, halfway done.
चलो हाफ तो ओ चलो नाइस वन इट वाज नाइस वन 1-1 हो गया है
very well handled for the side of Carmine Corp. 13-7. One-upping their opponents of Heretics, finding their opponent's map pick, and Icebox up next. Like you said, Tom, a lot of unknowns there.
lot of things come into picture wait they don't want the picture
They'll be back after this.
चलो we are gonna go for भाई बैकग्राउंड में आपको आवाज आई जाएगी what are we gonna go for फिर मिलांगे हाय नी आपा फिर मिलांगे चल गया पता कहाँ जा रहे हैं हम थोड़ी देर खेल लें ऐसे थोड़ी मजा आएगा हाँ महफिल बनना तू तारा सजना कोई है असॉल्ट पनिशर खेल रहा है ये अटक क्यों रहा है भाई इतना ऐसे नहीं करना भाई दिल से बुरा लगता है भाई दिल से बुरा लगता है दुनिया की नजरों में Why are you running? तो क्रॉसर नहीं दिखता भाई मैं मर जाऊंगा किसी दिन क्रॉसर देखते देखते This one was nice बहुत ज़्यादा छोटा हो जाता है ये अजीब सा हो जाता है दिस वॉज ऑल्सो नाइस इनिशियली दिस इज ये देखो ये भी बढ़िया है वैसे देखा जाए तो क्रॉस यार यू जस्ट हैव टू गेट इट इन द सेंटर अभी लगती भी नहीं है हाँ ये क्लोज रेंज में भाई बकचोदी में खेलने के लिए, बट जब प्रैक्टिस होगी तब तो क्या ही है, जिसको प्रैक्टिस है वो तो कैसे भी खेल लेगा। मेरे मोह के धागे तेरी उंगलियों से जाए, मेरे मोह के धागे। ब्लू आया था क्या वहाँ पे? आया तो येलो ही था। बैंड के लोड़े। हाय नी आपा फिर मिलांगे। एक तो ना इसके गन की ना साउंड सप्रेस हो जाती है, इसकी स्पॉन की, तो पता नहीं चलता किधर आ रहे हैं। हाँ वाओ। Let's go for a DM.
Match found.
Mate pound. हाय नी आपा फिर मिलांगे कदे न कदे फिर मिलांगे
Warm up.
Addy. पागल है क्या इतनी बार सेम जगह पे मारेगा मेरे को हाय 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 नॉइस Wow.
Where will they
Chalo.
go this time?
I'm spawned right here only.
Fight. Okay, let's get set up.
Push bro. बहुत टाइट था भाई ये.
Buried. Enemy down.
Ah.
Poison's gone.
Poison's gone, baby. Poison's gone.
It is.
अबे नट्टू काका तेरी बहन का नट्टू तेरी माँ की चूत यहाँ रुक जाओ
Put down.
क्या कहूँ आँखों ने मेरी सब कह दिया एक तो ही जीने का मतलब कह दिया क्या कहूँ आँखों ने मेरी सब कह दिया एक तो ही जीने का मतलब कह दिया अब सांसें चले ना अब सांसें चले ना चले क्या फिक्र तू चले साथ तो खूबसूरत सफर में माउस है मेरी राहों में तेरा जहां के रंग लगे इश्क दा नट्टू काका दिखे थे मेरे को उधर नट्टू
Tracker removed.
मेरे को लगा नीचे जंप करूंगा मैं पूरा। क्या होगा नट्टू काका? कैसे परेशान हो?
One down.
Okay.
Fires out.
आया कोई तो आया। यार टीपी तो 2 बंदे निकले। कोई था नहीं था। होगा भी तो उसकी माँ का मुखड़ा। नट्टू काका अच्छा खेल रहे हो।
Talla. One dead.
Nice.
Foolish.
Dominating.
नट्टू काका होंगे इधर आए। नट्टू काका हैं उधर।
10 kills remaining.
We have हिंद। लगा ही था मेरे को। आई
5 kills remaining.
ओह शुरू हो चुका है मैच उनका। I'll just go there.
Well, round 4 will have a lot of value to it. Rifles brought in across the board. Limited damage in the previous round means KC are feeling pretty healthy when it comes to credits. But for Team Heretics, they're not in that same boat, investing everything into this one. They come in with an ultimate to play with. It's
Hi.
and it's Mini Buddha open. Tamazi out of the round right away. Viper Util no longer to play with. A retakes are harder. But most importantly, B itself is wide open. Was.
Once you get into those close blocks, it can be problematic. So Magnum's going to try and be a little bit more aggressive, try and hold them back at least a little bit. As said, with this competition, you're going to try and take a little bit more control for the attack. Going for the standard plant is risky, especially just look at Shin. He's basically just waiting around the back line. We try and attempt to go for some spam here.
Nice. ओह फट गई। गया। अच्छा खुद का ही वो था KO का।
From his own utility, but they think they've taken enough space. It doesn't look like it thus far. Is Magnum already going to pounce?
An attempted return by Rian's, but it's found Rian. Nothing to be located for this squad as Team Heretics bunkered.
यार लोगों के पीछे तो हमेशा ही रहता है कोई ना कोई।
The time ticking away, but it's not that far gone that there's panic in the side of KC. They've got the utility to crash back online and immediately shut down. Spray through from Martin is good, leaving Boo on his own. As Magnum has picked up another
nice one
round. I'm really impressed with his individual performance. Not only taking on the leadership role, which has got to have its weight to it, and sure, having Narrate there to back him up is going to help. But individually, I think this is the best form we've ever seen Magnum play on, and that's impressive.
It's definitely looking good. And this is the thing. It's never going to be easy.
Chaos.
To sort of take that much space and plant at the same time.
He's feeling it.
बेचारे की भावना ही है.
2-2. Now the purchase, not a great one. A single Guardian. Got yourself some pistols on the rest with the Sheriffs, and again, looking like an aggressive stance. They're caught by the dance. They're going to have to try and fall back off this one. It's again another 4-player stack up in the early round onto this A site. The expectation that they're eventually going to fall in this direction, and they do! Martin is able to correct, though. It looked like he was dead to rights.
If they kept that swing up top, maybe he would have been. I think the fact that KC have players deeper on A was incredibly valuable. The timing on the top peak to draw their crosshairs as well, sublime. And timing is going to be a key part of this round because Boo is trying to catch them off guard. That wall down, and unfortunately for Boo, he is caught looking the wrong way. So Team Heretics have a wide open sight because it's retake play. But for KC, they can deny them with some utility. That plant, not easy to find. Although Miniboo will try to take this one a little bit deeper. Recoverable weapon as well. That's the Guardian back. Reveal has
बचा. पहले हो सकता था reveal बल्कि.
The retake attempt will be taken by KC. I think it's a wise choice.
Something that could be now two. A shot connected, a showstopper available for Miniboo. Already looking to try and deny any further pushing, but it's going to be an easy clean
Nice.
in the end for the side of KC. And I like the fact that they're consistently having these sort of proactive positions. It makes things
Precious going again.
for the side of Heretics. I also think these early stack-ups in A is because they know that, realistically, getting the plants on B is not going to be easy. You don't have anything to just basically plant something down and fall back. You have to push. So they're just stacking up A because it is the more logical side to go for. It's where you normally see teams just consistently put the pressure on. And especially when you consider Heretics' actual comp. You've got a nade for one corner. You've got yourself the fragment for another corner. You've got yourself snake bites. You've got yourself nano swarms. You've got yourself shock darts. They've got so much. They could just spam the hell out of the A site with the amount of utility. So KC are going, well, that has to come eventually. It feels like the reason they have this.
No one walks away.
Well, two players suppressed, but one not spotted up top. Martin. Ultraman's taken away his abilities, but he's still got his rifle to play with. Can't quite get past that wall, and eventually, unfortunately, Miniboo fired a rocket just before he went down, and that's taken Martin clean out of the round. Lockdown in play, but where are they going to go? They're just going straight up to heaven to deny this from afar. Lineups in play for Benji Fishy as the nanos come through, and that tap on the spike.
तोड़ना चाहिए था ना बाबा.
Nice shot for Patatech. Utility now should secure the round on time alone, and Tamazi has next to nothing to do about it. He needs kills, and he needs them now. The next couple of seconds, he'll be hightailing it out of here. An attempt with the wall up. I like it, but they've got a reveal. It's just the bombardment of utility that's making it difficult and indeed impossible. Round win for Heretics.
Abilities लगाए जा रहे हैं.
It would be not the most exciting thing in the world to watch, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just continue to go towards this A site. Like, even if there's a stack up on this site, which there was, just the sheer amount of utility that they have to force players out of angles, create awkward scenarios. It seems like a comp that will just thrive in that direction, whereas on the B side, okay, you need a little bit more. The thing is, though, Mitch, in this round, they do have a little bit more with the Viper's Pit.
Yeah, that could be helping out a ton. Now, taking the space is something else, but so far it's been easy enough when they pop this utility through. Tamazi, as we can see on the mini-map, there's much more passive than he was before. He was trying to get up close to the boxes and fight kind of where Miniboo is now. But instead, he's now further, having been punished a couple times by the blast pack up from Miniboo and by the utility that followed. Except their wall, that should get close enough to pop the Viper's Pit. See if KC's spams can be enough to stop it, because really, we're relying on Tamazi getting that damage done. Or else, we're relying on the fight back through the pit.
Jump करके.
Still looking at Magnum. He really has been a menace that they've had to deal with. This early read from KC is sublime, but here comes the bombardment of utility. First in, first out. Patatech. What has just happened? They've been obliterated by the Ray. He was just watching the cross. I need to see. I need to see his point of view there, because I'm not quite sure how he's just wiped out that many players in a second. One of them was with the Mosh. The rest was all him.
So Spray, he sees the first.
स्प्रे में एक गया.
Just lines it. What? And I guess
बाकी सारे भी स्प्रे में निकाल दिए.
either a snake bite or a spam from Tamazi or maybe even just the wall.
वो ये ना उसका स्मोक था वाइपर का और लो भी हो रखे होंगे.
As ecstatic as his tweets after all of the matches. Wow. Just 1-2-0.
मिड पे जा रहे दो बंदे. क्लासिक और शरीफ.
It's not like Angel. Apparently he lost 2-1 yesterday. It was enjoyed that one.
3 bande.
He won a map in his mind. To be fair, one of them was quite long.
It was.
Maybe he felt like he won the first half and that counts.
He was like, we played 3 maps, definitely.
Okay.
चलो.
Well, the early fight from
Revive दिया.
Somewhat been undone. Will be the res coming through. And Martin on the operator with a blade storm. It doesn't even matter that much. Shin's also been holding that res for about 3 or 4 rounds.
Martin's already died once, and look at how aggressive he's being. I mean, he has a blade storm to work with, so why not? Updraft attempt, and that's not going well. And the spray is chasing him, but Shin somehow connects. Magnum as well. And KC, I don't know if that was through the wall or just in the open, but either way, it works. Because they're just winning every single fight.
भाई उसकी heal कितनी है?
A flawless round. I mean, they lost
Low गई थी अच्छा
so
से.
technically it was a flaw, but I'll give it to you, Andaluthia. Well played.
Yeah, I think Martin might have taken about 300 damage that round and still survived. Because not only does he take the initial death, but he also gets healed up again afterwards because of the amount of damage he took on the reaggress. Even still though, Shin managed to protect the President. Well, the President's rewarded him with a round. Really clean stuff from KC. 5 of the last 6 on the board for them. And the one was this aggressive play into the ace. As I said, I wouldn't be surprised if it's rinse and repeat. The problem is there's a lot of resistance here. And even after the last round, the man almost died twice aggressively. He still catches them off guard again. Miniboo's gone.
They found Banshee as well. Oh, a little bit late on the reaction to that. And the swing out of Magnum didn't go according to plan. It's a messy round. And it's left it into a 2 versus 2. A winnable spot for the side of Team Heretics. The Viper's Pit online for Tamazi, but his teammate might be in trouble. The Thrash comes through. It's now in the open. Irretrievable, almost a mosh pit from Narrate. That is brave. Maybe foolish. Rian's quickly deals with him, but the angle for Tamazi.
Oh, दोनों
Players
डब्बे
are
के
hidden
पीछे.
away. And they're gonna check it. They're gonna check it together. There you go. Oh no, not together. Patatek got the info. Rian's is left to close this out. He's already tagged a little bit. Unfortunate. Tamazi now sees the wall is there. He's got to go forward. He's caught with a snake bite. Not dealt with, though. That could be a mistake. The Rian's lives to regret. He's running. Got the ult to work with. Rian's is just going to shift it up close. Already stuck halfway. And the head scene. Rian's knows it's not being stuck. He'll play the time and eventually get in there for his 3rd. Heretics finding another round, keeping it close. He looks unbothered.
Yeah, calm and collected as ever. Even still, though, they lose every single player, and because of how clean a lot of these rounds have been for the side of KC, financially,
ये ऊपर से मार नहीं पाया भाई. 2 बंदे नजर आ रहे थे.
They do have nearly all of their ultimates online, so a good chance that they'll be able to just spam their way out of this one. The fact is, though, it really has been the success of the A side. I feel like that's what this comp is built for. They're looking to build into it once again. This aggression has to be expected. They've done it almost every single round. And even still, the Martin Miniboo battle goes Martin's way.
His aggression has been so varied at the same time. Boo is miles away. He's leading from afar, huh? The armchair general of the round. But for Team Heretics, they're getting caught off guard, but again, it's Martin in different positions, different forms of aggression. Last round, you've got the close range op fight. Now he dashes up to take a duel up top. There seems to be almost no way to predict him. In fact, he dashed out of there. They're just running along the rope. They've got to be ready for it. But for Heretics, at least, there's something to fall back on. They've lost Miniboo, but they've still got 4 ultimates in play. So there could be some way to pull this back.
He was the only one who didn't have his ult, so it's not ideal because he's normally the space taker, but
4 ult ready हैं चारों.
Instead, already going to be throwing the knife through, but it doesn't actually connect. And I like the fact they've just walled this off. That's something that's going to waste some time for the side of Heretics, who are yet to really start peaking. They are going to bypass this. It's going to be the Viper's Pit, and Boo already taking a hefty amount of damage.
भाई साहब सारे अल्ट हो गए सारे के सारे. लेकिन वाइपर लो है.
He manages a couple a second, but it isn't going to be enough.
I think just a shame for them. They put such a deep Viper's pit, but this squad is quickly able to bypass it, using the top of the site just to create those extra angles, and it's a tough one to fight from. I think a defensive Viper's pit there, as we can see, you know, it would have had more value, but then you're trying to win the round in a very different way.
Also, the Sage Wall blocked off that avenue, so I think they had about 3 seconds.
Black crosser
After
बढ़िया
they
भाई.
saw peek around the corner, because the Sage is on the right side, he just, I think, just put that Viper's pit when he ran around the left.
Okay.
So it was more so, I think it was just a reaction to the utility that was denying him on the other side. So it's one of those spots where
Time out.
I agree, but also I think KC just played it really well.
Yeah, but like I say, if you bring that back, again, it changes the whole shape of how you're playing that site. You want to be having your user late round, having players further back,
100%.
someone inside. So much has to go differently. I don't mind the responsive play, but it was adapted to perfectly on the other side. 6-4 for KC. Heretics call a timeout. And remember, this map chosen by the side of Carmine Corp. It means Heretics wanted to start on the attack. I don't know if things are going exactly as they wanted them just now, but they can tie it up 6-6 at the half. Not the end of the world. The real problem is that coming into this round after the timeout, they're not going to have credits. It's going to be a very weak buy.
Compositionally, just because this map can be difficult to get those plants in at times, especially on the B site, I do think there's a good opportunity for Heretics over on that defensive side. They're going to have so much in terms of information and delay utility. Like, even with a Sage Wall, if there's a nade, a fragment, a shock dart, snake bite, anything, it's going to be difficult to plant. So I don't mind their chances. The problem is, if they're too far behind, we've already seen what KC can do when they get going on that attack. Just have a look at last map.
Still the pit to play with for Tamazi. KC don't need to be worried. It's a lot of pistols for Heretics. A much slower approach to the attack as they look to catch someone off guard. Immediately, yeah, like you say, Tamazi making some noise. It's the same setup that Team Heretics have seen. One Viper here, defending it, falling back, playing the retake. Tamazi's going to give them the idea that maybe they can catch him off guard. Maybe they can blitz in and take him by surprise. The reveal, I don't think he's catching Martin either. Good kill, fall back, and now Martin's got it for free. Surely, Tamazi has gone down. Martin almost wants that little bit more. A second player now making around that corner. There we go, nice and easy. And the patience pays off. Beautiful stuff from Martin, and a clear advantage to the defenders now.
That's an intelligent player right there. He knew that there was more to be had.
ये sheriff बढ़िया है भाई.
Other than just mini booing. You can't really blame Heretics for not checking that. They fell for the exact plan that KC were telling them. And we're now, with just a couple of pistols, you can already see just waiting to try and deny them on that plant. It's more Heretics just looking to try and do a little bit of extra damage. An unorthodox plant spot, but it's still going to be cleared by the Mosh. We're going to have to go back for a little bit more. You can see Panatic just trying to cover every single angle under the sun. He almost, there was a world where he somehow gets a couple there. Now it's on to Benji, clean on the first, but there's no chance.
Nice one. 6 or 7 for Ujaya, right?
Their resurgence, as they are now 7-4 in the lead.
Powerful lead for this French organization. One more left to play for in the half, and they could be doubling up on what Heretics have brought to the table. After a 13-7 on the previous map, KC Ball is certainly rolling, snowballing down the hill. And Heretics will look to dodge that avalanche as this final attacking round sees not 1, 2, 3, but 4 ultimates for the side of Carmine Corp. They have a Res, a Viper's Pit, a Blade Storm, and a Lockdown. I mean, your choice of how you want to use these. A powerful retake, powerful stopping ability. Heretics will have to play a perfect round with just a showstopper in their back pocket.
They're basically playing the retake already. Like, you can see the stack up this time is actually over on B. They've put the Sage Wall down early. They're putting pressure onto mid. And I feel like a lot of this might just be Tamazi trying to hold onto the backside. The showstopper, well, they're actually going hunting through it. It's almost been wasted. He's going to go back in. He's made it into the pit. With the lockdown, it's going to force them back completely. He gets to hold the site, doesn't get hit by the showstopper, and some of the players have even been detained.
Yeah, well, deterred from any further aggression, though, having seen that some of the other players have just block it. Brienne's blocks the mosh pit, and then takes down Martin with a straight spray through the pit. Okay, one big player dealt with. Bladestorm out of the round, lockdown used, and a Viper's Pit already placed on the map. What's Heretics' plan? But look, they're waiting for it on the side of Heretics. They wanted this. Flash was good. That saved the day. And Narrate's got another kill on the back of it. Decimating this squad. 4 versus 3. Pit still up and they play forward. Tamazi falls. That's the Pit down, but only Boo left to deal with. And Martin's got him locked in. 8-4. Double the score of their opponents on the other side. Carmine Corp are set to take this. A pistol could send them right back into that snowball that we've been experiencing. They look hot right now. Heretics need a way back in.
Yeah, I like the fact that every time I'm watching KC doing something scary or ludicrous, there's another layer. Like that res, by all accounts, risky as hell. The dizzy over the top, so while that res is happening, Narrate is taking the fight. He's making
हिजाब पहन लूं मैं वो सड़ी के केला खा ले और खा ले ये भी तक के खा ले क्या प्लान है कल का इट्स हराम प्लेइंग गेम भाई अब तो चाहता है मैं बोलूं भाई दोस्त है तू मेरा मैं देख रहा हूं गेम भाई
into the kitchen banana. Now, it's been looking pretty good.
क्या कुछ है प्लान कल परसों का?
But the pistol doesn't get off to the best of starts. Rien's with some early aggression. His best cosplay of 14, and it's won an award. A one-man advantage is their prize.
Reminds me of some of the aggression we saw on the other side. Not quite the 3 kills of Shin, but still, man advantage nonetheless. A little bit of a sneaky push coming up from Tamazi, hoping that he can maybe find an angle, find a gap, and he has done quite a bit of damage on Taboo. No heals available on their side, and
डेली की माँ का पूछना भाई चलना का है बट डेली की माँ का पूछना ये तो बताओ भाई ठीक है हम मान गए डेली की माँ का पूछना बट कहाँ where are we going tell me that.
And then they are running all the way back to the A side. That is absolute filth. It's only just being realized by Heretics that this has all been a bait. But look at the control
है कुछ ऐसे
that
प्लान
KC have already taken.
है तो बता दे चल लेंगे कहीं.
Textbook play. Absolutely beautiful from KC. Fake works. The players are on site.
Oh, and they faked it again. That wall is a ruse. Look, Rian runs through, goes, there's a wall there. There's no way there's a guy on the other side. The nade trying to deny. The push in doesn't get anything. Shin fighting strong, but PUBG again. Left into a 1v2, so low on HP. Needs an immediate response.
Calling my bot.
एक तो इनकी हालत
15 health. Quick headshots needed. That's the only way out of this one. He has got 1v1s on offer, but he's looking the wrong way on the way through. That might be the first time I've seen Narrate whiff that bad, but he gets there in the end. So all is well. 9 on the board for KC, and a real blow for the Heretics fans.
I love it. Again, this is someone who is a brand new in-game leader with a brand new team of youngsters. The adaptations they make in this round, not only the initial rotation with the fake plant, but also just the fact that they have that Sage Wall in the late stages of the round that they use to bait a kill so that Martin, maybe that's why he's telling him to calm down, because it was risky, but it was clever.
It was, absolutely. Just lulling them into a false sense of security on a read that you've got to make pretty damn quick. 9 rounds on the board for KC, attack side looking good.
इशिका जो ऊपर आई थी चैट में साथ खेलती है भाई वो चिंता मत कर पूरी भी साथ खेलती है साले
clearly setting their sights on B, but Heretics have made the read. It's not like this is a completely abandoned site. It's not left wide open like we've seen in the past. Instead, they look to fight.
भाई राकेश साला कुछ भी बोलना शुरू हो जाता है पिछले जन्म का प्यार जो नहीं मिल पाया था और दिल की बात बोलना चाहता हूँ साढ़े
Plenty they can try and use to get them into the after plant and force some awkward positions. A pop flash here could be devastating. They like investing into these extra pieces of utility for these sort of rounds. The orb actually ends up helping them out quite a bit. That will allow them to retreat back, and this is where the better weaponry just takes over. Benji still crisp. Has he got 4 more?
No. I'm pretty sure the answer to that one. They're stacked up, 3 players on that angle on his left. Well, if he could find even one, that would be somewhat of a miracle. Now as he swings, there's going to be 4. Make it a little bit harder, and he does find the one at least. Some damage, but it's negligible in the grand scheme of things. The bigger picture, 10-4 for KC. A 6-round lead, 3 to close it. They're on that attack side, with Narrate having, again, a lights-out performance. I mentioned before in the last map, there was a stage towards the end where he was 25 kills, 10 deaths, and 10 assists. He's now 16 and 5,
He's playing
6
unreal.
assists. His impact is off the goddamn charts,
That's the
and
thing.
it's in every round.
If they win this, he's tournament MVP. I don't even think it's questionable.
On the roles he's playing as well, it's remarkable.
Obviously, the value can't be understated.
यार
as
केसी
well.
अच्छा खेल रही है भाई.
The 3 points, the equivalent of 3 wins in the regular season that's coming up.
मुंह पे खड़ा है.
The same as you get for winning over in Masters. Such a huge step in what will be the road to champions, which of course
क्या गेम चल रहा है एक्सप्लेन कर.
after making their first Masters, it might feel like a long way away.
Valorant जो मैं खेलता हूँ, ठीक है, मैं तो खैर बहुत लोअर प्लेयर हूँ. इनके बहुत तगड़े तगड़े प्लेयर होते हैं कॉम्पिटिटिव में, जैसे PUBG का कॉम्पिटिटिव होता है, वैसे ही Valorant CSGO का पहले कॉम्पिटिटिव होता था इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे. वैसे ही इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे गेम चल रहा है. EMEA स्पेन में गेम चल रहा है Valorant का. 2 टीम खेल रही हैं, एक स्पेन की है, एक इटली की है. तो जैसे जो रेड दिख रहे हैं तेरे को, ये तो इस समय जो रेड कलर में दिख रहा है इसका हाथ, ये अटैकिंग साइड में है, जो कि KC लिखा हुआ है ऊपर. 10 ये 10 जीत चुके हैं. ये जो है जितने भी रेड दिख रहे हैं, जो हम देख रहे हैं ना अभी, ये स्पेक्टेटर मोड है, लेकिन अटैकर्स को ये सामने ग्रीन वाले नहीं दिख रहे. तो ये है, तो ये जीत जाएंगे. अभी 10-4 चल रहा है स्कोर. जो पहले 13 मैच जीत जाता है, 13 राउंड जीत जाता है, वो ओवरऑल जीत जाता है. ये है. और क्या है, 2 साइट है, A और B साइट है, ठीक है. मैप में ऊपर टॉप लेफ्ट कॉर्नर में मैप है. अटैकर्स को क्या करना है, साइट पर जाना है और बॉम्ब प्लांट करना है. बॉम्ब भाई मकसद, ठीक है. डिफेंडर्स को क्या करना है, उनको बॉम्ब प्लांट करने से रोकना है. और अगर बॉम्ब प्लांट हो चुका है तो बॉम्ब को डिफ्यूज करना है. लेकिन डिफ्यूज करने में बॉम्ब फटने में एक टाइम लगता है. अगर उससे पहले आपने डिफ्यूज कर दिया तो डिफेंडर जीत जाएंगे. लेकिन अगर बॉम्ब फट गया तो अटैकर्स जीत जाएंगे.
They run away with the map. 6 rounds in a row now.
ये है अटैकर्स डिफेंडर्स का, जैसे CSGO था वैसा समझ लो इस तरीके से. IGI बट इसमें सारे प्लेयर्स होते, कोई NPC नहीं होता, सारे खेलने वाले होते हैं. अटैकर्स डिफेंडर्स समझ लो बस. आपको साइड पे घुसना है और प्लांट करना है. तू बता कहीं चलना है घूमने तो बता.
We complimented Team Heretics system, certainly in that first map, and from what we've seen so far in this tournament, running it through without losing a map. This squad has looked impressive with a stand-in, with synergy problems with a player at home. It's never going to be the same. And Patatek slotting in as a stand-in has done remarkable, but for KC on this map, their post plans, their pre-plans, their
हाँ CSGO ही है, बट इसमें क्या है ना, CSGO तो पूरा एम वाला गेम है, ठीक है. इसमें क्या है, जैसे CSGO में अटैकर्स डिफेंडिंग रहते हैं, टेररिस्ट और काउंटर टेररिस्ट. इसमें एजेंट्स रहते हैं ना, 14 एजेंट होते हैं, शायद से ज़्यादा होते हैं. हर एक एजेंट की अलग एबिलिटीज़ होती हैं, हर एक एजेंट की अलग एबिलिटीज़. तो सिर्फ एम वाला गेम नहीं है, आप एबिलिटी से भी उसके पर अच्छा प्ले वो कर सकते हो. ये है. कोई क्या है, शॉक डार्ट फेंकता है, उससे भी डैमेज मिलता है. जैसे यहाँ पे मार्टिन लिखा हुआ है, ये जेट है, इसका अलग अलग स्मोक यूज कर सकता है. जो नीचे इसके है, ये नराटे हरे रंग के बाल वाला, इसको गैको बोलते हैं. ये क्या कर सकता है, ये हवा में कुछ फेंकेगा अपना और सारे ब्लाइंड हो जाएंगे जो उस चीज को नजर आएंगे. तो ये एबिलिटीज वाला गेम भी एक तरीके से. हाँ पूछ ले सबसे और बता दे ले कहाँ जाना है, जिम्मेदारी मैं नहीं लूंगा. ठीक है फिर मैं पूछता हूँ, राकेश से बात कर लूंगा.
It's a round with Sheriffs, looking like they may have to try and fight back 8 in a row, but at least giving themselves the best possible setup to do it. On the other side of things is patient. They are expecting some aggression. A spawn spot from Tomasi. He's gone from being the first man in his old Portuguese team to the man waiting in spawn. It's definitely been a change of roles, but one that I think he's thriving in. And I think that's actually one of the most impressive things for me. To bring a player that young switch their role to basically the polar opposite of what he was doing before. He's mostly been playing Viper. And to see him, well, as I said, yesterday he went 26 and 13 versus Fnatic.
They're all right.
They're kind of good.
Flash retrieved for Narrate. I think that's going to cause
अच्छा, हर कैरेक्टर की एबिलिटी भी यूज कर सकते हैं. हाँ, हर एक कैरेक्टर की जैसे यहाँ पर है, ये क्या है, अगर कोई बंदा मर जाए ना, अगर इसका एक अल्टीमेट पावर आ जाए तो ये उसको रिवाइव कर सकती है. कोई बंदा डैमेज हो उसको हील दे सकती है. पता है यहाँ पे अटैकर सारे बॉम्ब प्लांट करने तो सामने वॉल खड़ी कर सकती है. इसने अभी वॉल खड़ी कर दी. ये लेफ्ट साइड में वॉल खड़ी कर दी. एक सामने से भी वो ब्लाइंड फेंकेगा. ये भी शॉक डार्ट गया. जैसे हर एक की एबिलिटीज रहती हैं अलग-अलग.
The Team Heretics of Benji and Rienz attempting to bring... What? Well, I don't know about that shot, but it worked. It took him down. Fair enough. It was echolocating him once he started knifing the wall.
Game अच्छा है.
12-4. Tom, you know, at the halftime, it looked like KC were going to take this. Now, it looks impossible for Heretics to get back through. They're already thinking about split.
Oh yeah, they've definitely got to be. As said, last time they played split.
ये देख, जैसे वो भी शॉक डार्ट लगा था ना, ये तो वो मर गया था बेचारा, क्योंकि डैमेज था. So it is more like aim plus ability. CS:GO is just ability, so aim. हम लोग गोली मारनी है. ये कैसे शॉक मारा इसने अपना नाइफ फेंका ना. इस एजेंट का नाइफ एबिलिटी ऐसी है कि अगर इसने अपनी ये वाली यूज करी तो सामने से कोई एबिलिटी यूज नहीं कर पाएगा 10 सेकंड के लिए. 10 अच्छी, काफी बढ़िया गेम है. पता नहीं क्यों स्टार्ट करा मैंने बहन चोद. अच्छा खासा जीटी खेलता था. तू पूछ वैसे कुछ तो. क्या लाल किला जा सकते हैं? कहाँ चलेगा? बट लाल किला की टाइमिंग वो भी है ना कि 4:30 से पहले तो सुबह चलना पड़ेगा.
In fact, it's actually going to be a very early Hunter's Fury. Normally a great ult to have in a retake, but clearly hoping they could do some damage.
Especially a retake of A with such narrow laneways. I think that's a desperate attempt to try and pull an advantage out of thin air and
maybe a lockdown that would have forced them back.
Exactly, right? Like this could have been massive, but instead, look, they still have the lockdown to work with, but you're not punishing on the way out quite the same. Nice shot from Martin, but he only gets the one. And with the lockdown in play, there's some trouble brewing. You're crazy. Throwing in the Thrash here, it's actually caught one, but Magnum won't get round the corner in time, and Narrate won't make it out. The pressure's now on. Shin's got a 1v3 for the next couple seconds while they tap that defuse. Here comes the swing, good shot from Shin! He's got them both! A chance to keep this alive! It's halfway, and the head was spotted! Narrate knows the timing is his. He's dropped down, covered it with a shot, and the angle's now tough for Miniboo, 20 HP, but he'll hit the shot to keep Heretics alive. It's not over yet on Icebox.
Oh, shit, nearly made that possible. Here's another one. You look back to last year, what he had to go through.
अब सांसें चले ना चले क्या फिकर, तू चले साथ तो खूबसूरत सफर, मेरी राहों में तेरा जान, ये रंग लग गया जुदा.
We saw the attempted comeback last time out. Mitch called it a little early. I'm guessing they're not going to do that
Tom.
again.
It's doable. This could be Heretics all the way.
That's a shame. 13-5.
It's only 7 in a row. So I'm feeling confident. Let's see. I mean, I'm limit testing. I don't believe how these last few weeks have gone.
अभी जैसे मिड से जा रहे हैं, ठीक है?
None, to be honest.
ये समय इधर बीपर प्लांट करने का ट्राई कर रहे हैं. लेकिन बीपर पहले से लोग हैं. पहले ए पर अटैक कर रहे थे, लेकिन अब वापस बी पे रोटेट कर रहे हैं. तो उधर से मैप में देखेगा तो हरे हरे डिफेंडर्स हैं. वो भी रोटेट करके बी पे आ गए. क्योंकि पता है यहाँ पे अटैक होने वाला है. ये देख, अटैक हो रहा था लेकिन एक अटैकर डाउन हो चुका है. एक डिफेंडर डाउन.
Heretics aren't letting go of this. It's only Tamazi left, and he hasn't got a goddamn chance. Curse isn't real, Tom. KC going one more. Another triple for Miniboo. He had his ult online coming out of last round, so it's not building orbs, but it's building confidence.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing for him. Even if it does come down to going into split, he's going to be such a huge part of it, playing that solo duelist on the Raze. A lot of the setup will be based around him. The fact is, though, sometimes that last round can be the most difficult. We've seen fight backs from ridiculous spots in this map before, but this would have to be one of the best. Still, Rez and Viper's Pit, something to play with. Util is going to catch out a couple of players already. This aggressive spot from Miniboo, still clearly feeling the confidence.
Yeah, but it's not just Miniboo. They were waiting for the recon of Rian's, but he's not putting the recon because he's so close himself, already going in with the rocket launcher, and the show is over for
रिस्पॉन होते हैं इसमें क्या एक बार मर गए तो खत्म, एक बार मर गए तो मर गए। बट वही ना, एक जब राउंड खत्म हो जाता है हारने या जीतने के बाद तो फिर दोबारा पूरी टीम आती है, रिस्पॉन नहीं। बट वो ये कि हाँ, अगर आपकी टीम में वो सेज है जो रिस्पॉन रिवाइव दे सकती है एक बार आपको, तो आप रिवाइव हो जाओगे उसकी एबिलिटी से। अब देखिए अटैकर है, सामने दीवार है, लेकिन इसका सामने दीवार सामने एक और वो खड़ा है।
Getting a few on the way through. Rian's has been consistent. Patatech's got the first. Good signs for Heretics.
Yeah, and that's 3 players already. They can continue to stack up onto the site. Still plenty of time to play with. But Patatech in a re-aggressed position. Still fighting strong. Has a teammate alongside him, but the trades are good. A Viper's Pit possible. And the flash also catching onto Boo will let them know that he's here. Instead, though, Narrate goes fighting, goes facing that snake bite. It's going to do quite a bit of extra damage. Leave Tomazi low, and he's now being rounded on from behind from Benji. His positioning almost perfect, but just looking to try and get into that pit, catch him before he could do anything else. The second snake bite as well, just making things so much worse. 44 HP, the right spam could do everything, and Tomazi knows it. He's going to try and fight forward, looking for that player who's about to round the corner. Not quite ready for it. Might still win the duel, though. Somehow has turned this back into a 1v1, but Benji's there. He'll keep the hopes and dreams of Heretics.
ये तो तगड़ा चल रहा है अभी।
As again, they get to 7.
The only way to approach this is one at a
अरे
time.
तू बता वैसे भाई कहाँ घूमना है? देख लाल किला ही तो घूम सकते हैं और कहाँ घूम सकते हैं?
But they can get there if they keep playing like this. That was nasty from Martin.
और ऑप्शन क्या है? अगर तुम्हें घूमना है तो।
Counter flash as well, again from Narrate. Like he is still probably dead, or at least one of the others is, but he just throws that dizzy in, completely blind.
Heretics building their confidence, building their rounds, and on the comeback arc, 5 in a row needed. Viper's Pit to play with. KC, if they lose a player early on, that res from Shin can always come back through now that it's online. There's something to think about, really, if you're Heretics. And 4 players spotted right away. I think they've got an iota that this is an A hit.
It seems like the plan over the last few rounds has been to hit towards this A site. This time, though, they're picking up the pace.
मेरी साइड से सब डन है।
Sprint their way in that shot.
उसको स्ट्रीम पे बुला सकते हैं।
Damage is going to tickle away at a few players as they continue this push forward. Patatech's gone, so is Rian's. Not the start they were looking for. Benji's at least managed to claw back one. We will see the plant in, and now the fallback. This is just going to have to be that full retake now.
सत्य को बुलाओ इधर।
At least still some utility to work with, but the pin for Heretics needs to be dealt with. They could get that diffused right under their nose.
He got
Magnum's 2 all the way around. It's only one player to worry about, and he's way up top. Magnum could have 3 kills down below. But instead, they were focused on finding that third. Boo and Benji. Benji very low. Boo not too healthy either. And with the pit down, things are looking like it might just be over. 30 HP, 1 shot for KC. That's 13-7, back to back. The consistency on display.
आदवेक भाई आदवेक आज गेम नहीं खेल रहे भाई, आज ये देख रहे हैं आदवेक भाई। भाई आज भाई आदवेक है भाई आदवेक।
And now he's 1 away from winning the kickoff event. An unbelievable story for this squad.
Well, Heretics, they came into this without losing a map. Now they've lost 2 and have to try and turn it around. Let's see if they've got the stones to do it.
What the f are you guys doing? Sit the f down. Let's go. Nice. Let's go. Calm down. Calm down.
हाँ आप अपने हेडफोन्स नहीं लगाते। कहाँ रखे हैं वो? पता नहीं कहाँ रखे हैं, अंदर ड्रॉर में रखे होंगे। अरे वो काफ़ी बड़े से हैं, मैंने ये ईयरफोन्स लिए थे अभी। मेरे जो ईयरबड्स हैं उनकी बैटरी अब 20 मिनट भी नहीं चलती है, ठीक है 20 मिनट, लिटरली 20 मिनट भी नहीं चलती है। मैं परेशान हो गया था, मैं कहा भाई 3000 रुपये के लेने से अच्छा है मैं 300 रुपये के, वैसे तो मेरे को मिल गए थे एंड रख भाई क्या एंड रख
in spite
अरे
of
क्या ये क्या बोल रहा है तू?
refers to you to visit Andalusia. Don't
अरे
say I
बच्चा है वो।
didn't warn you. Careful of the Andalusian crush.
10th में भी नहीं है वो, 10th में पता नहीं किस में है, छोटा है और साले 7th में 8th में है वो। ये जो है 300 रुपए के आते हैं बोर्ड के, बोर्ड बेसड 225 वो ले लिए 300 रुपए के, लोकल दुकान से काशीपुर से ही लिए हैं भाई। मैंने कहा भाई हाथ जोड़ूं मैं हेडफोन्स के आगे, ये ईयरबड्स के आगे, दिमाग खराब कर देते हैं। नहीं तो बैटरी खत्म, ये चार्जिंग पे लगाओ, कोई टेंशन ही नहीं है। अबे इसको ज़्यादा पसंद है क्या? होंगे भाई। तो मैं सोचा यार ये यूज़ कर लेते हैं, बढ़िया भी है, ज़्यादा कंफर्टेबल, मतलब ज़्यादा वो भी नहीं है अजीब से। साउंड क्वालिटी भी अच्छी है, बेस क्वालिटी भी अच्छी है। मूवीज़ भी इसमें देखता हूँ मैं गेम भी इसी में खेलता हूँ। मेरे हेडफोन्स रखे रहते हैं ड्रॉर के अंदर, इतनी सारी जगह खेलते रहते हैं साढ़े। भाई उसको बुला, ये सत्या को बुला स्ट्रीम पे। भाई सत्या को क्या कर रहा है? अब सांसें चले ना चले। चलो मैं ज़ारा अर्पित वाला की स्ट्रीम देखने जा रहा। बाय 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 बाय। तूने वो देख लिया था माउस, मैंने बताया था जो माउस और कीबोर्ड। सॉरी यारक भाई, अब उनको कोई लफड़ा नहीं चाहिए। अरे यार भाई सेंटी हो गए यार भाई, तुम तो सेंटी हो गए। चल बढ़िया है। माउस तो देख वो अच्छा है जो मैंने दिया जैसा था ना, फायरस्टॉर्म वुशन क्लैन, जो फायरस्टॉर्म माउस अच्छा था। और कीबोर्ड जो मैंने अमेज़ॉन बेसिक्स का बताया था उस स्ट्रीम पर ही दिखा दिया था मैंने, अगर तूने देखा नहीं था तो बता दे, दोबारा दिखा देता हूँ। वही ठीक है, बढ़िया है, वो अच्छा है, काफ़ी हल्का माउस भी है भाई। वो जो मेरा है ना ये 85 ग्राम्स का है, थोड़ा सा भारी है, बट इसका सेंसर, इसका जो गेमिंग सेंसर है बहुत तगड़ा है, इसलिए महंगा भी है। ये 1200 रुपये का है, 1300 रुपये का, बट इसका थोड़ा सा वेट प्लस साइड में आ जाता है, वेट नेगेटिव साइड में आता है क्योंकि भारी है ये। बट अगर देखा जाए वो वाला, उसका वेट बहुत हल्का है। हाँ वो बहुत बढ़िया, वो बहुत बढ़िया है लिटरली, वो काफ़ी अच्छा माउस है। बट पता नहीं मैंने क्यों नहीं लिया था, मैंने ये ले लिया था लॉजिटेक का, ज़्यादा पैसे आ रहे थे मेरे पास, मैंने चलाओ यार ये लेना है तगड़ा, तो मैंने ये ले लिया माउस पे। कीबोर्ड में वो यूज़ कर रहा हूँ पुराना 300 रुपये 900 रुपये जो होता आता है पूरा सेटअप। एचपी कीबोर्ड की मेरे को ज़्यादा वो नहीं है ना, रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है सच, तो आई थॉट ओके व्हाई नॉट जस्ट यूज दिस वन ओनली। पूर्वी, हाय पूर्वी, नमस्ते, पैरी पोना दीदी। वर्चुअल आशीर्वाद तो दे ही सकती है ना तू। ओके यार मूवी नहीं देख पाया यार आज पीएम, एनीवन बट यू राइट, कोई गाल नहीं। अस्सलाम वालेकुम भाईजान, जा रहा है क्या साले? कॉस्मिक बाइट की ऑलमोस्ट सारी चीज़ें ही अच्छी होती है। हाँ नहीं कॉस्मिक बाइट ओबेरॉन 7.1 जो हेडफोन्स हैं वो बकवास है, ठीक है वो बकवास है, वो बहुत प्लास्टिक, बहुत कच्चा प्लास्टिक है, टूट गया, मेरा दोस्त यूज़ कर रहा है, टूट गया। भाई तू क्या कह रहा है, मतलब मैं अच्छा कॉस्मिक बाइट की जो मैं गर्लफ्रेंड लूँ, अगर मैं वो तब भी कॉस्मिक बाइट की थी गर्लफ्रेंड तो टिक जाए मेरे पास, नॉट अ बैड आइडिया। थैंक यू मम्मी, भोसड़ी है यार, थैंक यू मम्मी। अरे भाई बता फिर कहाँ घूमने चलना है कल, मैं बात करता हूँ, चलते जैसे स्ट्रीम खत्म होने के बाद उससे करता हूँ तेरे को मैं। मुझे लगा VCT देख रहा है, सबके साथ देख रहा, नहीं पता था। नहीं ये अभी आए हैं, इससे पहले तो देखेगी ना, सारे खाली थे, शांत बैठा हुआ था एकदम विला, खुद ही देखे जा रहा था। भैया आप ना 4090 ले लो भाई, 4090। एक बात बता, सुन आप देख, मेरा जो मॉनिटर है करंट मॉनिटर वो है 180 हर्ट्ज का, ठीक है, जो इसका रिफ्रेश रेट है। मेरे को वैलोरेंट, अभी मोस्टली वैलोरेंट ही खेल रहा हूँ, वैलोरेंट में मेरे को 450-500 FPS आ रहे हैं, ठीक है, विच इज़ गुड इनफ, क्योंकि मेरा मॉनिटर सिर्फ 140 हर्ट्ज का है, 180 हर्ट्ज का। मैं अगर 2K भी खेलूंगा ना तब भी मेरे 180 से ऊपर आएंगे। मैं 4090 खरीद के क्या करूँगा भाई, ये बता, इतना महंगा क्यों? उसमें अगर मैं मान ले 4090 लेता भी हूँ अगर, तो मेरे को फिर उस हिसाब से एक पावर सप्लाई भी ऐड करनी पड़ेगी। बट क्यों लूँ मैं इतना महंगा 1.5 लाख रुपये का ग्राफिक कार्ड? भाई पहाड़ है क्या, पता है मुझे, पहली बारी नहीं कह रहा हूँ मैं ये। वो गाल भी सही है, मजाक कर रहा है, बट फिर भी कोई गाल नहीं, छड़ माफ कितना मैं तेनू। हाँ तुम्हें वो गिफ्ट कर रहा है ग्राफिक कार्ड 4090, देन आई डोंट हैव एनी इशू, ठीक है।
So don't troll me like that, but it's okay.
आतिक भाई मेरे को तेरा बर्थडे याद है वैसे, ठीक है तेरे को मेरा
I
बर्थडे
see
याद
some Fnatic jerseys here as well. Of course.
नहीं 6969 ज़्यादा बढ़िया होता है भाई. You know what is better than 69? Anyone in the chat knows what is better than 69?
I didn't expect when we playing. I didn't expect they're
कब
gonna
आता
play
है
like
बताओ?
this.
तेरा बर्थडे आता है 28th of October.
Yeah, but also on the other side, Team
ठीक है ना?
Heretics, Rian's is not here, but that's your
अरे
ex-teammate. So talk me through what he's like and how happy are you to see him succeed?
I mean, I'm happy for Rians because he's my really close friend.
तेरे को मेरा बर्थडे पता है?
My
नहीं पता होगा.
And he's
मेरे को अयाज का बर्थडे ही पता है, अयाज हुसैन का पता है. मेरे को पूर्वी का भी पता है. पूर्वी का 14th अगस्त को आता है. अयाज का आता है 5 दिसंबर को. बट मैं इसको विश करना भूल गया था लास्ट टाइम. अयाज कुत्ते तेरे को मेरा बर्थडे पता है? नहीं पता है. तुम साले मैं जा रहा हूँ. ये इमोशनल अत्याचार हुआ है. ठीक है ना?
They need to pick them.
मैं थोड़ी चीज की आवाज कम कर देता हूँ तो तुम लोगों को ज्यादा परेशानी होगी. नहीं वैसे मेरी आवाज से ज्यादा परेशानी होनी चाहिए तुमको, क्योंकि मैं बकवास करता रहता हूँ. ये तो ठीक ही कर रहे होंगे. हाँ अब सांसें चले ना चले क्या फिक्र, तू चले साथ तो खूबसूरत सफर, तेरी राहों में मेरा जहां. वाओ अभी मजा आएगा ना बीड़ू. आई जस्ट सॉ योर मैसेज. भैया अब ना आप सुपर वाले सीरीज के जीपीयू भी आ गए हैं. सुपर वाले सीरीज मतलब वो 2080 सुपर 2090 सुपर वो वाले. भाई मैं 3060 से बहुत खुश हूँ. ठीक है तूने पार्टी नहीं दी. तू साले तू कुत्ते तू तो रहन दे. ठीक है ना? अरे बताओ मैं साला ईद के अगले दिन मेरे को कॉल कर रहा था ईशान भाई आ जाओ घूमने कुछ खा पी लेते हैं. भाई इतना हरामी भाई. दीपक अंकुर शांतनु निश्चय सबके साले पहले तू भाई ईद पर चला गया था घूमने है. लारे भी था भाई साथ. बट नहीं भाई ईशान भाई को अगले दिन याद किया जा रहा है कि अरे ये भी तो है भाई शहर में. सब लोग पार्टी देते हैं इसलिए तुझे नहीं पता है. तू भाई बहुत कुत्ता आदमी है अयाज भाई. बहुत बड़ा आदमी. बड़ा आदमी ऐसे तो छोटू भोसड़ी के 4080 सुपर या 4090 सुपर. अबे तू क्या तेरे को 4080 तूने करना क्या है भाई? 4080 जब तक 4K मॉनिटर नहीं होगा ना तब तक मजा क्या है ये 4090 लेने का? मेरे को समझ नहीं आ रहा है. ये बताओ. चलो टीम हेरिट्रिक्स वर्सेस कार्माइन कॉप. नया राउंड नया मैच एंड द मैप इज लेट्स सी what the map really is. Let me just
the only rounds that
like that is a
Kickoff
good
actually
idea.
won on the attack.
Yeah, it actually is a good idea.
हाँ
कुत्ते यार देख मैं चल बताता हूँ. मैं तेरे से बात करूँगा कहाँ चलना है घूमने. फिर उसी हिसाब से we will schedule. भोसड़ी के बीका की जगह कालका जी मत चला जाइए हो कुत्ता. Let's see guys नया राउंड शुरू हो रहा है. भैया आप कौन से ईयर में लगती है कॉलेज की? क्या भैया जॉब कौन से ईयर में? एक मेरी जॉब 3rd ईयर में लग गई थी 2021 में. हाँ 2021 में मेरी जॉब लगी थी. मैं 3rd ईयर में था 6 सेमेस्टर की स्टार्टिंग में 1 साल पहले. हाँ एग्जैक्टली 4th ईयर मेरा 3rd ईयर स्टार्ट 6 सेमेस्टर स्टार्ट हुआ था. मतलब 3rd ईयर और 2nd सेमेस्टर स्टार्ट हुआ था. अबे कम से कम बुलाया तो कभी भी बुलाया. बात तो देखो भी सही है. हाँ मैं तेरे को दिवाली पे नहीं बुलाया. बात तो सही है भाई. चल भाई तेरे को होली पे अंदर बुलाया था मैंने लास्ट टाइम भद्रक भाई 6. तो इस हिसाब से दीदी की भी लग जाएगी सर. भाई इस हिसाब से क्या होता है भाई? अलग अलग हिसाब रहता है. इस हिसाब से क्या मतलब सारे बच्चे प्लेस हो जाते हैं क्या 3rd ईयर में आते ही? भाई तू अदरक काले अयाज भाई तुम अब होली पे अब तुम्हारा अपना भी है तो वो तो छोड़ के नहीं आ सकते. अब क्या ही करें. चलो कोई नहीं फिर कभी मिलना हो जाएगा होली अगले साल की होली. ये वाली तो हो ही ली भाई. मैं 21 को आ रहा हूँ वैसे कर मिल. बाहर भी क्या ही खा पाएंगे फिर तो. मिल तो लेंगे अगर कोई दिक्कत नहीं होगी तो. ओके तो मैप है हमारा स्प्लिट. आ रहे हो 21 को? हाँ मैं 21 को आ रहा हूँ. 21 से 28 तक 1 हफ्ता रहूंगा. थर्सडे टू थर्सडे है ना. 21 को थर्सडे है मेरी. थर्सडे की रात की ट्रेन है यहाँ से.
Paranoia, for example, we have seen already.
मैं सुबह 4 बजे का शिफ्ट आ जाऊंगा.
On Alpha Year, actually.
21st हाँ Thursday.
Smashed by the Paranoia, then ulted by
और
the
28
Euro,
हाँ.
have no response.
बंदर क्या जाने अदरक का स्वाद.
There's no way of
वो ठीक है.
or with multiple teammates. If you're singled out,
भाई.
that's something I would like to see from
भाई तूने एक से 2 निशाने चलाए साले मैं जानता हूँ कुत्ते. बहुत हरामी आदमी है रे बाबा बहुत. ये इसकी शक्ल के दिखा रहे हैं बार भाई खुद को बंदर बोल लिया. भाई उसने भी तो चखा भी नहीं है भाई. तू चाहता है वो तो उसको टेस्ट करे. अदरक भाई क्या कर रहे हो? Why are you being naughty for a moment अदरक भाई? आदमी तू एडिटिंग कर रहा है तो बता. मेरी रील्स एडिट कर मेरी वीडियोस एडिट कर दिया कर तू. मैं आदमी को अरे पता है मेरे को आदमी को मजाक कर रहा है. आदमी के एडिट्स भाई तुम अगर वीडियोस एडिट कर रहे हो तो बताओ. मैं एक मिनट रुको लाइट ऑफ.
Thank you so much, Kukuka, and our analyst desk makes a change.
Wait, that wasn't super.
तो मैं कुछ खा के भी आया भाई.
Oh, it could be.
पेपर चल रहे हैं. मैं नहीं कर रहा हूँ. चल कोई बात नहीं.
Also interviewing Alfie at the same time.
You should hear her your boy Lewis impression. But as we come into split, I'm excited to see what K Corp have got up their sleeve. Personally, I'd love to see this go all the way to 5. But the way they're playing, back-to-back 13-7s, it doesn't look like they KC have any intention of letting it go that far. They want to end it here.
No, this is a super explosive composition that they have as well. One of the focus points has to be Martin. In their game versus Fnatic, he was incredible. Pulling them left, right and center. Well, it's just going to be left for the side of Heretics. They've gone straight into the B site, already getting into an afterglow.
Solid stuff to start this off.
भैया ये कीबोर्ड टेढ़ा करके क्यों खेलते हैं? कीबोर्ड टेढ़ा करके इसलिए खेलते हैं ताकि इनफ स्पेस मिल जाए. और अगर आप नॉर्मल देखोगे ना तो हाथ सीधा रखने से बड़े रहता है कि हाथ ऐसे आराम से आप टेबल पे बैठते हो ऐसे हाथ फोल्ड करके बैठते हो. उस शेप में आता है ना कंफर्टेबल रहता है. हर एक का अलग सीजन रहता है बट मोस्टली यही रहता है कि कंफर्टेबल पोजीशन रहती है हाथ सीधा रखने के अलावा. क्योंकि कोनी फिर नीचे चली जाएगी मान ली टेबल का एज यहाँ पे खत्म हो रहा है तो ऐसे हो गया ना पूरा. आप आराम से एक बार टेक सकते हो. ये बात
One of the fastest rounds
भाई ज्यादा क्यों रख दिया फेस पर?
I do think a lot of the information and delay that can be thrown in by KC, those pacey rounds can
भाई ज्यादा लग
actually
रही है
be
यार फेस
valuable.
पर.
When you're running those double controllers, if you can get the smokes down in time, a lot of those fights become quite awkward.
यार किचन
And
की
that is
लाइट
the
ऑफ
thing,
करना भूल
this
गया मैं.
composition is pretty much made to make things scrappy. Get up close, get in your face, and I don't think Heretics mind that too much.
No, we've seen it a bunch of times as well, even in their previous games. When you get aggressive and you try to take them pound for pound, that's where they find a lot of value. Now, that might not be true this time with so many pistols in play. The Paranoia hasn't hit, but the drop down from Narrate is good. Falls immediately, though. 2 players on the site, one up top causing problems, drawing their eye and making sure the players on site have an element of surprise.
मोस्टली चांसेस देख तो यही है कि केसी जीत जो राउंड जीत चुका है. अदरक ब्रो जो ज़्यादा यूज़ करते हैं वो टेढ़ा हो जाता है कंफर्ट के लिए. यहाँ कीबोर्ड की बात हो रही ना यार. अयाज भाई ये खाओगे खजूर? ये तुम खाते ही होगे ना. दिल्ली से लेके आया था मैं. अभी दिल्ली गया था ना ये. अब गया था 15 फरवरी.
It's probably going to end up hurting them eventually. The fact is, though, a lot of what we expect from this composition from the side of KC is going to be on that attack. Like, you have a lot of opportunities to set up quite cool and interesting takes, 2 explosive duelists. Right now, Boo has a Bucky. That's what I want to be watching. What's he about to do? He has to try and take some space somewhere because I don't know how he's going to apply a long-range Bucky on attack.
Oh, just hit the right clicks, mate. Don't worry. That extends the range by about a meter.
He's
going to have a tough time for sure, but a Ghost at least. Have to think he's going into the
150 का.
Very common spot to.
हाँ वो 150 रुपए का नहीं डब्बा नहीं था पैकेट वाले थे. 1 किलो का पैकेट. तिलक नगर गया था ऐसे ही तो ताऊजी के घर. वहाँ से ले आया.
He's turned back to fight Shin, but lost his life. The numbers now back to even. It's not like Team Heretics want to blitz straight towards A. You even see that spike rotating back. They'll group up as 3 and look to take.
उसमें मैं वो बनाता हूँ ना मोस्टली बनाना शेक. तो उसमें डाल के 4 पीस डाल देता हूँ.
If there's any utility, and there is, a C's available, timed right, could be perfect. I think not going to catch anyone. In fact, they're going to fake the steps away and then start moving their way back. A little bit of a wide jump out from
इस मैप में भी क्या है, ए और बी दो साइड है, ठीक है, और ना मैप में बीच में से भी रास्ता निकल जाता है, मिड में से, अभी मिड में है ये जो करंट सीन है, ये मिड से बी जा रहे हैं प्लांट करने, मिड से बी गए, प्लांट कर रहा है एक बंदा, डिफेंडर साइड ने एक अटैकर को निकाल दिया, ठीक है, अब इनको सबको निकालना पड़ेगा या फिर उनके बीच में ही डिफ्यूज करना पड़ेगा, तभी जाकर डिफेंडर जीत पाएंगे, क्योंकि अब स्पाइक प्लांट हो चुका है। अगर सारे अटैकर्स मर भी जाते हैं, लेकिन अगर टाइम खत्म हो गया तब भी हार जाएंगे। देखो अब डिफ्यूज हो रहा है, तो अभी देखो ऊपर 0-2 है, तो अब भैया आप दिन में कितनी देर गेम खेलते हो पता नहीं, देख 9 घंटे तो ऑफिस रहता है भाई, 10 घंटे, तो सुबह 10 बजे से रात 8 बजे तक तो नहीं, ऑफिस चल रहा होता उस टाइम मेरा। मैंने जब लाइट ऑफ करी उसके बाद से ना ऐसा लग रहा है एकदम से लाइट चेंज हो गई।
Looking strong. Now, for the other side of things, I want to note that it was a 9-3 defensive half when they last played this map. Now, as we've already mentioned throughout this series, I feel like KC, even from the last time they played Heretics, have come forward leaps and bounds. It's a different team.
भाई ये लोग स्ट्रीम देखें, लाइक कर दो बेंचो।
Who played previously. But it is worth noting that KC are going to want to at least put up a decent defensive side because of what happened last time out.
KC's attempt at defensive aggression is going to be similar to what we saw in the previous map, relying on Martin. And now that he's got a gate crash to get out, he's much more confident to take those wide open positions.
और ब्रो पहले 3 बार, आजकल 1 बार ही खेल रहा हूँ। अरे साले, चाचू का अराउंड 2 बजे शुरू होता है। हाँ वो मिले थे मेरे को एक बार ऑफिस में, तब उनको सामान देने गया था तो बता रहे थे उनका 2 बजे शुरू होता है, रात को खत्म होता है।
Go through the smokes, take some risky plays.
They still don't know the judges here. That's the main problem. They've been faking.
मेरी बिल्डिंग में ही है, मतलब दोनों सेम बिल्डिंग में।
Giving away like, oh yeah, I'm here. Come for me. Go for the guy with the rifle. And instead, narrator's just sat there. Hasn't moved a muscle the entirety of this round. Into B they go. This battle of Tomazi, but he's just.
ठीक सामने से गोल ये ब्लाइंड कर देता है।
40 seconds left on this clock. Again. They're going back towards this position, a slow sneak in. They're going to end up walking straight into him. He's waiting on the other side.
Spike down mid पर.
And the bait worked the entire time. Sure, it might have taken a lot longer than they would have hoped it would. And now Boo, he's got to sprint. He's got to run. He's got to get this spike and try and move on to the site. His teammate looking to try and wrap back around, but the time.
ऑफिस की बात चल रही है भाई।
They need so much more. And KC with their trap plays have left Paditech out of the round.
बॉडी देख रहे हो, बॉडी साड़ो, बच कर रहना।
Initially taking the fight right down on middle, falling back, having their
अभी आज बाइसेप लगाया तो हल्का सा पंप है, लेकिन मजा नहीं आया। 4-5 हफ्ते भर से तबीयत खराब ही थी। जहाँ 20 किलो का लगता है वेट, वहाँ 15 का।
And he just dodged the bullets as he stepped away.
भैया हमारी बारी में तो शायद 2 बार बोर्ड्स होंगे, उसमें से कोई एक बेस्ट ही देखा जाएगा ना। ओपन बुक एग्जामिनेशन सालों तो में दिक्कत क्या हो रही है ये बताओ। ओपन बुक एग्जामिनेशन में what is the problem that you are facing? It is good, right? If you have got multiple options to prove yourself.
It definitely feels like he has.
अब you
the experience of someone over 100 years old, but it's
एक अप्रोच प्रोवाइड करी गई है कि हाँ वी कैन डू दिस, बिकॉज़ अब तक क्या हो रहा था ना, वो बताता हूँ दिक्कत क्या आती है। इंडिया में अभी तक कॉम्पिटिशन हो गया कि बस मार्क्स, ठीक है, मैंने भी देखा है, मेरे घर पे भी पढ़ते हैं बच्चे, ठीक है, तो बस हर कोई मार्क्स के पीछे भागता है, एंड मानो या ना मानो 95% बच्चे रट्टा लगा। आज एग्जाम है, मान ले आज साइंस का एग्जाम है, कल सुबह उनसे कुछ तुम कोई कॉन्सेप्ट समझने की बात कर लो ना, अगर उनकी फट जाती है, बच्चों की फट जाती है, खुद समझ नहीं पाएंगे, हम क्या समझाएंगे। तो ओपन बुक एग्जामिनेशन इज अ गुड टर्म। अब तुम समझ लो कि हाँ बुक में डेफिनेशन लिखी है, मैं सिंपल लिख के आ गया, नहीं, तुम्हारे नोट्स है, तुमको कॉन्सेप्ट समझाना है वहाँ कि तुमने क्या समझा है। तुम अगर सेम लिख के आ जाओगे ना, टीचर को पता चल जाता है कि बुकिश लैंग्वेज कौन सी है, कैसी कौन सी है। भाई टीचर है, वो खुद पढ़ चुका है, उसको एक्सपीरियंस है, वो पीएचडी कर रखा बंदा, डॉक्टर है तो अगर डॉक्टरेट है, मास्टर्स तो कर रखा होगा, तो इतना पता चल जाता है। तो ओपन बुक एग्जामिनेशन इज रियली अ गुड थिंग, क्योंकि इसमें बच्चा अगर पता है भाई मार्क्स तो फिर अब अगर हर कोई बच्चा बुक लेके आएगा, हर कोई बच्चा बुक से सेम डेफिनेशन जब लिख सकता है, तो क्राइटेरिया कुछ ना कुछ तो अलग होगा ना ग्रेडिंग का। कौन कितना समझ के लिख सकता है, वो बात बढ़िया है। ये क्या है, नहीं स्ट्रेटजी है भाई। आपने जेईई एग्जाम दिया था? हाँ भाई दिया था, 27 नंबर आए थे तेरे भाई के, सीधा। स्ट्रेटजी कुछ नहीं है यार भाई, जो बता रहा हूँ कॉन्सेप्ट वही है बस, ताकि बच्चे थोड़ा ना लर्निंग की तरफ ध्यान दे। इतनी पॉपुलेशन हो रही है, हाँ, उसी हिसाब से कट ऑफ इनके 99 भागते रहते हैं, बच्चे सिर्फ रट्टे लगने के लिए पढ़ते रहते हैं, कुछ समझते नहीं है। फिर अब अभी तुम करंट मार्केट हाल देख लो भाई, कुछ नहीं आता किसी को। नहीं अच्छी बात है भाई, तुमसे तैयारी कराई जा रही है भाई। 12th पास हुआ था, मेरे को पता चला था, मेरे भैया ने मेरे लिए फॉर्म भरा उसका जेईई का। मेरे को उस टाइम पे, मेरे को आज भी जॉइंट एंट्रेंस एग्जाम होता है शायद से, मेरे को उस टाइम पे वो नहीं पता थी मैं दूध पी कर आया। किसका? अच्छा ठीक है भाई, पी कर आया। मेरे को उस टाइम जेईई की वो भी नहीं पता थी भाई। मैं ऐसे ही बोर्ड खत्म, बोर्ड चल रहे थे उस टाइम शायद से, मैं हल्द्वानी गया बुआ के घर, बड़ा मजा आया भाई घूमने में हल्द्वानी। एग्जाम है भाई, बैठे रहे, तुक्के मारते रहे, तुक्के में 27 नंबर आ गए, तो इट्स गुड। अब देख वही सेम चीज है ना, पॉपुलेशन इतनी, कंपटीशन इतना है। तू भी 8th क्लास में है, किस में 9th में है, 8th में होगा ना शायद। तू जेईई की तैयारी कर रहा है, जो कि तेरा 4 साल बाद है। तो इसी चीज को हटाने के लिए लाइक जस्ट डोंट रन फॉर द कंपटीशन, रन फॉर लर्निंग। ये चीज बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। मैं तो एनटीएससी भी दूंगा। एनटीएससी क्या है बहन चोद, अभी 8th के फाइनल एग्जाम बस वही देख रहा है। 4 साल पहले तो तैयारी शुरू, सोच कितना कंपटीशन है। पर इसी चीज को कि लर्निंग होनी चाहिए, सिर्फ पढ़ाई 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 से घंटा कुछ नहीं होने वाला। माना पढ़ाई इज अ फैक्टर इन इंडिया, और जो बोलते हैं ना कि हाँ डिग्री इज जस्ट अ पेपर, वो भाई इंडिया में डिग्री इज नॉट जस्ट अ पेपर। इंडिया में काफी लोग आज भी डिग्री नहीं ले पाते, तो इंडिया में डिग्री इज अ जजिंग क्राइटेरिया। कहने की बात है कि आपके पास स्किल है तो सब है। इंडिया में डिग्री इज नीडेड। स्किल का क्या है ना, इंसान सीख कुछ भी जाता है, एक बार उसको एंट्री चाहिए। मान तेरे को 1 लाख रुपए मिल रहे हैं सीखने के, तू अपनी जान लगा लेगा भाई पूरी सीखने की, दिन रात एक कर देगा। पता है तेरे को महीने के 1 लाख रुपए मिल रहे हैं, तो तू सीखेगा उसको अच्छी तरह। इट्स लाइक अ डिपेंडेंसी, ये होगा तो ये होना ही होगा। 3v3 हो गया भाई लोगों कोर्स ये भी।
I do like the I think on one hand I very
Lol,
much like the fact
ये ज्ञान कौन दे रहा है?
girls into heaven, they have the nades and so on.
जिससे खुद कोड नहीं होता ऑफिस में।
But I think they're so very lucky that so many players from KC were in that spot. Normally you maybe get one guy and you're going to wreck his day, a second sure, but I think there were 3 players heaven. So it just completely they pulled out the rock to KC's paper, and I think, you know, those things are going to happen. They've set themselves up for success. And early on in the map, it's exactly when you want that to occur. Get out of there. Blast pack out. Easy stun, though, is good. And they're chasing him down.
Yeah.
No chance for Nari.
No. And Shin's been tagged up as well. This is an instant response. A pace change from Heretics as they'll make their way into the site. The judge this time isn't going to have any impact. Shin, Twazi, not in a bad position to try and do at least a little bit of extra damage, but they need to isolate Benji, who's now sat in the back lines.
भैया आपने कौन सी प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज करी हुई है? बस यही। It's like one of the most stupidest questions. Programming language, it's like English. It's like a simple language. आपको conversation करनी है, ठीक है? If you know the basics of any of the programming language, so you'll be able to do that. अब मैं तेरे को बोलूँ write a code in Python, ठीक है? Python में तेरे को आता होगा कोड लिखना थोड़ा बहुत, ठीक है? write a code in Python to add 2 numbers, तू कर देगा। कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है? a+b add 2 numbers। मैं अगर जावास्क्रिप्ट बोलूँ, जावा बोलूँ, सी बोलूँ, कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है? a+b। So if you have your concept clear, just go for one of the programming languages, be it anyone जो तेरे को पसंद आए, ठीक है? कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर करो। बाकी चीज फंक्शनैलिटी बनानी होती है, जो चीज इंप्लीमेंट करनी होती है, वो हर चीज में सेम होगी। प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज में बस सिंटैक्स चेंज होते हैं और एप्लीकेशन, बट मेन चीज तो कॉन्सेप्ट होती है ना। अब तुम 6 पढ़ के बैठ गए हो और तुमसे कुछ पूछ लिया जाए उसके बारे में, तुमको घंटा कुछ नहीं आता, तुम्हें बोलते हैं हाँ मेरे को 6 आती है। भाई 6 का क्या करोगे? काम तो एक टाइम पे एक भी करोगे ना, एक टाइम पे एक चीज। या सोचोगे ना मैं ये भी कर लूँ, ये भी कर लूँ, इधर भी पकड़ लेता हूँ, उधर भी। नहीं नहीं नहीं, फंसोगे।
Yeah, once he finds those two as well, even the first, you see players start to turn to address him, and then the rest of the squad comes out of the woodwork to take him. I'm loving this from KC because we'll see players in that position who don't get the support that they need. But this guy's always got someone else to swing.
KC अच्छा खेल रहा है भाई। कल तो फनाटिक को हराया किसी ने। Of course अच्छा खेलेगा ही खेलेगा।
Oh, it's amazing to see Magnum activated like that. And Andalucia flawless round. And KC are feeling on top of the world, certainly on top of this game.
भाई आप GTA 5 स्टोरी मोड खेला करो। स्टोरी मोड नहीं यार, मैं पार्कोर रेस खेलने का ट्राई करता हूँ, बट कोई रहता ही नहीं साथ में खेलने के लिए। पार्कोर रेस खेलने का मेरा बहुत मन करता है आज भी। मेरा अमंग अस खेलने का मन करता है, बट अमंग अस के लिए कोई होता नहीं है। भाई you are so good at swallowing.
Celebrating their son's success. They've been fantastic already, making it to Madrid under the Heretics organization. The fact is, though, they're going to need a few because right now, KC might be genuinely one of the greatest turnarounds we've seen. Bear in mind, they've had to go the longest way through this entire bracket. Last year,
ये आयाज भाई सोचो, ये जो बंदे रहते हैं ना गेम खेल रहे, ये सारे 18, 19, 20 साल के होते हैं।
last time they played Lotus, they've
इतनी
already
इनको
won
प्रैक्टिस
it.
होती है, इतनी प्रैक्टिस होती है कि इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे खेल रहे हैं।
Banged out.
मेरे एग्जाम्स खत्म हो गए, फिर मैं खेलूंगा। सही है, बढ़िया है।
And then turn around and beat that team on those two maps a couple of days later. It would truly be an absurd way to win this grand final.
Absurd way.
And all that stands in their way is the team that beat them out. Heretics behind.
They found that win before, but struggling to search for it again. Shin opening it up. Martin already doing damage. Left Mini Boo in the corner.
एक कमेंट मिस किया तूने मेरा। भाई पढ़ा तो है ब्रो, you are so good at swallowing. इसके जो अच्छा वो दूसरा कमेंट जो होगा ना वो ब्लॉक हो गया होगा YouTube से, मेरे को नजर नहीं आ रहा, लेकिन तेरे को नजर आएगा वो। मेरे को नजर नहीं आ रहा, उसमें कोई एक ऐसा वर्ड होगा जो ब्लॉक कर रहा होगा।
So for Team Heretics, this is a full pump of the brakes. KC can sit down, run the clock. They've got control over the attacker spawn, for God's sake. With the spike down, at least Boo can pop the ultimate, but, well, he'd have to be alive to do that, and he might not be for too much longer because they found out where he is. And it's not just one player. It's not just Magnum alone.
लेफ्ट साइड में कैसे हो सकता है कोई बंदा भाई?
There's nowhere to
वहाँ
go.
तो जगह भी नहीं होती।
There's literally nowhere. They're watching two different angles from the spawn. One player's pushed up sewers, the other is on B.
Right side में आना चाह रहा हो।
Literally nowhere to go. And sure, they're even
Reload
spreading
कर ले
out
बेटा,
because they know
साथ पुलिया
he
तेरे
can
पास।
risk it and retrieve the spike, but at this stage, even though
spike
it
गिरा हुआ
may
है
not
ना
be
अभी।
the most impactful or whatever, there's no value in it. There's absolutely nowhere the Boo can go. So it's just going to have to be that safe. Hold on to the rifle, bring something into the next round, but it is another massive success for the side of KC.
Nice
They are weathering any
ऋषि भैया के बोर्ड एग्जाम चल रहे हैं। हाँ वो 10th में है ना अभी। हाँ सही है। पढ़ाई लिखाई कर रहा है नहीं कर रहा?
The utility's been superb, and Narrate, he is on 14 HP, but he wants to try and take this gun away. Clearing one of the close angles, going to try and swing.
Oh भाई literally भाई बेचारा इतने आराम से वैंडल सेव कर रहा था। Just एक सेकंड।
Martin going down in the trade was the only downside, and
हालत खराब हो गई
somehow
बेचारी
Narrate's just picking up kill after kill.
2900 रुपए का बेचारे को नुकसान झेलना पड़ा।
You don't take fights like that unless you're incredibly confident, and the player knew he was coming. He threw the nade, he gave it away. At the element of surprise. Typed in all. I'm gonna peek spawn in a sec, just so you know.
देख लो भाई रेंट आ गया मेरा।
Coming from your left.
12,800
because Martin certainly is. Mini Boo doesn't get a chance to even throw out a piece of utility in this round.
रेंट 12,000, क्लीनिंग 100 रुपए, इलेक्ट्रिक बिल 750 रुपए, ओवरऑल 12,850। कल बढ़ना है। भेज दो पैसे, भेज दो, मैं आज जुड़ता हूँ। भाई
in the first map, well, the first map at least, he was lights out, unstoppable. throughout the tournament, but he's been the #1 player in ADR, ACS, opening kills, clutches, you name it. He's there at the top. But in this map, he has been shut down. In the last
Super
map, he was
option.
shut
By
down,
Paytm
but
है भाई,
before that as well,
Shandro26
KC have proven
और क्या?
Miniboo might not be as devastating to them. Under pressure, though, on the site.
All that pressure's alleviated by Narrate. Comes straight in. Stop
Ooh,
burn. A good
nice.
hit onto Rian's. The utility out of the round. Spike on
नहीं
back
तो नंबर
B.
पर UPI कर दूं.
And two
कर दे
players
भाई.
spread
इतना
out.
देरी नंबर पर वही Shandro26 UPI ID है.
Presents itself for Team Heretics. They do well to win the first
I did
with
it again.
Patatech down and Benji Fishy, a known quantity. There was no way that that was going to work in their
Nice.
favor. Team
अच्छा था.
Heretics down 7-3.
7-5 भाई.
KC are
7-5
running away with
ना?
this defensive
हाँ,
side.
7-5.
Only 2 rounds left to play for. You have to hope that Heretics have got something left in the tank, but I'll tell you what,
बहुत तगड़ा
whether
मारा
they do
भाई.
mentally or any other aspect, they do
यहाँ हमारा
not
था
when it
अपना
comes
ये
to
breach.
credits.
अच्छा
It's
चल
gonna
रहा
be
है.
a tough follow-up round.
Yeah, and the thing is, they won the pistol second round and then 1 round since. It has been 7 of the last 8. This has been dominant for KC. They are flipping the script on everything that Heretic showed last time. The prep, the individual play has been there. Okay, there's a showstopper. That's about
7-3
all
भाई literally
that is on the table
9-3 now.
in this round.
9-3
The
कर्स
only
लग गया ना,
thing
गांड
that
फट जानी है
potentially
भाई.
change the way things are going. Nice work from Miniboo though. He didn't even need to use it. Magnum
मार.
is there alongside him, but he will go down as well.
It's an awkward couple of
भाई
fights.
इसमें तो फट गई. इसके पास तो ऑपरेटर है.
So awkward. Heretics have done a great job
One.
to take that side control.
भाई ऑपरेटर में अगर इसको सेव करनी चाहिए. जेट है ना ये. जोरू.
I don't know how Miniboo got away with it. I guess the blast from the rocket helped him out. This
ओए.
from Martin and whoa.
ओए गया बेचारा. ऑपरेटर चली गई भाई. ये कॉस्मिक बाइट के प्रोटस कैसे हैं?
We
प्रोटस.
mentioned the lower economy in the hands of Team Heretics, but they have most certainly made it work anyways.
उसके बाद तो नहीं आएगा ना.
This was the guy that we wanted to see. As said, I felt like I've awakened the beast a little bit, but he had gone missing. And then just like that, a little bit of extra confidence, moves his
अरे
way
नहीं
to the
तेरे
top
को
of the
हेडफोन्स
board.
चाहिए ना. भाई हेडफोन्स मैं बता दूं. बजट कितना है तेरा बता.
I do think that this KC attack side, if implemented correctly, can be
भाई वाचिंग कौन है यार. भाई पता नहीं भाई कौन देख रहा है भाई स्ट्रीम. हेलो ओए. एक तो तू है, एक तो ये अदरक भाई है हमारे.
looking workable.
बाकी 3 लोग पता नहीं. 2000 भाई 2000 में तो बहुत अच्छे हेडफोन्स आ जाएंगे. क्या बात कर रहा है.
Flash from Martin. He's gone absolutely ham.
देखो हेडफोन्स चाहिए ना. गेमिंग के लिए चाहिए. किसके लिए चाहिए.
Oh, they sit back, they play together. They're always a second
मतलब
element to it.
USB वाले चाहिए या फिर ऑक्स वाले. मेरे को ये बता.
And take 2 kills, and he kind of whiffed the first couple shots. That could have been 3. Devastating stuff for Heretics, with Patatech extremely low, and Boo on the elbow. He's the real point of contact. Nade. Oh, that's going to force Patatech to the elbow too. Both of these players on the same angle, and here comes the swing very soon. We've got 2 players inside the smoke. It's their choice of where they want to go, and 3 together. Good spray to start. Magnum down, but not able to follow up. KC quickly.
Nice. USB चाहिए. ठीक है फिर तो आ जाएंगे 2000 तक. अच्छे से आ जाएंगे बहुत.
A very strong
बता दूंगा
position
मैं.
for the French organization. 1 map away, and the lead is theirs by double.
तू साले इंस्टा पे फॉलो नहीं कर रहा. मेरे प्यूराइल वाला पेज है, उस पे मैसेज कर रहा है. फॉलो. बड़ा गंदा आदमी है. बड़ा गंदा आदमी है साड़े.
The interplay, the baits, Shin with the setup.
He's been feeling it. And honestly, seeing his confidence.
नहीं करता फॉलो प्यूराइल प्लेस वाला पेज. मेरे को लगता है वरना रिक्वेस्ट नहीं आती मेरे पास भाई. रिक्वेस्ट आई थी मेरे पास मैसेज की. ठीक है ना, जिसको मैंने एक्सेप्ट करा है.
I mean, it's a different look than the Magnum we knew from a long time ago. And leading this team, you can just see he's come out of the shell. Wonderful to see him reach these heights. And to have found some talent like Narrate, like Martin, like everyone else on this roster. Such a wonderful display of top-tier Valorant from 2 teams that were not pinned as being in the top tier when we started this out.
This is so much info. They're going for the combo straight off the bat. That's already going to be Martin out. They were just setting up off the back of the cam to try and do as much damage as they could. Still though, Casey kind of recovered it. Like
देखा नहीं ना मैंने. अरे आप मुझे नहीं करते भाई. ये गेमिंग वाला
the right place at the right time. A stun thrown through, and somehow it's a 1-for-1 trade. The cam's not gone though.
They'll see it now. There you go. Eventually realizing.
3 बंदे देख रहे हैं भाई साहब इसने 3 बंदे.
CCTV. It's time to move, and it's straight up towards heaven, meeting with Tamazi for the A hit. Rian's already tagged up from the earlier fight, puts pressure on Patatek, who's catching players, not even looking. They were so focused on Rian's, who's done a little bit more damage, bought time for the rotate. Look where Benji Fishy is. This is a nasty position, not one you expect. And he wasn't expecting the jump peek. The trade, decent considering that player was low. Mid hold from Boo. Paranoia is good, but the players in the... Oh no, it's not good! Magnum didn't get blinded. He sidestepped it. And now we're neck and neck, 2 versus 2. What a recovery.
It looked like it was going to be spot on, but not this time. I'm looking at Shin. His positioning always seems to be paramount in these rounds, and he's able to clear some of the back lines. It leaves him in a position where if he gets this right, he could be catching the players in the back. If they look to push into the site, information should be had. I think he will have heard them already. Oh, that's perfect.
Aye.
Now he definitely knows. They're looking to try and clear the site, and instead, he's just slowly making his way up behind the Magnum, just trying to bait down that clock a little bit more, and already he's found one. Their Magnum actually has both. He didn't even need the help of Shin. That man in the back, the knife, looking to be slipped, and instead, Magnum, loud and proud.
Mag the knife. He's doing an absolutely incredible job. 9 kills on the board. It's not
just
a stellar lead. It's not anything that we're going to write home about as, oh, he's the top fragger of the server. He's lights out. But he's had good games, consistently putting up numbers when he needs to across every map in this series.
Attacking that
was a big blow to Team Heretics. Remember, half the rounds they got came off the back of winning the pistol and the follow-up. Now they're 9-4 down with no money. Pistols, a couple, 2 sheriffs,
रजत भाई
2 classics to work with.
केसी जीतेगी. हाँ लग तो ही रहा भाई केसी जीतेगी. 2 राउंड जीत चुकी है, अभी तक 9-4 चल रहा है स्कोर भाई. काफी अच्छा चल रहा है. कमांड एकदम पकड़ी हुई है मैप पर. पहला वाला काफी बुरा हारे थे. वैसे बुरा नहीं हारे थे देखा जाए तो. 9-13 स्कोर था शायद से. कितना था बट अच्छा था. कवर इन्होंने कवर काफी किया था. वैसे तो बहुत पीछे थे बट कमबैक काफी अच्छा किया था इन्होंने केसी ने पहले सनसेट में. फिर बाद में कौन सा खेला था, बाद में फिर लोटस खेला, वो बढ़िया जीते. आइस बॉक्स बढ़िया जीते भाई. और स्प्लिट देख लो. ये देख बेटे देख. ये भाई लिटरली ये भी जाएगा क्या भाई. लिटरली ये सीन चल रहा है. अरे कैपिटल में मत कर, वो मैसेज डिलीट कर देगा तेरे.
With a bonus, it's scary as well because we've seen KC, similarly to what we saw from Heretics, just being able to pull out these explosive
time out liya hoga
back of SMGs. Narrate likely will be leading the charge in the next round, and that's not something you want to be seeing. Interestingly,
मेरा तो आज सुबह बोर्ड है. कौन सा है, किसका है ये बता. देख अब तू एक्स्ट्रा कुछ पढ़ेगा ना दिमाग खराब होगा. तो जो पढ़ा हुआ है ना उसको रिवाइज कर. अगर नोट्स बना रखे हैं तो नोट्स बहुत जरूरी होते हैं. मेरे को याद है भाई, मैं बहुत बढ़िया नोट्स बनाता था. तब मेरे 70 ही आए. दिमाग का वही मेरे.
The pistol lost, the follow-up clean from KC. The money riding high on that French organization. They can play a bonus round where they have rifles to work with. You have 2 bulldogs and a phantom. And on the attack side, that death ball can make use of those weaker weapons just for the bodies, just for the extra barrels pointed at the opposition. Heretics need to be near perfect from this point. And
smoke
again,
blunt be free.
KC chose the defense to start with.
क्या?
For Heretics,
भाई पैलेस्टाइन फ्री सुना था भाई. ये स्मोक ब्लंट बी फ्री.
To stop this.
They did last time.
भाई ब्लंट तो नाइफ होता है ना. ब्लंट बोलते क्या बोलते थे.
Never lost a map. That was a team
4 पर ब्लंट हाउ ही तो था ना. स्मोक बस स्मोक नहीं करता भाई. आराम है आराम. दारू थोड़ी पीता होगा भाई. दारू कोई नहीं पीता भाई. ना सत्या ना तू ना मैं ना रितेश. तो दारू ले ली थी हमने बोतल में बस फुटबॉल खेलने के लिए. अंकल भी कह रहे हैं हाँ ले बेटा. स्पाइक डाउन हो रखा है मिड पर.
Looking to head through A, back up to B. Boo,
ये भी जाएगी.
to maybe put a spanner in the works, but again, it's an instant trade.
3v3 है.
Both of those kills, Boo and Patatek, dropped by Shin. Another player who's been so impressive, and I think I could go through the KC roster and just name them all at this point.
ऐसा मत बोल भाई. तो अस्सलाम वालेकुम बोलता है भाई आते ही. आदविक भाई बाय भाई बाय बाय. Oh
Right into the waiting hands of Narate, into the waiting
भाई
hands of Tamazi.
जो
Neither
कुछ
of
है
which
अब
win
सब
their
एस्ट्रा
fight, so
पर
it's
है.
all onto him. An ace needed by Shin is third, already secured. Low HP on Benji Fishy. It's doable for this young gun. He's swinging. Beautiful headshot. Just 10
Ace,
HP.
baby, ace.
KC. Another nail.
दिखा बेंच और गेम दिखा.
I'd love to see the game. Anytime now.
कुछ दिक्कत होगी शायद.
Just in case you didn't catch it, he did get that. He aced it. He found the kill on the 10 HP.
कुछ दिक्कत हो गई. अबे यार.
Boo's not happy. That makes two of us.
भाई एस हो गया था. Damn.
People are gonna remember this ace for all the wrong reasons.
One of the most memorable aces of all time. What a shot, man.
What a... भाई क्या बढ़िया है भाई, क्या बढ़िया शॉट निकला है भाई. भाई लगा था एस्ट्रा निकालेगी भाई, एस्ट्रा निकालेगी.
11-4. KC 2 away from winning, and as well we can see and or imagine.
क्या तो बोल गया, कह रहा KC 2 away from winning. साले पास में है KC. ये तो रुक गया बीच में.
Judges in hand, and it's Mini Boo.
भाई bro, sweet dreams. अरे भाई.
It's a tough one. It's going to be a real
sweet dreams भाई.
And one that they can't really afford to lose.
Okay.
To play with for Heretics.
अच्छा डैमेज दिया है इसको. इसको भी मिला है वैसे तो.
In position, but he shot the fake out. They know he's here. And knows what gun he's got as well. Looks like they're gonna go back.
हाँ पता चल गया वैसे गन कौन सी है.
Reclaim some of that ground and he's gonna be caught for it.
गेम तो कैसी का ही है भाई, लिटरली भाई. कल भाई फिनाटिक को भी हराया है काफी अच्छे तरीके से. बहुत बढ़िया हराया था फिनाटिक को कल. ये गया. भाई ये तो गलत हो रहा है. टीपी मारेगा. अरे यार 2v3. ये साले ये लेके बैठा है.
Looking for a little bit more. He spots the man close. That's Benji. As they both go barreling their way towards this A site.
Okay, तो 2v2 है अभी, ठीक है.
Just ignores Martin, goes for the rifle.
Plant बेटा, plant. Time नहीं है.
They'll set themselves up to try to fight back through. Information just to clear out.
Plant हो गया at least.
Make it quicker on the rotation back. They're splitting as well, Tom. Two different angles for these players to work with.
बहुत गलत जगह है ये.
Martin, they think they know where he is, but the sound cue might have been caught by Boo. He's ready.
बहुत गलत जगह था, बहुत गलत जगह था.
For the leader of Heretics, but no fourth. It's Shin again, hot off his ace to try to recover. Benji Fishy didn't find a rifle. He's left with a sheriff in hand as Shin swings through, looking for him yet again. A rematch in the 1v1 and the same.
Oh भाई, literally भाई एक्स्ट्रा निकाल, भाई एक्स्ट्रा, भाई एक्स्ट्रा, भाई.
Chances to close out the grand final of EMEA. A 3-1 scoreline and a hell of a difference on the last time they faced.
ये दो निकाले साले ने यहाँ पे.
They're looking to basically do the role reversal.
भाई आग लगा दी, लिटरली किसी ने आग लगा दी. भाई.
The team that 2-0'd them faces them in the final, and after losing that first map, they're looking to
Carmine
clean
Corporation,
sweep
भाई,
them
Carmine
right
Corporation.
out. 3-0. A team, as we've spoken to Eng, spoken to Zation, it was built. They just wanted to play as many matches. They wanted to learn what they could throughout this tournament.
Okay, मिनट पे बता दिया अपनी प्रेजेंस.
End up champions while doing just that.
Blind हुआ होगा तगड़े वाले. Oh.
No Martin at all. In fact, good kill for Mini Boo. That's a very valuable scalp to take. I mean, Martin's bailed them out of a lot of tough situations.
तगड़ा चल रहा
The
है.
13-4 dream. Well, it's not
4v5 है बट निकाल सकता है भाई, किसी भी निकाल सकता है. 3v5 में भी कवर कर देगा ये. हाँ बट कह नहीं सकते कुछ भाई, कब पलट जाएगी. अगर कम बैक देख.
Flash, sublime, but not managing to capitalize off of it.
89.
Oh, again, opportunities for Mini Boo. He's just not quite landing the shots.
3v5.
Do the work instead.
ये राउंड गया शायद. वहाँ पे वो कैंप भी चेक कर रहा है, अगर उधर जाएगा ये पर प्लांट करने तो दिक्कत हो जाएगी. फटाफट रोटेट करेंगे ये लोग.
One of the better scenarios we've seen from Heretics, but that's been the major thing is
वो उधर ए पे गया.
when they seem to be out is when they finally start waking up.
Oh, spike down.
That does mean taking down another. The spike retrieved, but a 2 versus 4, not a lot of time to play with. They need to go.
Yeah, and they're putting a lot of stock in that catwalk position.
तो time भी नहीं है
No
इनके
one
पास.
from Heretics there, so the utility doesn't fall on anyone, doesn't set them up, and they certainly didn't know that Mini Boo was in that off angle. Just sat in the spawn.
अरे बेटा,
Good night.
क्या बचा है?
Not good night just yet. In fact, they don't know he's there.
तगड़ा था, अच्छा था भाई.
I've never had as much of a misread, but then again,
भाई अगर सारे लाइन में होते क्या विन होती, क्या ही विन होती है. अलग लेवल.
being in front of a player, but the box just about blocked him. Wow, that could have been a disaster.
That seems to be the thing.
इसने ब्रीच ने अच्छा मारा था रेस को. ये फेड को.
They start clutching out these rounds, but they're never easy. They're never clean. They're
ये
always
दो गए थे इसके साथ भाई. हाँ 4 बाकी थे. ओ.
And you can see on the other side, they believe at every single moment that there's a chance to close this one out.
पसीने आ रखे हैं भाई.
12 to 5. Both teams still having some vulnerabilities. The flash actually catches narrator a bit, but he carries on going. Showstopper popped. Hoping to try and find something.
भाई शीश भाई शीश.
Luckily, Rians has found one backside.
ऐसा थोड़ी यार.
Martin has gone down.
Ult करेगा.
He did. He took the kill and TP'd. Yep. He'd put his gate crash early in towards back B, and well, bless him. You know, not many players would have the audacity to try to make that play. It hasn't worked out. Cosmic Divide and Nightfall in play. It's caught one. Paranoia response.
They know.
The damage.
They're
Good
gonna
kill.
know.
Easy spams. Rienz is low. Rienz low. Eventually they get him. And now it looks like the dominoes have started to fall. Team Heretics. They took down the kings of EMEA. But now they found that
ऐसे चीटिंग का चांस नहीं होगा रेन का. बिल्कुल हो सकता है यार. बट रीजन क्या बताया उसने? रीजन क्या था? मेरे को रीजन नहीं पता. तगड़ा भाई तगड़ा. Nice play. It was nice play from the Heretics as well. GG भाई GG.
Now finally they find success.
Last year was the bottom of the barrel. A mockery. Melons is what some people called them. But the fact is, it had been said by Kometo. He picked up Eng.
GG.
Gave him the keys
GG it was.
to build the team he wanted. He made Shin retrial to be back in this team again. He earned his spot, and now he sits right at the top of the board. And he brought in some youngsters. He brought in someone with experience and put him in a new role. But the fact is, he has built a masterpiece. Something that was never expected to eliminate Fnatic, to take down Heretics after they beat Na'Vi. It is a brand new champion.
मजा आया भाई. अच्छा था. तो बात ये ना दोनों साथ में थे मिड पर. हेवन पर दोनों साथ चढ़े हुए थे.
It doesn't get much better than this. Kicking off the
ये तगड़ा भाई तगड़ा सीन हो गया. तगड़ा सीन.
And rightfully so. One of the best tournament performances we've seen from Magnum. New levels hit.
वो साथ खड़ा है भाई.
Leading this squad and doing a damn good job of it. An unbelievable achievement for Carmine Core, and the trophy is theirs, rightfully so.
Eng not willing to steal the moment from his players. He'll put the losses on his back, but he won't accept it when it comes to the wins. But the fact is, these youngsters have definitely earned it. Tomazi coming up, the Portuguese prodigy.
अभी लास्ट वाला पकड़ेगा. कोच
alongside Zay, she's going to be taking a lift of it as well. This man was playing last year. He had to stand in after the horrific days that came out last time. I'm back in EMEA where he belongs. Eng lifting the trophy once more. It is one hell of a story for Carmine Core.
It was good one.
It's only just beginning.
They're onto the international stage now, having conquered everybody they possibly could in EMEA. What a redemption arc from how this tournament started. The same team sitting opposite them.
क्या बात है। हम और यहाँ सिल्वर और गोल्ड पे बैठे रहते हैं। भाई शीश भाई, तेरे पास तो अभी टाइम है, मैं तो 24 साल का हो गया हूँ भाई, तेरे पास तो बहुत टाइम है अभी, तो बहुत अच्छे टाइम पे स्टार्ट करा तूने ये सब, अच्छी बात है, लगे रहे भाई लगे रहे, एग्जाम खत्म हो फटाफट करते रहे सब, रो कर।
Thank you very much, Mitch and Tom. What a day it is for Kickoff, for the fans, for the players, for the rookies, for N, for Magnum.
Special
It
offer.
is a very joyous occasion here, and as you guys can see, Narrate and Magnum are gonna make their way to me and Lothar for post plant. And Lothar, I feel like this is a real fairy tale ending for them, and what a way to end it as well.
Absolutely incredible moment from the team that we all kind of follow for different reasons last year to the champions of the first EMEA tournament. It's absolutely insane. Insane storyline. I think like the fan base is going probably very wild.
Hello, join us. We see each other again. I feel like we're always meeting each other right after you guys win. Magnum, I mean, we have the mic here for you. We'll wait for Magnum in a second, but first of all, Narrate, congratulations. You've been here for what, like 10 days?
लग रहा है इंडिया में होंगे वेलो के
How does
मैचेस।
that feel?
देख
feels pretty guessable.
चांसेस हैं बट इतने हाई लेवल पर ऑडियंस नहीं आएगी। द मेन रीजन इज द इंग्लिश बैरियर। इंडिया में जो होगा ना, अभी साउथ एशिया चल रहे थे, ठीक है, उसमें भी हिंदी में था वो पूरा का पूरा, तो ऑडियंस में भाई 2000 की वॉचिंग थी उस टाइम पे, और उनका प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं था। मैं देख रहा था वो VCT का इंडिया साउथ एशिया रीजन, भाई लोग अपने घर पे बैठ के खेल रहे थे, घर पे मतलब जो उनका सेटअप वेटअप था, मतलब एक जगह नहीं थे, वेबकैम ओन थे उनके, क्योंकि चीटिंग ना हो ऑफ कोर्स, ठीक है। सेकंड थिंग इज कोई स्टेज ही नहीं था, मतलब जो होस्ट थे, जो स्पेक्टेटर्स ये बता रखे थे, क्या बोलते हैं इनको, होस्ट को होस्ट, वो भी घर पे बैठे हुए थे विद अ वर्चुअल बैकग्राउंड, उस पे कनेक्ट थे, एंड एक डिजिटल बैकग्राउंड बना रखा था बस। तो लेवल बहुत लो है यार अभी,
You're not gonna let that go for
स्पॉन्सर्स
a
थे,
few days, so it's coming home.
बट इतने बड़े लेवल पे आपको कराने के लिए स्पॉन्सर सेम रहेंगे। देख गेमिंग की ऑडियंस नहीं है, PUBG की है भाई।
So what was the mental side of your team? What was the prep for you guys here?
So like for us it was like mainly to like we knew why we lost. It was like we are too slow. Like we are too slow. Like, we have the reach and we are too slow. On Sunset, I think they adapted well and they expected us to
सेम स्पॉन्सर्स रहेंगे,
but yeah again.
बट इंडिया में बजट बहुत हल्का बैठता है,
First of all, it's online.
क्योंकि ऑडियंस नहीं
So
है,
we cannot hold
मतलब जितनी ज्यादा ऑडियंस उतना ज्यादा एडवर्टाइजमेंट,
don't play together. That's it.
उतना ज्यादा फिर स्पॉन्सरशिप का पैसा
Ank,
साइकिल सेम है।
and UN, they managed us to put in the mindset of just play together, and that's what we did.
I see your coach off screen there. Are we allowed to steal him for one question? No, and just for one question. Yes, and come on, here he is.
कोच आए भाई।
If you want, yeah. And I will not keep you for too long, but yesterday you said to me, for every team in this league
बताओ
you have a plan.
कितना अमीर है, मैं तो बिस्तर पे ही बैठता हूँ यार। PUBG का ही बस, CS के भी लोगों को श्राउड के अलावा कोई नहीं पता। हाँ वो बात भी है, कौन अमीर है भाई, इसकी बात कर रहा है यार। अब हमें न्यू घर लिया है, एक मिनट उसके ऊपर लिखा है क्या कुछ, अच्छा अब हमने न्यू घर लिया है, मज़ा आ जाएगा मेरे पे, अपना रूम होगा स्पेशली गेमिंग के लिए। बहुत सही चीज़ है भाई, फिर लेट नाइट स्ट्रीम भी करूँगा, बहुत सही बहुत सही। देख लो भाई ये कोच है इनका।
I don't know. But about strats, as Magnus said, we wanted.
कुछ का गेम प्ले हल्का होगा, लेकिन भाई सेंस
we wanted to pick them. It was our like philosophy too. We just wanna pick them, pick, and yeah, kind of pretty simple.
Oh, and you have an answer.
एंड ये जो बताते हैं ना, ये अपनी स्ट्रैटेजी नहीं बता रहे, ये ऐसे झूठ बोल रहा होगा मजाक मजाक में। पिक सिंपल स्ट्रैटेजी थोड़ी बता देगा वो अपनी, जो अपनी टीम के साथ डिस्कस कर रखी है उसने। कोच है वो।
And I said, if I ever do 0 kills, I just need to buy Odin or Judge. And I
12 के बाद एक मंथ
give it a shot and I just
बढ़िया पीसी बना के ऑन स्ट्रीम ही दूंगा वगैरह। नहीं सही है, बहुत सही, क्या दिक्कत है।
carrying the Odin.
की हाल पाजी
It's
पाजी
easy,
कैसी
like
जीत
you-
गई
it's like
कारमेन
a operator, you
कॉर्पोरेशन
can just hold
भाई
it even online, you can hold the angle, you can
सबसे
hold the
पहला
call, you know,
ये
you don't hear yourself or
ये
you
हेरिटेक्स
don't
जीती
shoot, but,
उसके बाद
yeah, you
तीनों
just,
लगातार
yeah,
ये
you
जीती
just,
है
shoot
कारमेन
When
कॉर्पोरेशन
is it going to be your turn? Are you ever going to pick up
रुक,
the
जिसने
Odin,
कल
or are you
Fnatic को
going to leave
हराया
it to your other boys?
It's too easy for me.
Okay, so what is the most difficult gun in the game then? How do you prove
I don't know,
yourself?
whatever gun the enemy is using.
Oh, okay. I mean, there is a chance that you're going to end up against EDG, of course. They qualified earlier. I mean, Kong likes an op, but you think you can out-op him?
I'm not the opera on that team.
Yeah, but you said you're going to use whatever gun your enemies use.
Yeah, probably. It's LAN.
Okay, we're
EDG भाई तगड़ी गेम
actually have
तगड़ी
to
टीम है EDG भी
materialize that. I feel
हेडवर्ड
like now
गेमिंग
you said it. I do believe we have a question from Sliggy, and also your teammate yesterday, Martin and N, were on post plan. And they asked this question. Actually, I'm gonna
देखो
stick
मैड्रिड
Sliggy
में
on a
जाके
little
मैच
bit
होंगे
because the
सारे
question he asked was a little bit more
अक्टूबर तक चलेगा ये पूरा
than this. You'll remember this. You guys actually
एक
asked
रीजन
the
का
question for this segment, and the question was, which team do you want to face in Madrid? But the caveat is, which team do you think you will face in Madrid that you will dominate the most? Which team would you beat up the hardest that you're facing Madrid?
To be honest, I don't even know who qualified. Like I didn't check any socials, any
All right,
so
Genji, PaperX, EDG, FPX, and NA are the last four are Sentinels, Loud, EG, and NRG.
Heretics.
Oh my goodness! Wow, Magnum?
Agree.
That's a salt in the wound and rub it in right now, you know?
Yeah.
Genji
I
और
mean, I like it. I feel
पेपर
like
हाँ
you've
Genji
really
पेपर
beaten them
भाई
already, so
सेंटिनल्स है
you
भाई
feel like if
सेंटिनल्स
you
पहुंच
face
सकती
them
है
again, you can beat them again? Yeah?
Yes.
Nice. The other thing is, everybody talks about this
Team
N
Liquid,
effect. You know,
PaperX.
N comes in, he always makes playoffs in EMEA. You guys make playoff. And when he goes to international tournaments, he's going to make the final. He's always made that final. Do you believe that pattern
Genji.
we're going to carry on seeing the N buff?
I don't know, to be honest. I just never experienced, like of course I know to like touch other coaches, but I've experienced similar thing the way he thinks with Bostra. But Bostra is a player.
स्पेनिश के ना
but
ये
yeah,
स्पेन
I
के
just
इनकी
never
इंग्लिश थोड़ी सी
experienced,
हल्की
like,
रहती
someone
है
having such an impact on the team, like as a coach, and like literally, like without him, we would probably like be, I don't know, like top 11, top 10. I'm not joking.
So my question is, because you're saying that he has that effect, but what is the tangible thing that you think he brings into coaching? What is the biggest effect for you?
That you can do anything in the game, you can play anything if you do it correctly, you know, like you don't have to play metas, you don't have to like, you should play what fits for
बस
you.
वही
And yeah, that's I think the best thing, like which
That's
he
your
thought
fundamentals being polished in this way.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Narrate, you wanted to say something there. I felt like
No,
the mic
it's just
came
because
up.
he said we'd be a top 11 team if we didn't have Eng. Maybe minimum like top 9. Have to be top 9.
I have Heretics and Gentlemates, right?
Oh, you guys, the fire is
shooting here
here.
today.
I also see off camera Ewan. Ewan, you want to come and have a word? Because the boys were crediting you for helping them bounce back. We're going to ask you just one question.
This is good.
Earlier, I wasn't sure if you heard N and Magnum as well. They said, you know, after map 1, you helped them a lot to get them back on track, get them back in the game. So what did you say to the boys? How did you manage to get them back on track?
Shoot Ed. I think.
That's it.
No, that's not it actually. But yeah, like the way we try to reset between the map is always the same. Like just breathe in, breathe out, make like everything like anything had happened yet, and we just do our stuff. Like, we focus on our straight. We always focus on actions.
अरे मेरे पीछे कैमरा मत लगा ओए.
I think that's the main thing. You saw the banana effect. I think people talk about it.
Yeah. How did you break that curse? Because you guys broke it. You're the only team.
I don't know. There is no jinxing in Valorant. Only good players and bad players.
Oh.
Facts.
You win.
You said when Fnatic stretch? He said when Fnatic stretch and you
Nah,
copy
they
them,
were
you
team
always lose, you know? And we copied them yesterday and we won.
Well, for those of you that don't know, Ewan, we talk about the N buff. The Ewan buff is strong as well. Ewan, you've been to every international tournament in Valorant, right? That you've been involved in.
Don't gas him up.
Right?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah,
flex
Ewan's never missed one, and now you're with these boys. How different are these boys, and how much do you believe in them when we do go to Madrid?
I think the hungriness is the biggest strength of this team right now. Like the fact that
Hungriness
we
is not the
are
biggest
able to keep this underdog mindset, like being able to grind the game, being able to open ourselves to every new ideas and every new feedbacks we can get is probably our best strengths, and we need to like keep cultivate that and snowball for that like as long as possible, I'd say.
Wow, you and N are a match made in heaven, I feel like, these two mindset. One more time, everyone. Ewan, woo! Woo! Nice. We'll see you in Madrid. We'll see you in Madrid.
Yeah, I have a very off-topic question here, but you guys know that every team has like a very specific call-out for some stuff happening in the game, like Fnatic, for
Jonason's camera को पकड़ रखा है.
Paper Eggs when they want to be patient or overheat. Do you guys have anything in comms that is so specific? Do you have anything like a call-out like that?
I mean, we have Joker, like by CS thing. It's like when someone lurks and has timing, you don't need to, like, we have Joker. And then I don't know, like, I think it's like the way we double pick. Like, we used to do like 3-2-1, and we have like our way. It's like 3-2. So
so when you jump in with the Odin, what's the call out for that?
It's like I don't know, I'm just screaming. I'm jumping, come trade me.
I mean, it was a triple peak though, so that's good.
I like that, I like that. We do have a bracket we want to show you guys because we've reached the end of the road now. It's been a long 8 days, I feel like. Of course, this is the bracket for all of the other regions that have qualified so far. Like I mentioned earlier, Gen G and Paper X. But looking at your own journey to get here, you guys played a lot. You played many hours, many maps of this game. What was the most memorable moment for you guys, do you think?
I mean, for us, it's probably like most memorable, like probably in the future will be beating Fnatic, but I think the big, like, honestly, yes, it's the 0-15, but like for real, it's like by us just winning on Giants, it just kind of gave us a lot of confidence, and it just showed us that like, okay, we can beat like good teams here for sure. And like obviously after the Heretics game is kind of messed up. That's also
I guess that was it for the day.
I remember a lot just because we got absolutely dominated.
I'll just take a leave.
But
make sure that you hit the like and subscribe button. It was a nice stream.
Remember the losses and the really tough ones as
opposed to the Carmine Corporation.
Yeah.
With that note, I'll just leave. Make sure
just shows us that we're not invincible. Like we can't ever like look into a match and be like, okay, we're better than this team. We're gonna beat them.